that's coming out. And then he said like Kevin Hart on Joe Rogan, and like Israel Adesanya, all like in a row. So oh shit.
There you go.
He's back to it.
I got some good listening. Yeah, he's back to it, and then obviously he'll stop for a little while, and we'll go from there.
Well, he probably stopped to train.
Yeah, it was a lot longer than that.
Was it?
Somebody?
Yeah.
He did.
He did. What was like 4 months ago, or something like that.
We're live at the Gino Felino podcast.
What number are you? You're
3.
Welcome.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
No, I think
1,
it's
2.
Is it my?
What's happening?
Up?
Are you okay? Yeah, we're up.
All right, if everyone can hear me, don't worry about it.
I
Yeah.
can hear you. Can you not hear you? You want your headphones up?
No, they're better now.
You want them higher?
I can turn it
Hold
up
on.
more.
No, we're good.
Okay. How's that?
We're good.
Perfect. That's a perfect way to test
I
headphones.
still have Out for Justice open.
Right
so
here,
you're ready to party.
yeah.
Dude, Out for Justice is serious.
Right now
stuff.
we just have like a pre-party just on YouTube Live just to kind of
Oh, okay, sure.
let
Sure,
a
put
few
it on the
people
screen,
pop
show
in.
the man, you know?
And then we'll get started with the real show and stuff shortly.
no one's gonna watch it.
I was gonna say put the chat up.
We're way too early.
All right, well, I called my mom, so
Hey,
You let her know? Yo, hey mom.
Hey, ma.
I didn't actually.
Damn it.
I mean, my dad jumps in.
Corey's dad has been on every live one.
Yeah, it is funny.
He actually texted me today. He texted me today asking if I was going to be on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah.
Fraxes over 1K subscribers. Yeah.
Yep.
Lots. We had to pay for them, but
That
we
was
got them.
Massive,
Lots
really
of bots.
hard
Massive
fall
growth.
1,000.
Lots of bots.
massive growth.
Kinder, what's going on, man?
1.5.
I think Raph took the best photo of Kinder I've ever seen.
That photo,
was a great
that
photo.
photo came up, and I was like, "Man, that looks like Kinder." And I was like, "Holy Lord, that is Kinder."
So we do some early morning donut meets here,
Scott Iverone, there he is.
and we have a friend of
What's
ours.
going on?
See? Dad jumping up there.
He was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, none of us will be here. I'm sorry, buddy. I had faith. It just took a little while. We got worried. Tim Connors, what's going on? Good to see you. You look great.
And a friend of ours is a photographer, so he comes and he always takes photos. He takes incredible photos. He took this photo of our friend who's just like, he's sitting in a
Jesus.
rally car, and he's so happy.
Yeah. Looks like $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And KD's
He looks
right
like he's
there.
ready to co-drive.
He's ready to co-drive.
Is that KD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's KD.
Oh, yeah. It is Kyle.
What's it? Okay,
We're
we can
2:30 in? Okay.
now use profanity because YouTube stopped scanning this fucking thing in about 30 seconds.
How'd you guys figure that out?
It's just in the YouTube bylaws.
Is it?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
read the YouTube bylaws.
No, it's just enough of a thing to where
It's someone else.
everybody
Other
knows.
people
It's just,
know.
yeah.
Someone somewhere did, and it's like great knowledge passed down
Yeah,
They were
exactly.
doing like 30 podcasts.
through
a day,
people
and they're
far
like,
more
"Fuck."
successful than us.
Yeah,
I think-
exactly.
Yeah, it was our first monetization checks coming in for like 3 cents, and it should have been 4 cents, or where that went.
No, it'd be $100. First
we need
you get
$100.
Oh yeah,
Bucks.
Is that a year?
That's minimum payout.
yeah, minimum payout.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
don't know
once
when
we
we'll
hit
see it.
100.
yeah. Probably next month, honestly.
All right.
I think. Yeah.
That's good. We're only a couple years into this thing.
When I monetized bald tires, it was like that. They were like, you can't have it until you get $100. And it took me like, I don't think I ever actually cashed it out. But
Frame that
money
baby.
is somewhere. It belongs to somebody.
It just sits there.
That'd
YouTube.
be one of those things you gotta like claim one day. It's like
Yeah.
there's $100 for your name.
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
like the
check
missing
in the
money.
mail.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I keep getting checks in the mail.
Yeah?
For
My
Dieselgate.
Really?
Yeah,
They're still
I just
paying
got
you
another
out?
$40 from Bosch.
That
Really?
$40 is
Yeah,
$40.
this is like
That's dinner for the boys.
fourth
That
time,
is-
something like that.
Wow.
Because there was the initial payout, which was great.
How much was that?
Paid off the car.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and I made
Shit.
paid off the car.
That's unbelievable.
That was about
You made money, didn't you?
that was about $15,000.
Holy $15,000.
Paid the car off,
Jesus.
and I bought another car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the logical next step.
Because I bought bought a brand new Passat. So like it just they did it by model year and
They pay you $15,000?
mileage. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it was absurd. That was honestly
Your bad decision buying a
mediocre
Volkswagen.
deal in comparison. Other
Really?
people got like
Yeah.
$20,000
got like
bucks.
extended warranties and shit too, like total powertrain warranties.
You could, depending upon what car you had. For instance, mine was a new enough one where I did have the DEF reservoir already.
Yeah.
So if you had a Mark V TDI, most of them didn't have the DEF installed. So you could elect to have that installed and then have your, powertrain covered for an extended period of time.
Okay.
But I don't know anybody who took that deal and it was like, Oh yeah, let's just install that. Everybody took the payouts. Like
I know
everybody
a
I
guy,
know.
I met him I was in the launch for the Mazda CX-50
Yeah.
in California. There's a guy there, Jake. I can't pronounce his last name, but he does a YouTube channel called Out Motorsports, and he has a diesel Cayenne.
Mhm.
And he was like, yeah, like I took it into service, and the thing was like fucked up, like leaking oil everywhere. He's like, they just covered it, and it was like some over 10 grand bill.
Yeah.
They just wiped it out.
Yeah, just it is what
Holy
it is.
shit.
Yeah, the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah,
It's quite the debacle.
it's just
Yeah, it
it's
seems
wild.
like it.
So that's I don't know how. Maybe it was from the injectors because they were Bosch injectors. I think. I think that's how Bosch is involved.
Let's hope some other companies are involved. Let's keep
Yeah,
this
so-
going.
But like
Couple
no
Recaro
joke.
checks.
Get a check from Hella.
Like there's
Yeah, who made those light bulbs?
I want every contractor.
Yeah.
I want all of them.
dude, it's crazy.
Who
Like
did the tires? I need some
Yeah,
Michelin.
fucking Goodyear. Come on.
who did your first oil change?
I
Where
wanna
did you
see-
get that?
you know.
Yeah.
I want to see VW CEO shaking this guy upside down. Every penny. I
We had to
want.
pay out. You got to pay out.
Yeah, it's your turn now.
Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah,
That's
no,
really
it's
a
still-
windfall.
Still wild. I got it sitting on my desk at work. I got to
Got
deposit.
to cash that baby
There was
before
those
I
like
go.
airbag recalls and
The
my
Takata
friends,
stuff,
they
yeah.
just got like the postcard with Morgan Freeman on it. You ever see that?
No way.
It was like literally Morgan Freeman like, please replace your airbag. And I was like, why Morgan Freeman? It was like,
He's like a
My friend got
trustworthy voice.
yeah, my friend got it framed.
They're like, we got a ton of money to write off. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Let's
Or
put Morgan Freeman on the
What does he
postcard.
say? It's the replace your airbag or get busy dying.
Yeah.
This guy played God, right? Yeah, put
This
him
guy
on
gets
there.
it. This guy gets it. Is that Morgan Freeman? I guess if I saw some Morgan Freeman in my mail, I'd look at it.
Yeah,
I
me
take
too.
it
would-
fucking
right,
It's a
seriously.
good call.
Hence, they did the right thing.
If
I seen
follow
that
him,
movie where they steal the kid he's watching. I'm gonna look at that stuff.
They steal the what?
Still a kid.
He's like watching a kid in Mexico. Nope, that's Denzel Washington. Damn it!
Which is a great movie.
Yeah,
I can't remember
I'm
the
out.
name
If
of it.
it's Denzel Washington, I'm reading it. If it's Morgan Freeman, it's just gonna slide right through.
Morgan Freeman is, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that was a good flick. Pretty
Yeah.
decent,
Incredible.
mediocre flick.
Almost as good as Predator.
Nearly.
Oh, nearly it's Predator highs.
There was like,
Could have been edited to be as good.
there was,
Exactly. This is bad
just
editing
missing
team.
something.
there was the must stop. Flipping through the channels. Ah,
Shawshank, Predator.
fuck.
Gotta watch it.
Predator. That's it. It was my day.
Gotta watch it.
DVD commentary, I thought was.
Man on Fire. There he is. There's my man
That's
Jordan.
yeah,
That guy understands me.
that's the movie. Good movie.
Devins, what's going
Yeah,
on,
he
Igor?
puts a grenade in a dude's mouth or his
Yeah.
butt or something. I can't remember.
I'd imagine it was his butt.
One of the orifices. Yeah, it's his butt because he has his mouth taped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put a grenade in a man's butt?
Ask Gerbil.
It's worth a shot.
They,
Sure.
they do it with gerbils.
I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah.
Sure, can you run into the bodega and grab a grenade?
Or perhaps,
They definitely have.
or perhaps a lemon the size of a grenade.
Yeah.
That might be a behind the counter ass.
Yeah, it's definitely behind the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Andrea Milanakis.
Andrea Milanakis.
You guys cool? She's got the squeakiest voice, that wonderful woman.
Would you like a bag?
Hey, she's always there to help us.
Yeah, she really is.
Shook, you drinking that drink?
It's subpar.
Okay, good. Well,
What,
you
the berry?
Well, yeah, but he told me he told us all that he doesn't like bubbles
Seltz.
yesterday,
Right.
and he's getting it. And I was like, "There's bubbles in it."
Oh, do you want a mic?
You want a mic? Yeah, get Shook a mic.
I'm not the podcast.
How about a Harry?
Well, I forgot about you.
Yeah.
Because you've been sitting at the table.
How's everyone in the chat room? We're just having a little discussion here about grenades and butts,
Butt stuff. Grenades.
as
Guys,
usual.
did you guys watch? Oh yeah, sure.
But it's not jank at all. Don't worry.
Hello, I'm here to talk about
I
butt
was
stuff
wondering,
and
where
grenades.
did that go? What's this cable for? What is it?
Yeah.
You ever seen Magic School Bus?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Remember
Miss
the
Frizzle.
episode when they like go inside Carlos? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they go into like his bloodstream
Yeah.
because like you can imagine they're like, oh, we'll just go in Carlos's mouth, like when they're editing it, like
Yeah.
when they're like storyboarding the episode. But obviously the problem is when you start the episode at his mouth,
Yeah.
it ends at his ass.
There's only one way to end. Yeah, yeah.
Only
So
one
it's
way
like, oh,
out.
we can't do that.
Yeah.
But I know that moment happened. They're like, oh, obviously we go in his mouth. But
Yeah.
then someone was like, but we have to end at his ass.
Yeah.
We've got to come out
Unless
of
they
his ass.
unless they looped,
Yeah, what are
came
we
back
gonna
up.
do? Turn around? But we have to like you're not gonna mention it at all.
Yeah.
Maybe they turn around.
That's his ass. No, you have to.
They came out of Carlos's ass.
No, they went through like his blood.
And they just blasted
How
out
did they
his
get
body?
into his blood?
I don't remember.
Didn't he like
Just
fart
injection
or something?
right
And
through
they
the vein.
Like, all laughed in the bus.
No, because they like went down his throat and they're like, all right, that's enough. Like they didn't even give you the idea that you're gonna go down. To
Jordan back on it. Episode 198, explosive butt stuff. This guy knows it.
Explosive.
This guy knows this. This guy knows his media.
He does. He does.
This guy's real encyclopedic knowledge. Wow, so they come out of Carlos's butt. Well, they come out of his blood.
I don't know how they get out of Carlos.
Miss Frizzle slaps him in the eye and it bleeds, and they come out that.
Well, I mean, if they're covering intestines, it leads to the butt. Like, just
exactly.
yeah,
You can't
like
avoid it.
yeah,
Everybody poops.
exactly, exactly.
Well, oh, is that our episode 198 title? That's a great.
That's what
name.
you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love this guy. Really backing me up today. That Jordan
He always brings the heat.
really does.
No pun intended.
All right,
Shook, you ready over there?
all right, that's enough.
I'm never ready.
All right. Any questions, Pete, before we get rolling?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I think we're all right.
If you think of any, oh, you got a fold?
Yeah, you know,
Is it bullshit or is it great? It looks like it'd be great.
so here's the part that everybody gets. You can and
Yeah.
Paul's be going like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
do
I
it
know.
again.
It's like it's good to be back.
Can you do it harder?
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it harder. Fucking throw this thing across it.
Oh my
So
god.
here's the fucked up part. When you buy it, they're like, there's a screen protector on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you take this off, you avoid your warranty.
That's it.
If you take the screen protector off.
Yeah, literally. You can like just barely see it. But
Oh,
yeah.
I've been looking at that thing recently and been like, I think I need it. I think it's
I
going to be
just
smaller
wanted-
in the pocket.
Yeah, it is. Well, I just wanted a small phone. And every other phone at this little Verizon store I went to was like huge. I'm like, well, I don't fucking want this.
Yeah.
Like, how much is this? They're like, and it was just as much as the other phone. So I was like, all right, fuck yeah, I'll take it.
Fuck it. Folds in half. I'm in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would angrily hang up phone calls with that all the time.
I do. You can watch like shit when you're eating lunch like this. Total game.
That's
Solid.
pretty convenient.
That's solid.
Yeah. Like video chatting. You can-
I don't know how this hasn't caught on, if I'm honest.
I
That's
think like the
fucking
first
fantastic.
one, like you could only fold it so many times so it will like permanently.
Yeah, the cracked in half.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they figured that out. So
I
mine
hope
hasn't
so,
fucked up
for your
yet.
sake.
I know. Well,
How long have you had it?
like 6 months, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
This,
yeah,
got,
so
this thing's got
that's
that
some-
torch attached.
Also, there's like little cracks like forming it. I think it's just a screen protector.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just take it off.
But
iPhone
no
take
problem.
this fucking thing off.
yeah, but I don't know what the fuck. You go to the store like, oh, my screen protector is fucked up. What are they gonna do? Because you can't put a regular one.
Yeah,
on.
good luck. It's a protector. That's what they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
If you put a regular one on, fold it, put it in your pocket, it's like, all right.
Immediately just cracks the shit out of it.
Can't
Well,
take
we're-
this off now.
We're
Yeah, well,
done.
I don't want to go there and like look like an idiot. Be like, they're like, what? You can't put a screen protector on there. I don't fucking know.
What am I, a phone guy now?
I have no idea. Like, you should have told me something. I
man.
don't know. This is
I-
your job.
I bet the new iPhone will fold.
No,
One
it
of them.
won't. It definitely
My
won't.
friend was saying that. He's like, if there was a foldable iPhone, I think I would fucking get it. And
I
was
would,
like, don't see why
100%.
not.
Like a little origami thing.
The only problem is the battery life is not that good because they had to have like 2 batteries in each half.
Yeah.
And they're like small batteries, but I don't know. I don't really have a problem with that because when you like at the end of a phone's life, like the battery is so
Starts to
horrible.
deplete anyway.
So like when you get a new phone, it's like, man, it's fucking amazing.
Does it wirelessly charge?
Yeah, it does.
Do you have to wirelessly charge each half?
You like flip it over like it's an omelet.
Yeah.
It's like a steak.
It wakes you up at midnight.
You do have to select medium rare. That is one.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
You gotta cook both sides evenly.
Yeah.
Gotta see the top.
That's amazing. So stoked. So stoked to finally meet someone that had the balls to buy that thing.
To buy, I've honestly
I
never
see it at
even
the
seen
store
one
and
in
I'm like,
person.
man, I kind of want one.
The way you buy phones with Verizon, it's like fucked up. You can get like a deal on some phone, like another phone is like super expensive for no reason. We had like an upgrade or whatever. I don't know. It's like a fucking maze.
Yeah.
Phone there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is like? Is this pretty cheap if I get it like with everything to put on this? And of course, like, you want unlimited too? If you get unlimited, it's like all this shit. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's pretty cheap. All right, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, let's redo the whole contract again.
And just fucking run out of there.
They're like,
Do you want a case? It's like, how's that gonna fucking work? Like, no, I didn't want to fucking see the case.
They just give you.
I didn't want to know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the leather
son of a
pouch.
Surprise!
Exactly.
The case now
Yeah.
makes it a stand-up phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, there's one con to the case. Well,
so
You can't fold it anymore.
I don't know.
Some
I
real
had a
human
friend-
centipede shit.
I had a friend that worked at Verizon. They make literally no money on upselling you on anything but the accessories.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
I
that accessories
buy
are
it.
big.
It's like a
So
big market.
they're like, hey, you want the full plan? Yeah, all right, yeah. You want this phone? Oh, yeah. You want this case? As soon as you say no, they're like, this motherfucker.
That's
They're
one of those
pissed.
things my dad is like.
What's up, Pete?
He hates it.
Yeah.
He's just like fucking like, oh, they try to sell you all this shit. And it's like, yeah, I don't
I'm
think
with
they
your
do.
dad.
Yeah.
Try to upsell a
What's the name
fucking
of that
satellite
phone, dude?
kit.
I gotta
Strange-
Google the case.
Strange message from
It's,
Igor in the chat.
The Galaxy.
Hey, Pete, I heard about you.
Yeah, Galaxy like is
He's
it
a
a Z
non-threatening
Fold
man.
or Z Flip or whatever?
He's a good friend of mine.
Z Flip Z.
Maybe it's other Pete.
Okay, so they make the one. This is like this one folds like a hamburger style, but they make one that folds the
Hot
other
dog
way.
style.
Yeah.
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 And it's like fucking huge. It's like man, it's
I'm
like
not
really
seeing any
thick.
that.
Yeah, so it's essentially just two of these phones folded in half.
Exactly.
There it is.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
It's 2 cases.
Bring up the article.
How does it
Bring up
stay
the
on,
article.
though?
We got time.
I don't think it does stay on. I think this is just like a facade. At least.
Maybe it just slides over.
It's like it's 2 oven mitts.
It's
That's-
2
yeah,
condoms
exactly.
for your phone.
That's the only picture they fucking
It's
show
all
you
hot
'cause they
dog
know
ones.
if you see
Yeah.
it.
They can't show you the full thing because the science behind it is too
Exactly.
mathematical.
He's holding it on.
He is literally.
Hold on, hang on.
You have to buy super glue as well, so you should start with that.
That
And don't
also
even
voids
think
your
about
warranty.
removing the screen protector.
Well,
I want one.
technology.
It is fucking cool. It's like
Yeah,
when,
we're all in.
when you're scrolling through shit, it's like man, it's like going in that direction, and this is like. You know,
No one can show us one open. Is that what we're meant to believe?
What the
Yeah.
fuck is
What
that?
the fuck is that? It's got a binder.
Oh, that's the pen. I think it has a pen.
Fuck the pen.
Oh, what was that? Go up
there
a
should
little
be
bit.
like documents in that.
Oh, right here.
All right, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, so it has like a has
bungee.
Oh.
That's actually kind of smart.
So
Yeah,
the bungee
sure,
holds it
click on that
together.
Environment one.
See, that guy went to college. Who fucking
This
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
this guy had some real time in
Oh,
college.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Oh yeah, and it has a screen in the front too.
Guy's a fucking engineer.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Oh
you can,
shit, it's
like-
got color.
You can like change your music on your.
Oh, all right.
It's actually pretty neat.
I'm quite sold on a phone I never knew I wanted.
Yeah.
It is pretty. A lot.
$40
of people
for
ask
the
about
case.
it. I was interviewing a Nissan's like product planner for the Z at the auto show. I was like recording as we were talking. He's like, "Does that phone fold?"
It sure does.
Totally.
It's like this
derailed the
bad
interview.
boy's got 500. And, hold on, did you just fold a phone?
Exactly.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's amazing.
All right, you ready to get this party going?
Okay,
yeah,
so
there's
damn
just
it,
like- there's
Igor's talking
conversation.
to other Pete
Happening in,
Yeah, I was-
amongst
in the chat room.
I was
Okay,
gonna say, am I
I'm the JDM guy. Talking
All
to
right.
ransom Pete.
I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna hit that music.
All right, let's go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
Blaze it.
and Corey.si.
Hello, hello.
Shook's over there, man in the ivories.
What's up, you son of a bitch?
And in studio, we have a very special guest, Mr. Peter Holderith of The Drive, of Bald Tires, of some of our favorite articles that have probably ever been written.
It's true.
Yeah. He is can I call you a full-time automotive journalist?
I think that's my title.
Okay.
But, yeah, it feels weird saying that, but yeah, you can
Okay,
call me that.
okay. I figured you know, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I guess it happened really quickly. You know, the pandemic, and it was like 2 years later. It's like, fuck, what? I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
We'll get into that. We'll talk about his story. When we'll learn how he, came to start writing for The Drive, amongst other things like his Saturn Sky. But before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by you and everybody out there who listens, subscribes to our B4B, has brought us over 1,000 subs on
1,000
YouTube.
baby, on 420. Woo! Special edition. Let's go.
It's not a coincidence.
Blazing the charts.
We've been over 1,000 for a
Blazing
while
the
now.
charts.
Yeah, we've been over 1,000 for like a month.
Doesn't matter.
We just realized it today. No. It's brought to you, all the supporters. That's what this is brought to you by, is just you guys supporting us, whether it be monetarily, buying stuff, coming out to events, which we'll talk about that shortly as well. But we love you and appreciate you for all of the support we get.
We really do.
So I'm going to hit this callback button.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
I have a couple quick callbacks.
Okay.
Shook,
Oh.
you did a good job last week.
Wow.
You should just text me if you need to know what the board...
No, I think it was
no.
funnier. It made
Wing it.
It made so much good content. Us trying to figure out the sounds.
Yeah, dude, you got to try and, make shit stick to the wall.
You got to call Shook and see how bad you do it. You know.
Exactly. We did figure out that most if not 90% of the buttons, if you hit them a second time, it stops the sound.
Besides the one really long sound.
Besides the longest one, it just goes, and I had several of them playing at once.
Thing is, can't even tell you why it does that.
Nobody can.
They're all MP3s. They should all work exactly the same. However, they do not.
It's the magic of the dance.
I think it's just the irony of how long it is. Also,
Yeah.
Vraxa said to turn up the guest mic a bit.
Okay, I think I'm just not close enough.
Oh, there
There
it is.
we
How
go.
about now,
Yeah.
Vraxis? How do you feel?
Yeah, are you happy?
Make our guests feel bad.
Yeah. You
Son of
sound
a
good
bitch.
real
At
close to
least
that.
you guys read that. Some podcasts, it's like, can't you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we don't have any material, so that's pretty much, that's a big part
Matter
of
of
the
fact, we
podcast.
pull everything
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it.
Someone said something. All right, let's get on that.
we rely on me fucking up the soundboard. But, content, fuck it up more.
Oh, quick, Shook, you're wrong. This stuff is great.
Yeah,
Isn't that
What
just
the-
water?
it's sparkling water, and honestly,
It's a berry one.
Berry.
A little flavor. Bury It Alive by
Bury
Liquid
It
Death.
Alive.
Our sponsor. Nope.
I have tried so hard to get to them. Yeah.
Liquid Death.
They were somewhere. I think I saw them at the auto show.
Have
So-
you gotten banned
No,
by their
but
accounts yet?
it's so
You haven't
many
tried hard enough?
podcasts are sponsored now by Liquid Death. I was like, I mean, you can obviously afford to throw us $7.
I don't know if we mentioned we
a
have
month.
over 1,000 YouTube
But-
subscribers.
I know.
I've
should go at
tried.
them now.
It's
Come
been,
on,
it's been pretty
listen.
hard to get to them and even get a response.
I will say.
Let's
that-
find their headquarters.
In like
Let's
Austria.
go see them.
Oh wow.
It's in Austria.
Well, I got
It's
family in
better
Austria.
than most-
Had family in Austria. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They got a place.
What are you
we can
saying
stay.
over there?
What do you
It tastes
mumbling?
better than most like sparkling waters, but it still tastes like.
That's because it's got 20 calories, so it's got that extra flavor boost.
Yeah, I
there
mean
you go.
that part's cool, but it tastes like TV static, and someone's like berries. You know, it's not. It's just not.
No, that makes perfect sense to me.
Dylan, pee pee
So,
poo poo. Nice
yeah.
call,
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, Dylan.
I had
what's
a couple
up,
other.
TVs?
That's what we're talking about tonight. I had a couple other
Pee-pee and
callbacks.
poo-poo.
You guys are talking about the Miatas
Yes.
on Mazda's website.
Yes.
Yes.
I was intrigued, and I built the most expensive one I could.
Yep.
How much was
Care
that?
to guess what it tops off at?
44,895.
I couldn't get it that high. 41,335,
Professional.
and that's for
There it
the
is.
God damn.
that is for the Miata RF Club.
Oh, for the club. Don't they have a package above that? Can you get like a touring?
That's still a lot of money to get.
So
topped
the
off.
other one, there was the RF, which was more expensive than I didn't try to build like a normal one. So I don't know
there
if
we
there's
go.
anything there.
All right.
I just had to go.
So my guess, what you're
RF
saying is my
Club.
guess is probably right.
We can do it real quick. I can take a look.
Please don't bring more Miata content to the podcast.
whoa, you're gonna hurt Jordan's feelings. Look, he knows a thing or two about.
I was very intrigued by it to see how expensive of a Miata I could build. That's pretty expensive.
They're pretty expensive now in general.
Yeah.
Don't they start at like 32 or 33?
Start
it's
a
pretty
normal
expensive.
MX-5 starts at 27.6, and then obviously you do anything to it, and it's going to go over the top.
Yeah. You need
Then
the
the-
LSD and all the.
Exactly, and then like the RF starts at 35.
For 30K, the car should
35.
come at peak level fun.
A lot of car.
Yeah.
And let's see,
30K.
just
It
from
should be
the
a lot of car.
Yeah.
non-RF version, there are 3 trims: Sport, Club, and Grand Touring. Grand Touring starts at 32.65,
Okay.
and that one I bet would probably top out similar.
Yeah.
Because there were some things like colors that were a little bit more money. You know, just the normal stuff. There was a like performance accessory pack exterior wise that you couldn't put on the Club. I was very curious of. But yeah, I had a good time
Interesting.
building one of those.
Well, it's like, well, would I pay $40,000 for Miata? I don't know. Would I pay $40,000 for like a new Z? It's like, fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah. hell
Right,
yeah.
exactly. I mean, again, you're talking much more horsepower,
Oh yeah.
probably better looks because I definitely think the new
The
Z
rear
looks
end
better
of that
than
thing is just
the rear end. Yeah, the new Z is
yeah.
spot on.
It's a handsome car.
Definitely weirded out by the gas door.
Yeah.
Big gas
I
door.
saw that and I was like, man, why is it so big?
It's
It's
huge.
gigantic.
It's so it's easy
I
to
think
tack
maybe-
your wide body kit too.
It's like a basketball.
It's fucking big. It actually doesn't look that big in person, I thought. Actually, I don't know if I just didn't want to insult
It,
the guy.
it blends. No, but it blends in really nicely. But once you open it, you're like, Jesus.
yeah,
Look at
man.
this
it's
thing.
big. I think maybe because they're going to put a plug in there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in case they ever go electric.
Yeah.
So is it on the title? Is it listed as a 4-door? Because that fucking thing. Because it's a coupe liftback with a 4th door.
Oh, not bad.
I don't believe so.
Let's see. Anything else for
We got a
callbacks?
heated seltzer debate going on in the chat room
Wow.
right now.
Jeez.
I'm sad to say I'm part of.
Polar.
They're all trash.
Polar Pink Apple Lemon is my new favorite seltzer of all
Pink
time.
apple lemon, not fancy polar.
No,
What
no,
is
not
Fancy
not.
Polar?
Fancy polar is like the limeade, the lemonade ones.
Yeah, the AIDS, Polar AIDS,
Polarade, yeah.
which are delicious. But Polar Pink Apple Lemon,
Really? I'm telling you, this Liquid Death Buried Alive hits.
yeah,
It hits. But it's not a 0-cal, so I mean...
hard to find, not as
Expected.
mainstream.
Yeah.
No, I ordered some off Amazon. They still haven't shipped it. I ordered it a week ago.
Still hasn't been
You
made.
know what I ordered on Amazon? I ordered Rich Energy.
We got some.
We
You
got
want
some
one?
if
I
you
got
want.
some too. I got like a whole fucking case. People
You
like,
want one
"How'd
now?
How'd you get that?
Would you like one right now?
I've never opened the one
Really?
I had.
Oh, I'll get it.
Sure,
Get
go
me a
grab
Rich
it.
I
Energy.
would love a Rich Energy.
Yeah. No. We
Have
we
you ever
save
had-
it for our best guests. We save it for our best guests.
Have you ever had Red Bull?
I've had Red Bull several times.
Very
Okay.
similar.
Okay.
It's Red
Yeah.
Bull in a different color.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
I'll take it.
Perhaps,
I'll take
yeah.
it.
Yeah, this way you don't have to go into your supply and you get to try it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great deal. Yeah. Make sure you get the label towards
It's sort of like
Yeah,
buying
label
two.
towards the camera.
It's sort of like buying.
You got it in the fridge?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, what do you think?
Only-
Some
only the
low-class
best.
establishment?
I don't know. I don't keep mine in the fridge.
Yeah, crack that thing. Let's get a taste profile on it.
It's sort of like buying two pairs of sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
One you can wear, one
Yeah, yeah.
I've done that
and when you
Yeah.
gotta put away.
You rock when you stock one.
Yeah,
Crew stopped selling these.
Yeah.
And I was like, next time, I had like a panic thing, and they came back
Stocking
and said,
up.
I'm like, I'm buying two. Fuck this.
Never again.
Yeah.
Another callback I had briefly was just you guys are also talking about the IS 500. Yeah, baby, that thing is just magical.
We get that. We'll get into our auto news segment.
No, yeah, no.
I
It's
just want to do
Casale.
as a car buy. as far as I can
this
tell.
was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because Casale, I don't know why he wouldn't want that.
I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, this is a Red Bull.
Yeah, basically.
100%,
yeah.
right?
But if I saw a Red Bull and this on a shelf, I'd buy this.
Right, that
The
was the
rich
one
is
that.
twice the price. You're still paying it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All they
How's it
need to
taste?
do is put a John Player special livery on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those things would sell like
It kind of is John Player already.
Yeah, it is.
right. It is, but it
Yeah.
just happens to say
That's
rich
what their like
with a deer.
insane CEO said. He
Yeah.
was like, "That's why we're doing these fucking colors, man." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And the Haas car had it. I was like, "Man, that is kind of sick."
He's right.
Yeah, he was right.
Next scene cuts.
Yeah. Fucking record scratch. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Turns out he's got $7 in his bank account.
Yeah, it's like, okay. I don't know if I'd, start an energy drink company with $7,
Yeah.
but man's ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
did.
shot a shot.
Yeah.
That's it. That was
I was
it.
in jail.
Wayne Gretzky. Michael
Is he in
Scott.
jail?
No, I have no idea.
I don't think he is. I think he's actually on to doing something similar.
Didn't they like start to come
he's-
back again in
he's
F1
still
or
scamming?
something?
They sponsor like a motorcycle or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have swore I seen
No,
them.
he's been saying it. He's like, we're going back to F1. I swear to fucking God. But, no one wants, he's like, persona non grata. No one wants to touch him.
Right.
I feel like if he's shaved,
I
I don't know,
might be-
shows up, gets a haircut.
maybe nobody had. Yeah, nobody had
Different
the
man.
clue.
Different man.
Like, who's this guy?
Different colored energy drink.
Exactly.
That's it for my callbacks. They were just a couple brief ones.
Well, you'll be glad. I've almost gotten all my oil changes done. 2 cars left.
Oh, man, you
Two
guys got
cars.
like fucking notes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we were joking. We spent hours.
Yeah.
Really?
Not really, no.
200 episodes in, we're just sitting our stride.
Yeah,
We're
really,
No, I
just-
feel
really,
that. I feel that.
Yeah.
I still got to do my K truck, which I realized today I didn't do last year. So I got to do that, and I got to do my M6, which is here. So almost done.
Yeah.
I'm getting real proficient at oil changing,
Nice.
and I've yet to pull the drain plug and have the correct crush washer. Every single time I pull the drain plug, I'm like, fuck, I have to go
that's
to
crazy.
Riley's again.
That's
Yeah.
a good omen.
You changed the crush washer?
Oh my God.
I send that baby right back on.
Do you really just resend?
I
Yeah.
thought you were saying you would never broken one.
No.
I never had a leak.
So when you're buying the filter, it's not coming with the new crush washer?
One of them didn't have it, wasn't correct. Actually, the M5 it was correct.
Okay.
Then I did the GTR and it was wrong.
Yeah, that's a whole
And then I
different
went to the
ballgame.
store and I was like, I'm gonna buy 5 of them. Doesn't fit anything else.
Good.
So I've got the next 5 years worth of oil changes for that
Yeah.
thing done. The K car, I didn't even know what happened. I know I pulled the thing off and I was like,
Wasn't
"Fuck,
there a
here we
thing
go
You have a
the-
bunch of oddity stuff. It's not a.
Yeah, I got a bunch of weird shit. I got a bunch of
Right.
weird
It's
shit.
it's not a U.S. spec
Essentially, the
Civic.
M5 and the M6 have the same motor.
Yeah, they do.
almost.
Yeah, so
So hopefully it's the same size drain plug.
I think it's the
M3
same
wasn't.
filter,
The
too.
M3 wasn't.
How much
Same
oil
filter.
does a K truck take?
I think like 2.
Like a thimble?
Maybe a liter and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
just spit in it.
I probably don't have to. I probably can change it every 10 years on that thing.
Yeah.
it's like filling a trans. You just fill it up until stock comes back out.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know. That's how you know it's supposed to fill in a generator.
Yeah.
Easy mode.
Yeah, so that's almost done, which is nice. Little callback, which you guys noticed. My ears aren't tuned enough. my CRV, the CR3, had a bit of an exhaust leak when we were riding its white walls down to New York for the show.
The second we get near Jersey barrier.
Yeah.
That's when it all came out.
I was like, I don't know. I think this thing has an exhaust leak. You guys were like, yeah, it fucking has an exhaust leak.
You're like fucking Pat, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I like re-welded. Someone stole the cat before I bought it.
Oh, okay.
So I got one that didn't fit. I welded it on.
It happens.
Yeah. So anyways,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta. Sometimes you gotta go through with it.
Exactly.
So I went and I put it up on the old lifty pie, turned it on, and literally just had my hand like feeling down the exhaust pipe. It's pretty erotic.
You've got a limited amount of time before it gets real hot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And felt a little air coming out. It was just like a pinhole, dude. It must have come off over the winter because it wasn't that bad before.
Oh, okay, this is in the all right.
There's
all
a
right.
pinhole in one of my welds, and then Big Ian, one of my greatest friends, one day came to my house and I was welding something. So the next day he anonymously sent me a caliper for steel thickness. Use that thing, set the settings right, dude. It was like fucking welding with butter. Pop that baby right together. It's perfect now.
A caliper? Oh, I mean you measure it and then
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of me just being like, yeah, it's 22 gauge, or yeah, it's 10 gauge, and just cranking them, blasting right through, which
Yeah.
is what I usually do.
Yeah.
Crank it and see what happens.
So it's better. White walls still look tight.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, the Iron Man white walls,
Yeah.
ride fucking smooth.
Oh, that was a great
It
ride.
was a very comfortable ride.
yeah.
No one put 36 pounds of air in there, which is way beyond spec. Still rode nice.
What is spec on that?
I think like
On a little tire
30
like that.
maybe, 29.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also white walls. It really gets the respect when you need it.
Comfort comes from.
What car is this
Inside
on?
the white
It's a CRV, second gen
A second gen CRV on white walls.
white
Yeah.
walls.
I've never seen that. I can't picture that.
I would have brought it.
Shook.
I
It
would
was
have
with a
brought it.
picture.
Shook, did I put a picture up of that
It's
thing?
on Instagram.
Yeah.
One time I was in New York City and I saw like a Slam CRV, which is like a
Dude,
weird.
We
I-
did too.
And
I
was
would
like,
slam
what the fuck am
mine.
I looking at? I did like that. Did like a double take and everything. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I would
It's a
100%
flex.
slam mine, but I go snowboarding
Okay, so
with
it's
it.
not like a fucking like 57
No, it's just a
Chevy
stripe.
white
It's a
wall. Oh,
stripe.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible looking. That was kind of the goal.
You know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Well,
What
I'll
ab-
get it there. I'll
What,
get it there.
yeah, what
Give me
about?
time.
Yeah, there we go. Well, now, what about that car in the parking lot at work with it's got the yellow, the
Those
orange?
are Vogues.
Yeah.
He's got the mustard mayo.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got Vogues. I don't have Vogue. I don't have Vogue money for this thing.
yeah,
Tell you that much right now.
yeah. Look at her though.
She looks pretty strong.
What a noble steed to take us to New York and back.
To the heart of the city and back.
I'll tell you what. No problem.
Truly, I mean, and that scooter never stood a chance.
Look at Schmitty. Vogue's not available. Oh yeah, we get out of Peter Lu.
Oh no, we're gonna save that.
I'll talk
We're
about
gonna
that
save
later.
that. It's still what I told Tanya about that. It was oh my god, I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
sometimes
Couldn't
you gotta.
believe it. It was amazing.
You gotta fight what God puts out behind you. And then the only other thing I have is is that all I have? Yeah, dust off weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
Dust off
It's
weekend.
a crust off weekend.
Huge weekend.
Dust off Sunday.
Dust off Sunday, film Friday.
We have our
Laps for
film
Jesus
premiere
Saturday.
Friday, 7 p.m. at
Proclamation
Proclamation
Ale,
Brewery in Warwick, Rhode Island.
Warwick, Rhode Island.
The movie starts at 8, but get there early. The seats are selling out fast. This
It's
place
free.
is going nuts. It's like
free.
Wayne stock.
It's
selling
free.
out.
Just buy
That's
beer.
important to note. Yes, our last event that we threw here, we needed to cover some overhead, so it was not free. However, this event totally free to you.
Totally free.
Butterhead food truck will be there. Food is incredible. So I
Incredible.
hear, haven't eaten yet, but a chef who I trust told me
I was
so.
just gonna say,
we
yeah.
go.
There's some ties that
Big references at Butterhead.
Exactly.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of beer. There'll be
Seltzer.
drinks for non-alcoholic.
Aim to
things
get
as
there a
well.
little early because the place is impossible to find. Shook's going to be in the guard booth.
So I,
If you get the guard booth, keep going.
figured out that I can get them the address directly to the guard booth.
Perfect.
Dean Warehouse. Search for Dean Warehouse in Warwick, Rhode Island. It'll take you right to the guard booth. Proclamation's right there.
Yeah,
Just keep,
you'll see Proclamation.
yeah, if you hit the guard booth, just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Warehouse brings you directly to that guard booth, and we'll have no one posted up there, but just keep going.
Yeah. Nobody will be there. I doubt we can put a sign out front legally, but
Just watch me.
Do whatever it
I'll
is.
print how big of a sign you need.
Yeah.
I mean, let's run
Yeah,
off
put a Revival Motoring sign on it.
an 8x10.
But yeah, it's
Foot?
definitely.
Foot.
I mean, I'm not a gambling man, but Friday's gonna be the best part of Dust Off Weekend. Let's be honest.
I'm super excited. So we've got, like you said, we've got the part I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It's the movie. It's to relive the magical moments.
I was I finished it, and nobody's seen it but me. But I
was gonna say I haven't seen
That's
it.
some real director's cut shit.
I told my
going on.
wife today, I'm like, can you watch this? Can you just watch this?
What'd she say? It sucks.
Chef's kiss.
She gave you the chef's kiss?
Gave the chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
You get the
Yeah.
chef's kiss?
Yeah, confirmed.
Did
So
you kiss the chef?
No, not yet. I haven't been home.
So just to tie it in quick, a friend of mine, he is into racing like Baja style stuff.
Okay.
So we did the Min 400 in December.
Sure.
Didn't go well. Did the Min 400 this March. Ran it back. Did much better. Finished.
You're not giving all the story. You were co-driver.
He's a co-driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short.
I didn't want to go on the whole tangent, but Josh has made, which I would recommend you check out, an incredible like video series for the event there in December, and then now the one in March, which ends in a much more happier moment for us, and we're having a big event for it, so we're excited for it, and it's a jam-packed weekend. So we've got Friday night the movie. We got Saturday night, Laps for Jesus.
Yep.
Don't forget Foundation.
Charity laps at Thompson Speedway.
Yeah, Foundation Blues website, $25.
I was going to say, go sign up now. If you are going to do that, go sign up now. Make it a little bit easier for them.
Make it easier for him.
And then Sunday, we got Dust Off. What more do you want?
Sounds like a good fucking time.
And it's a hell of a weekend.
Dust off biggest Volkswagen Audi show
In Connecticut.
In Connecticut.
Yep.
This weekend.
2022.
In 2022. On this weekend is the biggest one.
But it's going to be a great show. It hasn't happened, obviously, for obvious reasons in about 2 years.
Yep.
So it's back.
We're
It's
excited.
beautiful.
We'll
We're
be
excited.
there.
We
We'll be
will.
there all day Sunday.
All three of them will be there.
I guess something else I'm doing Saturday now, too. Forgot what it is, though. We'll figure it out later.
Laps for
I've
Satan.
got
Last for Satan, yep.
I got an Easter egg hunt happening at my house.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, big one.
At your place?
My place.
Easter egg?
Yeah.
Like for Easter?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I wasn't with my family on Easter, so
So you're doing a second, a makeup
I'm doing
Easter.
a second. Yeah, doing makeup Easter.
Makeup Easter. I'll take it.
Yeah. So doing a makeup Easter.
Dual bunnies. Running dual bunnies.
Yeah.
That's all I have for callbacks. I mean, we have a last weekend's events, which will be great. And I got a deep thought. I know Shook's got a deep thought.
Yeah, Shook, you were very excited. What's your deep thought? And
I was excited.
let's make this worth it.
Let me hear a deep thought.
If you buy an old car, you're poor. If you buy an even older car, you're rich.
I think fucking Plato said that first.
Yeah. Wow. That is, you know what?
Hey, you know what?
It's probably one of the best ones I ever heard.
Define old, and then define older.
No, you can't define
you
it.
know
That,
you
that
No,
fucks
you
it
can't.
up.
You can't. Of course, this is
Plato
this is a
wouldn't. Plato wouldn't. He'd just say some shit like that.
If he
I
was here
gotta-
today,
I
I'd
gotta-
ask.
I'm going to leave it for your mind to wander.
Yeah, if he was.
Who's his kid still around?
Yeah.
Get him on the fucking show.
Get him on the
Confucius in
horn.
room.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's tremendous. Thank you very much.
Shook
That's tremendous.
Fuchsius.
Wow.
Shook
Shook Fuchsius.
That's right.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
fantastic.
that might have been a haiku.
Yeah.
Was that a haiku?
Yeah.
You want to write that out, put it on the screen?
I think we were close.
We're close enough.
We could probably finagle it into a haiku.
Oh yeah.
Did you
You
think
should
of this?
start with a man who buys an old car is a poor.
Did you think of
A
this?
man who buys an older car is a gentleman.
That's true. Or sir.
Unrhymed
Can I
poetic
think of it
form
myself?
consisting of
Did you-
17 syllables arranged in 3 lines, 5, 7, and 5. Wow, that sounds hard.
That's not a haiku.
I was going to ask if you thought about this and came up and developed this idea while you were posting to Instagram about how people wipe their ass.
Dude, what a heated debate that was, too. And if you would like me to get into that,
No, we don't need to do
Yeah,
that
I need
now.
to know the results.
guys, if you want good poop story voting Instagram posts,
Poop story voting Instagram post.
Yeah.
you just gotta follow my Instagram and you'll find out more. Very
I'm pretty sure Shook suffers from IBS, but just doesn't know yet.
Very heated debates so far have been: do you sit or stand when wiping?
Yeah.
Oh, the most recent one. That's what it was. Yes.
And I voted this twice, and it's usually close to 50-50. This time was a blowout
Sit or
on
stand
sitting.
50-50?
It was yeah.
I feel like that's kind of fucked up.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Exactly.
You
That's why
just-
it's such a
And
good
the
debate.
people,
I'm looking at people way different these
Listen,
days.
Exactly.
well, you guys can't see. I can see, but the people who
I
sit,
lay down.
the people who sit think they're fucking Lord Jesus fucking Christ has risen again.
I think I'm Lord Jesus Christ.
Somebody messaged me and said,
I think this is the rigged election.
somebody messaged me and said, every single fucking person that voted standing, remove them from your Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
That's just extreme prejudice.
I don't think that's extreme at all.
Well,
Anyways,
What
the
was
other
your
I
one
voted
today?
Was
Yes.
before a shower, do you pull up your pants when you're done taking a shit, or do you take them off?
take them off.
Yeah.
And then, of course.
Right.
So-
Why go through the motions?
For some reason, I always pull my pants back up and then I go for a towel.
Are you exiting the bathroom?
I don't exit the bathroom completely. No, they're in the same room. I don't know why my body just does it. I'm done shitting, wet my ass,
I don't know what to fucking say to that.
pull my pants up,
I'm done shitting, lay down,
Yeah,
wipe my
we're really
ass.
happy you came and joined us today.
I know.
turn the shower on. That's how it goes.
This is what you were like. We wanted you to ask about,
Yeah.
All right.
We were just giving you so much material.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
These are the questions that people want to know. Like literally, whoever asked. That
No, it's generally you,
Yeah.
I am fucking intrigued.
but there is an
I'll say that
opinion.
much.
Real quick though, segue. On my work call at the end of the day, we have like a 4:45 work call.
Mhm.
I said, when you guys take a shit, you guys stand or sit? And my manager goes, you gotta stop asking people that question.
There's no fucking way you did that.
I
You
swear
did
to
that?
God, I swear to God. And
Listen.
Your manager knows it's an issue.
these are the important questions that we need to ask one another.
And the fact that he says you got to stop asking people means it's getting around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows I've asked it multiple times.
If I was your boss, I'd do like some fucking 3 strikes shit.
Yeah, that'd be
You're
easy.
out. You're done.
Easy
Done.
3 strikes.
You're done.
I'd make you watch me like on a whiteboard. Like that's 2. That's 2.
He'd sit down while he's erasing it too. All right.
Oh my
Any other
God.
callbacks? Are we good?
I got a deep thought. That might be
all
a
right,
nice
that's where we're
transition.
at. Yes, please. Yes, we need something.
This is a discussion. And I was sitting around and I just thought about this. This is fucking unbelievable. This poop thing's gonna go on the whole chat room. This is why we're gonna not pay attention to the chat
That
room
we
again.
can't look
Yeah.
at.
There's a lot of votes for that.
Okay, so the Corolla GR
Yep.
Yep.
that everyone's all hyped up about, losing their fucking minds,
Pants
Is-
tent.
is a Ford Focus RS.
It is 100%.
It's a Ford
Just
Focus
made by a
RS.
different company.
Why is
Minus-
everybody so excited? Not that I'm not excited, because I was excited, but it's the same thing.
It's because they fucking had us by the cocks for the GR Yaris for so long. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Right.
They just got our cocks in their hands,
Exactly.
and they're just leading us around.
But they also had us in their hands with
With the Focus.
the Focus RS that didn't come to the U.S.
yeah, but
until
like
it
the
did.
Focus RS had those issues with like what the rear diff like wasn't a rear diff, had like the clutches and shit. in
It would overheat if you race it, but if you actually tracked it, nobody tracks those.
No,
things.
they
that-
had the issue where the
true.
heads were lifting off the block.
No, the issue was that they put the wrong head gasket on the first edition ones.
yeah.
They put the 4-cylinder Mustang head gasket on it, and it fucked everything up.
Turns out there's a difference.
Turns out, yeah, it was like coolant passages.
Yeah.
My brother has like a bone stock Focus ST, and he allegedly
Killer.
raced one of those down the highway once, and he said it wasn't pulling at him that hard.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I feel
That's
like
what
I had,
every
like a
Focus
tune.
ST person.
That's what Focus ST guys say.
You know, he's not really a Focus. He wants to get a Camaro.
Oh,
I feel
boy.
like he's not like a Focus ST guy.
What kind of Camaro, though?
What kind of Camaro?
Like a 6th Gen 2 SS he wants.
There we go.
Okay.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah. That's...
yeah, I
not
mean,
like a fucking like catfish.
I
Camaro
had a
or something.
Focus ST. Oh,
$10.
$10.
Shouts to Mike
Bucks
Crawford.
for the
Shouts to
fucking
my-
boys.
Bucks
I
for
think
the
is what
boys,
BTFB
baby.
stands
Bucks for
There
the
we go.
boys.
Do I get a cut of that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll email you.
Yeah.
69 cents sound good?
Yeah, all right.
But I guess the problem is the Ford Focus RS got fucked over by dealers, right?
Yeah.
I had a guy. I went to a dealer to drive one locally. I'm not going to throw it on the bus because I like these guys. Someone crashed one on a test drive, like board slid a guardrail. They fixed it on their own dime and tried to sell it, and they were like, "We'll give it to you for MSRP." I'm like, "I'm not paying MSRP for this thing." But they all fucked them over. But it's like it's same horsepower, same torque, same tricky all-wheel drive system,
Yeah.
same decent interior for a car that doesn't usually have a decent interior. It's the same thing.
And the
Minus
dealers
the
are gonna-
cylinder.
And the dealers are going to fuck people again.
They're gonna
Yeah,
fuck people-
100%, yeah.
Every article you see is like, "Hey, by the way, Toyota's gonna fuck you on this
I'm
car."
so fucking. I just don't. I might just get off social media when they start going to dealers. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking hear
It's
it.
going to be enraging.
People like be like, says fucking deal, $10,000. It's like, yeah. They're making like what, like 7,000 of them? It's like you're not
So
gonna
the-
fucking get one.
The Circuit Edition is going to be like 1,500. Well, actually, they
yeah.
haven't released it yet, but yeah, Circuit Edition about 1,500, and then the base one about 6,000
Yeah.
supposedly. But
Yeah.
that's again only for year 2023.
Right.
So
But that means like each deal is gonna get like 3.
yeah.
With
the-
that being
Yeah.
said,
there was actually a couple people who got in touch with
Focus
us about
RS is a pretty good deal.
allocation, and they were like, "Oh yeah,
Is it?
our dealership's not even getting one."
What's
mid-30s?
Yeah.
Focus RS is mid-30s
Yeah.
now. That's what they were new.
Man.
good deal.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's the formula works every time. The problem that Evos and STIs had,
Yeah.
trash interiors, and they're ugly.
I
and they're ugly as
always
sin.
overlooked the
I like
Evo's
the
trash
early Evos.
interior.
Yes, but Evo's not ugly like the STI is
Yeah.
ugly.
The STI interior is made of fucking Legos.
Yeah, it's bad. You
I'm
know,
almost
I have a
positive.
Saturn Sky, so I can't really talk. And I had a Cobalt.
I'm pretty
before
sure
that.
you can because the Saturn Sky interior substantially nicer than the STI.
I got a
interior.
buddy, and he has a Corolla actually, and it's dog shit stuff. But you can't tell him that,
Yeah.
Can't say that.
Is it an XSE?
No. So he went to the dealer. He's like, I'm gonna get a stick one of these. It's gonna be great. And then he fucking, he's like, well, you can't get all this shit when you get the XSE. He wanted, like the highway assist and shit. And he wanted all that.
Come on.
It's like if you can't get that stuff on the stick one. So he didn't buy a stick one. It has like the Hot Boy fucking wing, and it's red.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He has
Very
it on
tight.
coilovers or lowering springs. It actually does look pretty good, but he always gives me shit for the Sky interior, and he's like, man, I just couldn't live with that. And it's really not that bad, but it is actually, as compared to like other GM products, like the Cobalt was pretty fucking bad. That was a fun car, but I will give people that. Like the interior was pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sky. We'll get into it a little bit more later, but that was like Saturn's premier flagship car, right?
So it's the most powerful Saturn ever made
Okay.
by like a fucking big
Hold
margin.
on.
And it was the most expensive. So
Okay.
I think actually maybe like the Aura, like the SUV they made was like a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But easily the coolest car they made. Besides, actually the Ion Redline is pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah. That was cool.
When I was selling my Cobalt, the guy was like, he knew who I was, which was like terrifying. He's like, oh yeah, I've seen everything you posted about it. I'm not going to sell this to you then. And he was like, you want my Ion Redline as a trade? And for like a hot second, I was like, yeah. But I just need to get rid of it.
That is an interesting thing. If somebody, you almost need an alias when you're trying to buy a car or something.
Well, I like to think I don't, because I assume like when I sold the Cobalt, like to the guy who actually sold it to, no idea who I fucking was. Like,
Yeah.
thank God. And I don't want to deal with that.
No, you
Right,
definitely
right.
don't.
Because I'm not a famous by any stretch of the word famous. I'm not a famous person. Like if I went to like a day at the auto show, no one would walk up to me. No one would say anything like that. But you still have to deal with the shit where like people who are into cars are like, oh, I read your article. Like I'm not gonna
Right,
I
if
know
you-
everything about it.
If you're forthcoming and say something that you don't like about something, there's going to be a
exactly.
group
Yeah,
that's
all the
offended.
articles I was writing
Dude.
were like, this shit broke.
Yeah, yeah.
I've twice had guys that have bought my like traded in cars call me.
Oh really?
I had one guy. I had an X5M which had like the most miles on it in the country, and I was like, I was owned an independent German dealership, got everything it cost, paid nothing for labor. It hit 110,000 miles. Like I had to get rid of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
2-3 years later, some guy calls me. He's like, hey, saw you own this X5M. I wonder if do you think it'd be a good idea for me to buy it? And I was like, dude, I own a shop, get the parts it cost, have professional mechanics that do the work for free, and I couldn't afford to keep it up. And he's like, well, I mean, I've done the oil changes in my E46 ever since I owned it. I'm pretty sure I can handle it. And I was like
All right, man. Cool.
God bless.
See ya.
Dude, the same thing happened with my M5. Where the dude calls me up, and I didn't call him back. He's like, hey, yeah, I was looking through the thing, and I noticed your name on an old document, and I was like, oh. So I don't want anyone knowing anything about me
Yeah, no, me neither.
at all.
Fuck that. No, absolutely not.
And
That
that's
was
just
like
the
the 1
annoyance of
Series
having
thing.
me call.
When you sold your 1 Series.
Oh my God, selling the 1 Series?
Yeah.
I didn't want to deal with anybody that wanted to modify a car. I said it was never been modified. Some dude
Turns out.
going back and forth with me, trying to buy it. He's like, has it ever been modified? I was like, nope. He sends me a video of it on a dyno. Because it had it had specific wheels. It was the only one with the wheels on it.
You gotta
And I was like, dude, yeah, you don't want it.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't want to like, how do you chip? How do you like? Because I took all that shit out.
you got to go full just like gaslighting at that point. Like, not my car. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, somebody else copied my wheels.
Exactly. That's Photoshop. Anybody can do
They'd
that.
been out like a year. It's kind of hard to. There weren't many of them around. Yeah.
Custom wheels.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Yeah, that's
Deny,
the last thing you need out there.
No, I don't want that.
But in closing, the Ford Focus RS and the Corolla GR is the same car.
Yeah.
Thank
So
Yeah, I agree with that.
the Focus RS now is the same price as it was new, but now it's got, you can buy one with 30 or 40,000 miles.
There's
on it
not
for
a
the same
single
price.
one of them that was driven gently or by anyone with
No,
a brand.
Absolutely not.
Everyone that owns one of those owns a and/or Ken Block hat or vape.
It's
Or
very
vape.
hard to
Yeah.
find
I have heard they probably
a
have a
half-year
fucking
one.
Shrine.
Yeah, they definitely have a shrine to him. They have his hair.
or a pair of pit vipers.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a
Sponsor.
given. That's
Pit
a given.
wipers are the worst.
Yeah.
Killer cars. Are the one I drove was super slick, even though it got wrecked immediately. But they're the same. But that's the formula that keeps making it. So maybe someone else can pay attention to this and make one.
I mean, I
maybe
don't know.
someone will
Golf has
make
been
them.
cranking it out a while.
Golf R is expensive, and it's not as hot boy looking.
It's almost like
But I appreciate that not as hot
I know,
boy
but
looking.
that's it. That's why nobody's jazzed about it.
Yeah.
It's not hot boy looking.
They need to make like a hot boy version.
And it's pretty easy to get. Recently it
Golf R?
hasn't been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but previously it was. Like when my brother wanted one, we just went and bought one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck now.
Well, yeah, but now nobody can get anything. You can't even get like the only thing you can get is a F-150
Just gonna hold. Just gonna hold.
every
they
second.
They make like a,
One a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Which brings
Holy
me back
shit.
to like not being able to get anything. After long hard thinking on after getting rear-ended, I was like, you know what? Talked to the insurance company. I was like, listen, it's pretty minor. I just need a bumper skin to get painted. It's not that big of a deal. Like let's just get this fixed. Let's get this back on the road. You know,
And not have to deal with.
I don't want to
finding
deal with
another
anything.
vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not the end of the world if it's a big deal. It's really not a big deal. It's just me being like overly dramatic about the situation. I'm sure. I was like, yeah.
No.
I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I don't know. It just looks like a new bumper skin. It'll be fine. Let's be fine. It'll be fine. So I called the body shop. I'm like, listen, when I drop this thing off, man, just whatever it's got to do to get fixed, that's it. You're good. And he's like, all right, you sure?
And then
You
to
don't
come
want
back
anything else?
perfect.
And because it's, I worked with them before and some other stuff, and it's always like, yeah, I mean, if you need a little something else, we'll figure it out, you know. And this time I was like, listen, man, nothing else, nothing else. We just gotta get it done.
Get this thing done.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care because the last time he fixed my car, I was like, the fender's gotta be OEM. It's gotta be brand new. It can't be an old fender you're repainting. He's like, okay, sure, whatever, buddy. You're a lunatic, but
You
sure.
had your fucking hands on his shoulders.
Yeah. Right.
You make sure.
That's 15.
But I was like, listen, I don't care where the bumper comes from. Doesn't matter what color it was. Just fucking paint it black. Throw it on there. Line it up right.
I don't care
Send
if your
it.
kids paint.
Yeah. Just someone do it.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you're daily driving your new drift car.
You know, okay.
Basically.
Hot take. I have zero desire to drift. None.
You will if you go drive a drift track.
I love. Hey, my favorite part about drifting is going and getting in the passenger seat.
If you drive, it'll be your favorite part.
Yeah, it's just. I have
It's a
zero
commitment.
desire.
It's a big commitment.
It is a big commitment. But
You're
like,
gonna tell me.
I wouldn't mind drifting.
or you could
Yeah.
just do it, and then you're like, wow, what the fuck have I been doing with my whole life?
The
This is
best
my
thing
whole
about
life
drifting
terrible.
is the fucking sick cars. Like that's the best part of
Yeah.
it. Because you
Oh,
make
yeah,
these
yeah.
crazy builds and they have like a purpose. Like you're not
Yeah.
just like being an asshole in a parking lot.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, depends.
Well, you
Skid
still
pad,
are generally,
asshole,
right?
parking
Yeah,
lot.
genuine asshole. In the
I was
parking
gonna
lot.
say, yeah.
You
yeah.
got a guy.
Yeah.
And he had a drift car built. Then he took it apart.
Yep, never
I'm trying to make it look cool.
Matter of
for
fact,
being
there's
an
a
asshole in
call.
parking
There's a
lot.
callback.
Yeah, I was gonna get there. My last and final one before we move along on this is Ass Shook about his build.
Nowhere.
Where do we stand?
Oh, I
What are we like 3 weeks running nowhere?
No, I sanded and primered the bay, but it's
I saw that.
it's a work in progress.
What grit did you sand it to?
600.
Wow.
All right, he's serious.
Are you serious?
Serious.
It's still
Yeah.
well, that was just the etching primer, but we gotta go more. And now I have to do filler. 'cause
How smooth are we going here? We talking like bathtub?
Yeah.
You making this thing a
Tub?
downtown smoothie?
I'm
Like a
gonna
bath
do
fitter special?
my best job that I could possibly give.
Okay, not very smooth.
So like, I don't want to see fucking 600 grit sand marks.
Looks like
in there.
Picasso's clay figure.
Fuck, I know when I was in so I went to school for industrial design.
Yeah.
And so you have to learn to like make models of products, which is like, you know, you get like foam and shit and you put Bondo on it and you sand it and you prime it, you paint it and you sand it, you prime it over and over again until you get it perfect. And like, I remember one time my shop teacher who I liked, like took me to the side and he was like, man, you get beyond like 3,000 grit. He's like, just use a fucking piece of printer paper. Like that was a secret.
Yeah.
And I tried it, like, yeah, it doesn't really work. Like, I don't know. And he was like, after that, he didn't really talk to me. Like, I didn't get it, the printer paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
because you get to a grit that's like I've seen shops sand at 10,000. Yeah, you're
that's
literally rubbing your hand on
literally
it.
like a fucking microfiber cloth. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
1,000 grit. Like, doesn't do anything.
I'm not gonna go super crazy, but I don't want there to be sand marks because like I'm doing.
That's
it.
fair.
Up
And
to
the last thing I
1,000.
want for somebody to do is when I pop my hood, be like, "Who the fuck sanded this piece of shit?"
Dude, the first thing you do when you pop that hood. I'm gonna stick my head in there and find something.
Dude, yeah, I'm sure you will.
You know those those little LED paint lights? That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
you're gonna.
that's it.
He's gonna have a flashlight
That's it.
just moseying around.
Yeah, yeah.
I do. Did what you said though? Because you were talking about getting rid of your car and buying something else. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of because I have somebody interested in buying my car. I'm in the
That
same
rusty
boat.
thing?
After looking on Facebook Market, like Car Guru, whatever. I'm like, is it even fucking worth it?
No,
no, and we've
no.
been trying to tell you that
Yeah,
for
but
like
it's
4
not
months.
Even the prices. It's like the cars that are available.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bunch of shit.
It's
Yeah.
You're just buying
trash.
someone else's trash.
Garbage.
I've had my
Everything.
car 85,000 miles. I've done everything to it. I know it inside and out. I know everything about it. There's no reason for me to get rid of it.
You even know what that clunk is now.
Yeah. Now I know.
Right?
And I know
Yeah,
that car.
let's figure that out.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's just brutal. I was like looking at Honda Fits today. It's like, oh, this one looks like it drove through that movie Children of Men. They want 5,500.
Killer flick though. Probably one of the best flicks.
Killer
That,
flick.
that
Yeah.
movie is really good, but
And
it's
then-
also fucking like depressing.
Yeah.
Depressing is yeah.
Just don't
Oh,
buy
yeah.
someone
Then
else's
it's
issues.
like, oh, this one's mint. They want fucking 14.5. Like,
Yeah,
what
fuck
the?
that. For a
where's
Honda
the in
Fit-
between?
You couldn't drag me into a fucking $14,000 Honda.
Pretty sure that's what they were new as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're like
Yeah,
the
they were.
lowest 20s.
yeah.
Great car though.
Great car.
It's a
Great
great
car.
$5,000 car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
$14,000 and 15 years old.
Shook, do you have plans to work on the car?
No.
Do I have what?
Plans to work on the car?
My SI?
No, your drift
Oh,
car.
the drift car? Tomorrow I'm gonna go take a look at it and start sanding again. I have to wet sand the etching primer so it's
Yeah.
nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Just so I can, because before I primered it, right? Because you're just looking at an engine bay and you're like, okay, I know I welded here, I know I grinded there, I know I did this here. As soon as primer hits the car, you're like, what
Yeah,
the
holy
fuck
fuck.
happened in
Yeah.
here? It is so wavy. So
Yeah.
I bought all the shit to do it. So now I'm gonna fill in where all the wavy shit is with some putty my buddy told me to get.
Bondo.
It's not Bondo. It's not Bondo. It's like a.
It's V Ondo.
It's some kind of fucking flexible metal filler. shit,
Flex
so
Seal?
it won't crack. Flex Seal probably would work pretty good.
Pondo.
You got to make sure. I don't know anything. I'm talking out of my ass 100%.
Please
here.
do.
Yeah.
Fucking wear gloves. That shit is nasty.
Yeah, I got gloves.
Like you will get cancer.
So I'm gonna fucking sand the shit out of that, and then once that's all in there, then I go to the primer, and then we're gonna sand 600, wet sand it.
So the next big milestone is getting it painted.
Yeah,
That's like,
and then as soon as it's back from paint, my good friend over at Chassis Harness has
There he is.
completed my harnesses,
yeah.
so those are going in.
You
And then literally it's just JP, which
Yeah.
he sat back and I was like, listen, man, I just bought a fucking chassis harness and like this car is in shambles, so I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
100%
right. It
ready
wasn't
either, so don't
right,
feel bad.
right.
But as that goes, I don't know. We'll see. He said he did look. He said they've got a ton of like. I might have got a little excessive in my request, but apparently they have some. First of all, they have the record. Their shop has the record for a small block Ford horsepower.
what's that, like 300?
Yeah, it's like 280 something. No, this is like a 282, not even a 302. But he's got head porting packages in his CNC machine saved. So instead of me buying ported heads, he was like, listen, if you buy bigger heads, 9 out of 10 times, we got to throw them in all the machines anyways. I'm like, you're my guy. So we're going to just do GT40P, like port and polish.
That's pretty cool.
Heard it's
Redo
not
the
worth
valves, do a basic valve job, and stock
Nice.
bottom end.
What
Yeah.
car is this?
It's in my drift car, a E36.
Oh, okay. I didn't really have to ask, I guess. Everyone's drift cars.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
standard issue.
What's that, you got a 302
So I didn't even
E36,
give a
right?
shit about the car. Like my friend was like, "Yo, it's an E36. It's so cool. It's so clean." I was like, "How much is it?" He's like, $300. I'm like, "Done."
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It could have been a fucking. I don't even know. It could have been a fucking Geo Metro. I'd have been like, "Done." Put something in it.
Yeah. Well,
After,
I don't know how far you would have gone drifting.
Well, we
with
look
Geo
forward
Metro.
to
Never seen that
the
car
next
again.
big update.
Are you coming this weekend to the things that people are asking?
He's definitely not.
I might.
Okay, that's a no.
Yeah.
Friday is the most plausible, but definitely not the Volkswagen one, whatever that's called.
Yeah,
That stuff.
Let's go.
Friday would probably make the most sense.
yeah.
No offense, but I'm gonna go and there's gonna be a Mark IV there that I saw in 2012 with the same wheels on it, and I'm like, I've seen that
Oh shit!
back in 2012.
Shots fired.
RSs.
Come on, man. Respect
You
the
know?
field.
Respect.
Respect all
Yeah, respect all bills. Everyone knows.
I'm
right.
not a show guy. I'm sorry.
Want to hit the news?
Are we no? Speaking of shows, are we going to go to the show? We're going to talk about the show. You want to talk about the show?
Which show? The one coming up?
No, the one we went to.
Oh, you want to do that now as a long-term callback?
It's a callback.
Yeah, we
Kinda
can
is.
do
We
that.
don't have that much to talk about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, actually, and you have attended as well. So
Were you guys at the press day?
Yeah, we ended up going Thursday.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know who to fucking look for. If I knew you guys were going, I would have said something. But I was there Thursday too. I was doing work.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
wait, and
I
then
feel
if you
like-
seated Peter Luger's, you gotta pull it on up.
Luigi's with us.
We left. Yeah, we probably pulled out of there about 1:30.
Well, there wasn't much to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for everybody listening and on YouTube's, we myself, Chuck, and Corey attended the New York International Auto Show 2022 at the Javits Center in New York City. We drove down there on Thursday morning
Yeah.
Nice smooth
Bright and
drive
early.
in, bright and early in the CR3.
CRV. Yep.
White
looking
walls,
nice.
just,
White walls.
just lighting up
Just
the road.
down the road.
We got there. Pete also attended, as he is press for the automotive world. Not that many people there.
No, so way back in 2019, I don't know if it was. I had a press pass for the auto show, and I was like fucking hyped up.
Yep.
Because I was doing bald tires, and I was like, man, they're good. They just give me this shit. Like, did they look at my website? Like,
We definitely
fucked
felt the
up.
same way.
You know, the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I've been going since about 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing. I had another website just called Gangsta, purely like Volkswagen stuff. And I couldn't believe I got accepted.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we need bodies.
What I imagined was like not that many people.
Shrimp
Like
cocktail.
shrimp. So much shrimp, more shrimp than you can fucking eat.
No fucking shrimp.
visualize.
Yeah.
I didn't see a
Yeah,
single
there was
shrimp
no
in the
shrimp.
building.
Yeah, first of all, and then it was
Espresso.
like the second day was like what I expected. Like before I even went, because I never got to go,
yeah.
and it was like, wow, this is like I thought it was gonna be like quiet, people taking pictures. I don't fucking know, seeing your friends.
Yep.
But, like the first day, it was like who the fuck is VinFast? And like
Yeah,
Same.
we said the same thing.
people like
Vinstar.
what is
Yeah,
like
Vinstar.
Sciotera supercar? What the fuck is that? I didn't know what it was called. And it was like people with signs like next press thing over here. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? And like what's his name? Lamborghini CEO was there in his fucking like skin tight suit.
Just fucking bulging out.
And I was like,
Love
man,
it.
like he's just here. And there was like but again, there was like 10 people around. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's ask him some questions. Like, shouldn't there be like 1,000? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there
Way
used to
more.
be.
Yeah, everyone's fucking
Because
That's what
Lamborghini.
people were telling me.
In 2019, there was a decent amount of people in 2019.
2019 was definitely busier than it was this year, for sure.
Before, like, it used to be packed. It used to be
Yeah.
a fight to get to the front
That's
for
what
a
people were
release.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I think there's a mixture of things, and we won't necessarily have to get into all of that or that aspect of it, but just think about how many manufacturers have pulled out. Now-
BMW, Audi,
Mercedes.
Volkswagen had like a fucking tent.
A parking
yeah,
lot.
right.
Yeah.
And we've seen that even in 2019, because that was like the first year where BMW wasn't there.
Yeah.
There were a couple, Audi was still there. Mercedes was still there in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like the first, okay, there's a couple big names not here.
Yeah.
Now, what I've noticed, pandemic related, unrelated, a lot of these manufacturers who are releasing something big are doing their own thing.
Yeah.
We've just seen it with the GR Corolla.
Yep.
Before that, Porsche Taycan, and I'm sure a handful of other ones that I'm
Yeah.
not thinking of. But why spend the money to be at a show where
Yeah,
you're
because it's fucking expensive.
it's expensive, and you very easily could get forgotten by the next big thing that's there.
Oh yeah.
If you
Yeah,
happen to
it's
be
true.
releasing, let's see, way back when I was there when the new Viper was released at whatever press day that was. I can't tell you what else was released other than the brand new Viper.
Right.
When that was finally coming back, et cetera, et cetera. So as a manufacturer, if you don't want to be overshadowed, have your own damn event.
Yeah.
You can invite people, they show up or whatever. You can have shrimp cocktail.
And you can fucking kick people out.
It was nuts.
Exactly. And you can control it entirely. So maybe that's the realm that people are going,
Yeah, we
or
don't-
manufacturers
we don't get
in
into
particular.
those, though.
No, we don't. No.
No, you know what?
We've hit a brick wall there.
It's fucking weird. I've been on probably 4 press trips, and it is just fucking weird. Like, I'm not going to shit talk anybody directly, obviously, but
Yeah.
there was like this.
Let it
whole-
rip, man. Feel free.
There's this whole group of journalists who were just like lifers,
Oh, 100%.
and you go there, and you're just like some asshole, and there's all the people who are like obviously all know each other and all
Yep.
this shit, and there's like you and like a bunch of like TikTokers, and you're like, these are my people, I guess. It's
Yeah.
like, because all these other people are like, who is this guy? And
Right. It's there 100% is, and we notice it even locally / regionally for us in particular. There's a,
Just say the name.
I want to so bad.
We're coming for you.
There's a like big boys club.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a club
sure,
that's like, and I can imagine it, especially being a young journalist. Like, there's just
Yeah,
a,
like I don't. Well, first of all, it's like I don't know where the fuck I'm there still. So there's that.
Yep.
And then you see all these people, and it's like, should I try and fit in with these people? Especially on the West Coast, it's like fucking. I shouldn't say any more than that.
Yeah. No, it's just different. It's just
It
different.
is very, very different.
And there is that weird relationship between you as a journalist and as a reviewer and the actual manufacturer himself.
Exactly. It's like, you go to these things and they pay to fly you out.
Yeah.
And they pay for your hotel.
Yeah.
And then they like leave shit in your hotel room to take. It's like, and I never take it.
Yeah.
But then they'll send you an email like, do you want your shit? It's like, no, I left it there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the hotel and the flight and the meals were enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to
Right.
have your fucking backpack.
There's a reason we call him our president of cars, because he's going to say what he's going to say. And
Yeah.
there's a thing to that. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you do or can pay the price
Oh yeah.
by not.
That's
being
a
invited
constant,
anymore.
That's a constant thing. I won't go too much into the editorial workings of the drive, but we're always thinking about that. Like, what are we really getting out of this? If we go to this,
Yeah.
if we abide by this embargo, it's like, because at the end of the day, it's like, we're not fucking working for these people.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's like, this is our site. Like, our meals
I was gonna
depend
say-
on fucking,
And ultimately, like
getting paid.
you want to be thorough and as truthful as
yeah, exactly.
that's the point of journalism.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
to tell exactly
Absolutely.
how you feel
Yeah.
and what you think. And it's okay to have an opinion on something, and you don't want to feel obligated or influenced,
Yeah.
which is fucking wild with the word influencers out there and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the whole influencer thing is fucking weird too. Because
Yeah.
like sometimes some automakers will just like toss you in with those people. Other people like other automakers will have separate things for like influencers.
Yeah.
I remember the TikTok guys I met at the Santa Cruz launch in California.
Star of the show.
It's actually a pretty cool car, the Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
We actually,
That's
we,
what I was
we-
gonna. I was gonna say we got to talk about the star of the show,
Yeah.
which is the Hyundai Santa Cruz.
Oh, cool.
Which absolutely that
Yeah.
that car stole my heart.
Yeah, I met those TikTok people there.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, well, what do you guys do? Because obviously TikTok was like a 1 minute video. I don't go on TikTok.
Like we just dance.
Yeah, like, so what do you guys like take 10 minutes of video, then what do you do? Like, I don't know, we just hang out. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't go.
So
you
let me
don't-
get it straight. Your job is to take 10 minutes of video, then just hang out for the rest of the
Yeah,
weekend.
apparently. And they're like, what do you follow the driving route? I don't follow the fuck. They give you like a route to drive on, which I never follow.
Yeah.
Like, so what do you guys do? You like follow the route? Like, no, we just like fucking, go to a parking lot and do this shit. And then it's like, take a nap. Like, what?
Take a nap.
Literally. It was
These are
like,
my people.
sandwich.
These
yeah,
are
we're
my
like, go get
people.
lunch. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Naps and lunches. Count me in.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about, I don't know if we're going to transition to Santa Cruz, but.
Oh, we are.
I was
yeah.
going to say is that is
We
a
all fell in
long-
love with Santa Cruz.
That is a long-winded, roundabout way of saying I don't know how much longer the actual auto show is going to exist the
Yeah.
way we know it.
Yeah.
I'm just figuring in my head because we were there, like especially in the Subaru booth, and someone clearly spent Subaru's entire budget on that booth.
Well, you know what I heard about that?
That's why they didn't do the SDI. They
My,
did that booth.
Yeah.
My coworker was talking to one of their PR people, and it's like, yeah, we made all this shit before the pandemic, and we never got to use it.
Oh, okay.
And
That
it
makes
was
sense.
like, this was like
It's
so
like
much fucking
3
money.
years worth of
Yeah,
shit.
they were like, we're sending this shit everywhere. Like, we're getting our fucking money's worth. Are you kidding me?
Because I figure on the public days it must be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Must
Yeah,
be insane.
yeah.
And then Subaru's really showing up because you go to the Dodge section, which we also had a ton of fun in. But it was basically just park all the cars back there.
Yeah, like the lighting was like bad.
Yeah, the whole thing was
However they pulled them in is however they left
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
going
that's
all
good.
different
Fuck it, I don't
directions.
care,
Yeah.
What is this, a Dodge Stealth? That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Let's
just
put
leave
the-
it over there. Meanwhile, the Subaru booth had the fucking
they had that
National
fucking-
Wildlife
Oh, yeah.
Organization
It was
over there.
snowing. They had
The
essence.
snow was fucking crazy. It's like,
Wild.
Tasted gross.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It definitely was bubbles.
Yeah.
amazing though. Yeah. Yeah. One of the people actually was going to work for before I got into this industry did shit like that. And it was actually seemed pretty cool.
Oh, the set
Because, like,
building
you
and
guys
stuff.
do just one-off shit. Like, you don't have to worry about production or anything. You're basically making fucking prototypes, get it out there as fast as you can. And the client just basically loves it every time because they don't know what the fuck they're getting. They're like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Like, it's like it's snowing. Like, that's great. They
Yeah.
love
You're
it.
right. It
This
is
is amazing. This is amazing.
Here's the invoice.
We're on top of a mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
So we all attended the show.
Yeah.
Like we kind of alluded to before, we got there probably 10:30 a.m., something like
Yeah,
that.
ish.
10:30. And we were done by about 1:30.
Yeah.
We had trouble finding parking because we were just trying to avoid the Lincoln Tunnel the whole time. I always see signs, Lincoln Tunnel. I'm like, I've been through it before by accident. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Previous times I've been in New York, never paid any attention to the Lincoln Tunnel. This time,
It wouldn't leave us alone.
Chuck had me all
I was
in a
worked up.
tizzy. We were all
I would
worked up.
have mounted the curb if I was going at it.
Not only that, there's signs everywhere for Lincoln Tunnel, and they're all going different directions.
Different
Yeah,
ways.
exactly. It's just a threat. It's a
All
it's
roads
a thinly
lead to
veiled
Rome?
threat.
Am I going to
All roads lead to the Lincoln Tunnel. It sucks because like I really enjoy going, but like I said, it's like a 3-hour like excursion
Window.
through everything,
Right.
and then
Right.
3
It was
hours
like, 'cause I love the Javits Center because I've been to other Like just like they have like a furniture show there and a toy show, and it's all really really fun. And
We went to a photo show there, which was sick.
Yeah, it
oh
was super
really?
cool.
Yeah.
I really like there's something magic about the Javits Center. You can just fucking taste it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you go there and it's all these cars, and it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I know like when I went to college, I met like 2 other people who are really into cars. And you go to a fucking auto show, it's like, man, everybody here is into cars.
This is it, right?
Yeah,
right.
it's like this is kind of cool. And then you're at the fucking Javits Center, and it's all this new shit. It's like the auto show cars that like this is the best this car is ever gonna fucking look.
Yeah.
And it's just there's something really great about it. And then you like you see all these people leaving it, and it's like I don't know. If I ran auto shows, again, completely talking out of my ass, I would fucking give like these automakers like a really like why not come? I'd like cut the rates in half. I'd be like, listen, like I'll give you I don't know. Whatever you do, hand cash under the table. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know how this shit
Right.
works.
Yeah.
But like you're gonna come and you're gonna love it.
Bring
yeah.
bring the heat.
Yeah, bring everything you fucking got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. Like there's some trim with a Corolla you only sell in God knows where.
Who
like
cares?
Indonesia. Bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, matter of fact, you're right, because Nissan's booth this year was decent.
They had 2 Zs, so it's
It was cool to see that.
Yeah.
But like when we were there in 2019, they had a wall of Nissan Motorsport cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was crazy.
And then remember Alfa Romeo? They had brought like a fucking F1 car. You're like,
Right,
holy
right.
shit! Like this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
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 And now even more that I think about it, like it was just one level this time too. Previous
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
multiple levels and the
exactly.
different halls and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They had the media center downstairs this time.
Yeah.
Where I was just like fucking stuck in hell there for a while. And then it was like, where are all the cars, And Toyota brings that weird fucking pallet shit. Like, get that out of here. I don't want to see it.
Oh my god. So okay.
Stop it, please.
We need to get into the cars specifically because there were some great ones that we wanted to see and we've been talking about for like a year. However,
Star of the show.
there was this one moment. Oh no.
I get a star of the show.
I was fucking ecstatic. Are you familiar with Howard Stern?
Very loosely.
Okay. Well, whoever's listening, whoever's on the YouTube, if you're not familiar with Howard Stern,
He's like a small podcaster.
yeah, big guy. Yeah, he's got this podcast or something, some show. It's cool here, whatever. He's been on the radio forever, or satellite now forever. On his show, he has a lot of different guests. Over the years, they've developed a thing called the Whack Pack. The Whack Pack is some very interesting individuals. Let's just leave it at that. Some that you've probably seen in pop culture and all that sort of
Beetlejuice?
stuff. Beetlejuice, Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf, R.I.P. Fall River represent.
One of the best. The
Go-
best we had.
The man always go have sex with your mother. That was just his thing. So there was somebody who walked by me. It wasn't Hank. And I'm like, holy shit. I know who that is.
Josh lit up like a Christmas tree.
Because
really did.
the
He
voice
like cut Corey off. Corey was going in a car,
The Mach-E GT.
and this guy just like blasted right in front of Corey.
the voice was so distinct. I'm like, oh my God, that's High Pitch Eric.
I thought it was Ashley Larry.
The fuck high pitch.
High Pitch Eric.
Chuck, hit us with High Pitch Eric up on the screen.
He had Ringo Starr following him, doing video.
So the thing was, I'm like, there's no fucking way. That's High Pitch Eric. Holy shit, that's High Pitch Eric.
High pitch. Eric.
Now, I look at this man who cut off Corey to dive right into the Mach-E GT, and I look on his badge, and I'm like, that's a different name. That doesn't say High Pitch Eric. But then I immediately have to look up a picture because I recognize his voice, but I'm like, oh my God, that's him. He's got an alias on his badge, but that's him.
It's the same media company.
Same, right,
yeah.
as Stern. So now the kicker to this, I seen him. I was like, holy shit, that's him. I took a picture and I texted my buddy John because he's a big fan of Stern. He's like, yeah, that's him. Whatever. That was great. A few minutes later, we're in front of the Toyota booth. And Toyota decides they're going to
Speaking
have
of spending a little money.
Toyota decides
booth,
they're going to have a game show. I don't know if you get to see that, but they
did
decided
not.
to have
They had like a
the
full-fledged
whole back
like,
of the booth
spins
spun
around.
around like a TV set, and there was a game show set on
Yeah.
the other
I
side.
did not see any of that.
and then when it spun back
Insanity.
around, there was a fucking
a truck.
Tundra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brand new Tundra.
So that baby had some weight capacity.
They were calling for volunteers, and they only called for like 10 seconds before they picked two. But like as they were picking the second one, High Pitch Eric comes fucking wailing by me, and I'm like, yes, this is it. This is our moment. I immediately turn my camera on because I'm going to record this whole thing and I'm going to send it to Howard Stern. They don't fucking pick him. So I was just mad. It would have been absolutely incredible.
What a moment.
If this dude got onto that ship.
Would have been a magical
I
moment.
wish
Does he
he
say
would
some
have.
pretty flagrant stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
would have been
Like,
terrible.
I had no idea who it was. I knew there was something suspect about him when he cut me off.
yeah.
Craig Rude, but
He's the guy who I started shaking the back of the car when it was in there because he cut you off. I was like, look at the suspension. And
It's
but then I heard his voice.
it's wild.
And
It
Josh
just
said high pitched arc. He's like, no shit, huh? All right.
if you're bored, just feel free to Google it. I'm sure in the first 30 seconds of hearing him, you will say something repulsive that you don't agree with.
I tell you what, there are a bunch of other influencers in there gunking up the works.
There were
A
some.
lot of guys taking a lot of time in the cars.
Yeah. All checking on shift knobs
Yep. I'm trying to hop in the simulator. This guy's dressed up in a 3-piece suit,
with
crashing on fucking
trying.
sweepers. I'm like, what are you doing? Take your foot off the fucking pedal. That's what the red means.
He's
yellow.
filming
this guy?
himself bouncing off the rev limiter as he's crashing.
Yeah, he's
I'm
fucking,
just like, all right, this
he's
is
on the
perfect.
sim, which he was just on, and was like, oh, please step off so someone else could do it. He's like, hey, guys, I'm going to try it again.
Yeah.
And he's driving. He's holding his phone,
Sure, man.
live casting him play. And I was like, what is this dude doing? I'm trying to drive.
He's like, my viewers are going to love to see this.
I need to drive a
That's what's
Stinger
going
on the
through this.
Nürburgring.
Right. Yeah. He was driving the
And
Stinger.
Nordschleifer needs me and a Stinger on it right now. This dude.
pretty
no
cool
lap.
of Kia to do that.
Is the best Kia to do it in.
Yeah. No.
Well, they
like,
had
pretty
the-
cool of Kia to like do.
Was cool of Kia to do it, yeah.
Well, one side was a Stinger. The other side was Telluride.
Telluride like through some free terrain. Both.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't mucking it up as bad, but
Yeah.
there are a couple times you try to get in the Z. The kid's in there. He's got his steady cam. He's got his gimbal. Come on, buddy.
I didn't see that.
All
move it
sorts of
out.
Things. Yeah.
No, you should have walked around with us. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
clearly you guys saw more characters than I did.
The total shit show.
When the Toyota fucking booth started spinning, I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
I saw like the guy from JD Power. You guys saw like fucking everybody. I feel like an asshole.
Did you? Okay. So here's my question. Did you know about the stuff going on across the street at Classic Car Club?
Yeah,
Because I didn't until the following day.
Because our editor in chief Kyle interviewed Rich Rebuilds.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm gonna get to drive that V8 Tesla he has.
No way.
Oh, cool.
Allegedly, because they're up in Mass near me actually.
Yeah.
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 It's weird. Like, why are you in Massachusetts, Rich?
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. He's a Massachusetts guy.
Yeah, I had no idea. And he interviewed Sydney Sweeney too.
Yeah.
Because apparently she like restored a Bronco or something.
Yeah. So she grew up with Rod Emery's kids and has always wanted like a Bronco's been like her dream vehicle to have. And then obviously she hit it big on that show. Bought
Yeah.
a pretty shitty Bronco, to be
Oh,
honest.
really? I didn't see any of it.
But has spent all her off time in Rod Emery's shop,
that's great.
refinishing the whole thing. And he's kind of been, he's put up a ton of it up on his Instagram. And he's like, nope, like you got to sand this to this. Like same thing you guys talking about sanding. Like, oh, this is a shitty finish.
Yeah.
Or like rebuilding stuff. And she rebuilt the whole thing,
Wow.
or so on Instagram. And then it was there. So I'm looking around. I'm like, I seen tons of photos of her with the car here, and I can't find it anywhere. Like, where is it? Maybe it was just a one-day thing. No, it was across the street.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich rebuilds. Amelia had the Prius thing over there.
I don't know. I
There was like
wasn't
an
aware
eBay
of
thing,
who-
too.
Who Kyle was talking to.
Our
Tavares.
Yeah, eBay Motors was like hosting it.
Yeah. okay.
Tavares had a Pacifica with a Hellcat engine next to it, and he's going to swap them.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that.
He's like, Tavares is the guy who's like, I bought a $20,000 Murcielago because it hasn't run in 15 years.
Yeah.
And like,
And just
he
does,
makes videos and makes it run. He's awesome to listen to.
Yeah.
Super well-spoken dude. A really nice guy. Or, in videos and stuff. So it was cool, but I didn't know that was even going on because that looked like a pretty good time.
Yeah, no, I didn't go over there. It was just my boss. I was just I went the first day and we walked around, talked to some PR people, and then the next day, my boss, I like woke up. I was at the BMW 7 Series launch.
Yeah.
Which was like a couple streets over from the Javits Center. I guess I can say what a fucking hideous car that is.
I guess some of it's the news.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get into that.
People were like, "Oh, it looks way better in person." Like, really? We're with the same fucking thing?
Yeah.
It's like, just
Funny,
not.
I was there in person.
Yeah, I was there too, and it looks really bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted. There's this thing me and my boss like to do. You know how cars these days have like the really thin daytime running lights?
Yeah.
On top of like the actual headlight.
Yep.
We like to take those cars and just Photoshop out the daytime running lights. 'Cause it's really easy to do. And I wanted to. They're like fucking like global design chief was there, and I wanted to pull him aside like, "Hey man, you ever thought about just fucking getting rid of these?" But I couldn't find him. He was in some fucking like suit that looked like it was fitted by God knows who. And
God himself.
Yeah, got him exactly. He looked sharp as a fucking tack. And I was like, I'm not gonna be an asshole to this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why he wears a suit.
Idiot. Yeah, exactly. You know, I show up looked like an idiot.
Yeah.
We're like,
You ever think about not doing
yeah,
this?
see these? Like, what about not doing that? And he was like, I don't know what he was gonna say to that. He'd probably just like look at me funny and walk away. But what was he even fucking talking? Oh, and yeah, the second day my boss was like, we don't have enough posts. Like, you need to go back to the show, get some photos, and write 2 more posts. So I had to like go back to my hotel room to get my press credentials and walk back to the show. And it was like fucking 80 degrees out.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
I got a
summertime.
sunburn. Yeah, I'm like, I got a sunburn in New York City. Only person in history to ever do that. And
Fucking April.
yeah, that was my day 2. Actually, no, so I never met like most of my fucking coworkers.
Yep.
So I got to meet all my coworkers, and we actually have like an office there, and it was actually really, really
Right
good.
at Classic Cars, right?
No, it's in a different spot. So we got bought out by a company who has called Recurrent.
Okay.
This was a while ago now, but they have offices for a couple of properties they own in the city,
Okay.
and we share an office with them. And so we got to go see everybody there, which was
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that
awesome.
is cool.
Yeah.
The cars.
Star of the show.
Best one? Best car in the whole damn show? The best, why didn't you fucking just do this in the first place? Was obviously the Toyota Supra T-Top with the big wing.
I said that before. It's like the Z4. It's like the fucking like who cares? Toyota Super convertible.
Supra,
Right.
the T-Top they had there was just
It
like,
looked cool.
Yeah.
That
fucking
should've
buy
been there
one
in
and
the
a
first
couple grinder wheels.
place. Yeah. True.
It looked, that car,
How hard could it be?
I mean, come on.
Didn't the guy make a video? Yeah, that guy who did that.
He made a
There's
fucking
a whole
guide.
There's a whole series.
You made
of
a
it.
guide?
Yeah.
This
well,
guy
he
made a guide.
He made
Yeah.
videos about it.
Yeah, there's a whole
Cardboard
series of him doing
template.
it.
Pop that thing right out.
He probably still has it.
Dude, that thing looked great.
Yeah, it really did.
Good move
like
for Toyota. When I walk in the Toyota booth, obviously everybody at the whole place is there looking for the Santa Cruz. When
Obviously.
I walk into the Toyota booth, I'm looking at the Supra instead of that the Corolla.
Yep.
Seriously, it looks cool. I don't
was
know why
good.
they didn't do that.
The
stood
Corolla
out.
was cool. We apparently you weren't supposed to go in it,
Really?
but they were like, they had a lady there, and she was like, "Yeah, you can go up there, take photos. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah,
Yeah,
they tell
they
the guy
let
that
us,
the guy, we were friends with the dude that let us in.
Beauregard.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Beauregard.
Yeah,
The only thing he said was don't touch the shift,
Shift
knob.
knob. He was like, I
Oh,
don't want
right.
you stirring it around in there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, so
signed by like.
me and my boss Kyle went up on there, and we like got in. And we're like, "This is fucking cool." Pushed the clutch and like, wee 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 wee. Like, oh, it feels great. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We
fucking
must have been
okay,
after
man.
you.
So you know what's funny is that was one of the influencer things I was thinking of, because the person that Chuck was alluding to before in the Blue Z was in there just dry shifting it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this dude is learning so much right now about this car. Like, it's all the feels are going right to his brain, and whatever it is, he's just gaining so much information.
I was just
from
generally
fucking
annoyed.
thrashing the thing back
It
and
felt
forth.
good. I did it too.
Yeah.
So-
The lady came over and she was like, "You can't fucking do that." And my boss was like, "Well, you left the window down and the door unlocked, and you didn't come over when we got into it." And
Why,
she
you
was
weren't
like,
supposed to be in the Z's?
No, in this GR Corolla. And she
Oh,
was
wow.
like, "There are executives who can't do that."
Our homie
Also-
Beauregard was like, "Come on up."
Yeah, he let us
yeah,
out.
Really?
yeah, and he was just like, "Oh, the only thing is don't touch the shift knob, and there can only be 2 at a time up here."
Right.
And he's like, "There's cameras everywhere." I'm like,
Really?
well, yeah,
Yeah, this guy's a conspiracy theorist. My kind of guy.
Yeah, I know.
He was looking around the whole time.
She was like, "There's executives who you can't do that." And my boss was like, "Shouldn't you have fucking just locked it?"
right.
Oh, and
She
he
was
wouldn't
like, "You
shut up
shouldn't
about the
have known."
airbag. Yeah, the airbag. Wouldn't stop talking about the airbag. How it's,
Oh, it
it's
wasn't
essentially
real.
a 3D printed airbag. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
there was
and-
no airbag, so they just had a filler that they printed out.
Oh
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
kept telling us.
That's what he said too. He's like, "Oh, and those aren't the,
The
fog
gauges
lights.
aren't real,
And
the
those
fog
aren't
lights
the,
aren't
yeah.
real.
Gauges, I heard that.
Yeah. There were a couple of things that he
The screen's bigger in real life.
made sure to
Right.
point out.
I heard that before.
I gotta take a piss again. I'll be right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead,
no
do
What you
it.
gotta do, man?
Really
No worries.
quick. Quickest piss
Yeah.
ever.
So,
Whatever you need.
what did you gentlemen think of the Corolla overall?
Corolla GR.
Yes.
I was impressed by the interior.
Yep.
Thought the seats were super nice.
Yep.
Even like with the little screen in it, it was cool. I get a nice feel. I was half expecting it to be like when you get an Evos back in the day and be like, okay, it's cheap interior, but the car's cool as shit.
Yeah.
So the interior was super nice, way nicer than I expected. And we talked about this. I didn't think it looked as aggressive in real life as it does in pictures.
No.
Not that it looks bad. It looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
in pictures, you could be like, shit, if I drive this thing to work, everyone's going to make fun of me.
Similar to that Type R, the Honda Type R. Like, wow, that's aggressive. Like,
Yes,
whoa,
no,
that
very
screams boy,
shouty.
Isn't
boy
like
racer.
that.
Right. It's not.
At least in the color they had, it was Definitely white.
Well, that color in particular, that was the Circuit Edition as well.
Right, and it was the Hot Boy edition. I didn't feel it too Hot Boy.
I think white it would be even better because you don't get the carbon roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have the little.
Oh, in the non-circuit edition, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
even
just the
circuit
base.
edition,
yeah.
there was an argument with a couple of my buddies on a group chat. They were like, it's a car for under 30-year-olds. I'm like, I don't know, man. It looked kind of fine.
I don't think so.
Quite roomy.
Yeah.
Put one thing I like to do is I'll put in my driver's seat, put my seat where I would normally sit to drive,
Yeah,
and then
decent
get
room.
in behind me. There's plenty of room.
Wouldn't let me pop the trunk. Couldn't see the trunk.
Trunk hatch was
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
But the hatch, it's the same trunk.
Yeah,
So it's fine. But you're right. It was roomy. The back seat was way better than I thought it was.
yeah.
I mean, again, after it's a Corolla.
It's
Yeah,
just,
it's a. So you say it's a Corolla, right? But then I've been in a brand new Corolla, and interior's not great. But then some of the materials in the GR Corolla were much more like plush and softer.
Yeah.
Just maybe they're just wrapped. Who knows? Doesn't
I
matter.
like the seats particularly.
Which again leads
Pizza
me
Bueno.
to hopefully believe that
You're never going to be able
it's
to get one.
not going to be priced. Oh yeah, no, we know that.
No one's gonna be able to
We
get
know
one.
that. We just the pricing is not going to be as insane, or MSRP won't be as insane as some people may think.
I think it's probably gonna be like between 35 and 40.
That's exact. I said 36 to 42.
Well,
but
the
between
Yaris is like 36,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so I mean, it's not. I mean, you'd think because it's the Yaris is like a fucking homologation, and it's like not a body used in any other car. It's like
Yeah.
the Corolla, they already have all the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? It should be like the same or less, I think.
yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I have no fucking idea.
I can't again, and that's the thing is like it's a Corolla, and you look at the rest of Toyota's lineup, like they're not going to price this thing above a Supra.
Yeah, no,
There's no
absolutely
way.
not.
Even the base, 4-cylinder Supra, they're not going to price it above that.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
tried to shake our man down, Bo, with the platform. He wasn't having it.
Beauregard, I don't know how much he knew.
I think that was a game.
I did ask him if he was familiar with anybody in the New York office. Nope.
Nope.
And
That's the answer we get from the New York office.
that's true. Shouts to
Never
Zach.
heard. Nope.
Shouts to Zach if you're ever going to email me back again.
Thanks, Zach.
The blatant disregard for the door hinges, I didn't like out of Mr. Beauregard.
Door hinges?
I'll show you on the video. I have some footage. You're just leaning his whole body weight. Doors open while you were in the passenger seat.
Oh, really?
Doors
Testing
open.
it.
Entire body weight is just
Testing
making
it.
the door fucking flap in the breeze.
Yeah.
I was just like, come on, man.
But I thought it would be
Making
a
me nervous.
Yeah, seriously.
it was respect. I think it'd be a respectable car to drive even for a man over 30,
100%. Yeah.
as opposed to the Type R's. Even when I like them, man, they drive great. But shit, you look at that thing, you're just like, everyone's gonna make fun of me in this thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Type R is
Or
aggressive.
everyone's gonna try to race you all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. You know, that forged carbon roof is really cool.
It
Yeah.
is.
'Cause, like the regular carbon, forged carbon is just like they put a bunch of fucking fibers in like a press.
Bunch of flakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks cooler.
It-
Why doesn't everybody do that?
It's basically cool looking plywood.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly
it's
what it is.
particle
Analogy,
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally particle
But it
board.
looks fucking great.
Yeah. I like
Oh,
it.
it's really strong.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Overall winner, obviously would love to drive one, get our hands on one whenever they do come
Zach.
stateside.
Bronco Raptor was tight.
Bronco Raptor
Bronco
is
Raptor
cool.
changed my life.
I
was
like
super
that
tight.
a lot. Not as big as I thought in person. Like
No,
obviously
no,
when,
it's
when,
weird.
when we looked at the photos, we were like, wow, that's
That
wide.
shit's- Well, like in terms
Really?
of like
It was
size,
alarming to me.
It's almost as big as a fucking Hummer EV.
I thought
Almost.
Wow.
I saw it and I looked around for how they got it in here. I was like, wait, how did it get in
They
here?
took it apart.
Yeah.
tires-
They took the fenders
They
off.
just
maybe to
popped
get
those
it in.
fenders off. Yeah.
Yeah.
the tires are so big on that
30
car.
37s.
37s.
Yeah.
That I was like, these aren't the tires it comes with, right? It looks like a fucking cartoon. In the and I mean that in the best way possible. Like now, I really want one.
So as we were
Plenty of room in
gawking,
the back too.
gawking at the Bronco Raptor,
Yes.
every 10 to 15 seconds, we would hear the loud screeching of tires.
Yeah. Ford was just making that insurance policy work for him.
Just absolutely launching everything electric.
I know. I was doing my Z interview.
Yeah.
I was re-listening to it to like pull quotes from it, and every like 10 seconds, like, what the fuck is that?
Sounds like someone's panic braking a Ford.
I know. It was like, what are they doing over there?
Just launching Mach-E GTs, the Lightning, the Illuminator F100 truck that they had, whatever.
Pull the Cobra Jet up.
All the
Let's give it a
EV
shot.
stuff, yeah. Nothing with that gluck gluck going on, but
No. Well, I think all the car companies realized, holy shit, we get electric cars. We can run these fuckers inside.
Right.
Right.
Or, like some marketer was like rubbing his palms together.
Because Hyundai was driving something around.
the Ionic,
Right.
yeah.
Everyone says that's really, really fucking cool. I haven't driven one.
Didn't look cool.
No, you don't think you fucking pull my leg right
It's
now?
just whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
Were those
weird-
Ionics? Is that what they were?
Yeah, it's a strangely proportioned car.
Yeah.
It's like a hatchback, but it's like big.
I gotta relook
So
at it.
the thing is, if you look at it, I don't even want to say what I want to say. There's some vibes from an old Italian manufacturer,
I could fucking see that.
and it's like, oh,
don't you fucking dare!
I'm just
Shook's
saying.
already on it. Look at this. We didn't even have to direct them.
Oh my god! I didn't even look at the cars.
There's
What's
some
the name of it
cues.
again, though?
Ionic.
I was
think-
like electric. I don't know if I care.
I was gonna say, I think it's the Ionic
It's
5.
it's with a Q at the end.
You might want to put Hyundai on there as well.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
There we go.
Hyundai Ionic 5.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks like the future.
You know what?
See what I'm saying?
I don't mind the rear hatch.
Oh, that's a shit.
I like the white.
No, give me that blue rear hatch shot, Shook.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, it looks
Some
pretty-
triangles on there.
They're
I don't
bringing, like-
dislike it.
They're bringing squares back, and it's like, shit, you can still fucking do
Ooh,
that.
slam
Yeah.
that
What's
thing.
what's range look like on this bad Larry?
I think it's over 300. I think it's like 280 it starts at. I don't remember.
What do we got? 220 to 303.
220.
It says 98 to 132 on the last thing.
Oh, that's not good. Oh boy.
303.
Where'd you
It
see
looks
it
like
right
Right there,
303.
MPGE up to 132 city, 98 highway.
So range 220 to 303.
It's not bad.
Oh yes, Jesus, there I am.
Yeah.
Not
Which-
bad pricing wise either.
What are we talking?
40. Yeah, it's not bad.
40?
40 to 46.
GR.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I wouldn't fucking buy
Could
it
you?
for 40
Could you
grand.
get a GR? We don't know.
No way.
Yeah, there's no way. No.
Get a Focus RS though.
45 at least.
Again,
Yeah.
when we speak, we're
When
talking
this podcast comes
MSRP.
out, everybody realizes the Focus RS is the same car, and the
Yeah.
price is going through the roof.
We speak in MSRP, not actual out the door deals.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're talking out the door deals is going to be lower than that because we go in there fighting. Everybody knows.
We
in
can.
there.
We'll fight.
Chopping heads.
We're gonna end up with a $20,000 Corolla XSE.
Yeah, perfect.
We're gonna walk in like Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Yeah. Throw the carbon roof on the thing. I'll take it.
Yeah. Bronco Raptor. We've seen that. We like that. GR Corolla. Seen that like
400Z.
that. Z. The new Z.
400Z has a flattened power bulge on the on the hood that I never noticed before. That bothered me a little bit.
Yeah, really? I noticed that from the beginning. It's like a callback to like the 240.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. It just doesn't look right. It's the same. It kind of brings me to the same way I feel about like the Supra just being too like lumpy in the front.
I noticed
But I
it
think
more
it
on
looks
the blue
better
one
than the Supra
yellow
for
one.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
does.
Yeah, it's definitely noticing the blue.
I really like the car.
I like the blue
I would just
more
like a
than I
flat
like the
hood.
yellow.
That's one of the few new cars. I was like, man, I would probably fucking buy that. Like the Z. I don't know. I've been people from the beginning were like, because it's like based on like an old platform. It's like almost the same thing if you look
Yeah.
under it.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, it's not gonna be right. It's not gonna be good. I drove a Q50 Red Sport
Yep.
or Q60, the coupe, and that thing fucking ripped. And the biggest problem with it was the transmission was complete ass, and the steering wasn't that great.
Oh, I've driven like a 370 Nismo on track. Those things fucking
Yeah,
slay.
exactly. So I was like, man, if they just replace
No,
the transmission and like fuck, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna be that car.
Yeah.
And
Put that infinity motor into a
Yeah.
chassis that's
Yeah, the
somewhat
chassis,
proven.
The chassis is
Exactly.
good, man. At Devin's Auto X, old Igor in the chat's got one, or his buddy has one. We went for ripping that thing. At Canaan?
And give it
Thing
styling
slays,
cues
dude.
from,
yeah,
you know.
and for 40 grand, that thing's gonna.
Yeah, that thing
They're
kills.
putting a stick in the Supra now, but fucking forget it. That thing's gonna vomit all over the Supra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially at that price point.
Oh yeah, the Supra with the stick's gonna be like 60 grand. It's like, who cares?
And I think the Toyota's going to have to come out with a different version of the Supra again.
You think so?
Or there'll be some sort of special edition.
hard
not,
boy?
not as hard boy as the hard boy current, whatever the hell. Or not GR. There's like some weird A90 something
Yeah, yeah.
edition
Oh, okay.
thing. So I don't think it'll be as hard as that, but they're going to have to like,
But
it's
that,
just going to be underpowered now,
but
essentially. in
the stick
comparison.
one comes with red badges.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes up for it.
So it's red badges. I mean, the
I forgot about
400Z.
that.
Yeah,
The
I thought-
400Z has 400 horsepower too, right? Yeah, that's gonna be so
Yeah.
fucking fast.
Yeah, the thing, even the Q60 with like that weighed a lot more. Like, it's like, man, this thing has fucking 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's gonna slay right out of the factory. 6
Looks
speed,
cool.
400
Yeah.
horse.
I did like the blue on blue because the blue
The
one did
blue
have the blue
interior.
interior.
Praise God, man.
It was
we
cool.
need more blue interiors.
Ducktail spoiler is fucking nice.
Ducktail was sick.
Yeah, that's
I
who I
like-
talked to was the product planner for that car, who was a really cool guy actually. Because not all those people are. Some of them are
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of like fucking.
I mean, Nissan's booth, bunch of dudes in black leather jackets.
yeah,
I was,
Lots of hard boys there. Hey, it's cappuccinos though.
they did have
That's true.
cappuccinos.
Oh, he
yeah.
was really cool though. He was like, you can't ask about future product and expect a response. They'll give you like the standard shit, but it's like, can this take more power? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, you can put more power into it? And he was like, I forget what he said. He was like, we know our customers and we will address our customers' needs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
All right.
Well, you know, I like that response.
That's a
though.
great
yes.
response.
Hard
Yeah.
yes.
You know what? I added him. I was like, looking for his official title, and I found him on LinkedIn. I was like, oh, I'll fucking add this guy. He added me back like the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see that?
And I was like, yeah, man, good to meet you. Like, I hope to talk to you again. He was like, yeah, same. I was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
industry stuff going on.
Yeah.
Connections
I
being
know.
made.
I was like, look at me.
Let's get this going. This is
that was
back in
cool,
the
though.
boys club, baby.
That like gave me hope. I was like, you
So
know,
don't buy the first edition. Wait for the more powerful.
What you're saying?
Well, no, because of course there's going to be a Nismo edition.
No, the
Yeah.
first one's gonna. I mean, I don't know, man. Those cars are gonna be fucking cool to drive.
Oh,
I really think
yeah.
they're
I've
gonna
been
be
waiting
great.
to fucking 1-2 ship that thing for I feel like my entire life.
Yeah, it's
I
coming.
just feeling like slapping the clutch. Ah, I'm ready for it.
Just
It's
hit us
gonna
up
be
in the DMs when you get one. You know, just
Oh yeah.
stop by and look at it.
I'll let you guys know.
You'll be an industry hookup.
Well, actually, no. I actually could come through here. So I picked all my press cars up in New Jersey.
Yep.
So I got to drive back up here, and usually I just take the Merit up.
Yep.
But I can. One of the routes is coming through here. If I take 95.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll let you guys.
We'll buy you lunch,
No,
dinner,
for sure.
whatever time you come up.
Yeah.
We had Drive Club, not Drive
Shop?
Club, Drive Shop.
Yeah.
They delivered the Supra to us,
Oh,
which was
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So we didn't. But guys, if you're out there listening, we'll go pick them up. We don't care.
Yeah.
We'll take the drive.
The Boston fleet situation is like really weird.
It's terrible.
And
It's not good.
it's not
There's
good. We'll just leave it at that. It's
There's-
not good.
there's something I was alluding to earlier. That is it exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Super rock though.
Supra was fun.
But imagine having more horsepower and a stick and not looking like a Supra.
And
Oh,
being cheaper.
I don't
And
know,
being
man.
cheaper.
I still like the look of the Supra.
I do too. It's too bulbous up front.
It is
It
bulbous.
catches your eye. It's like
I'm a
it's
flat
like an
hood guy.
exotic looking car. Like a
Yeah,
yellow
it-
one is like, oh man, look at that.
That's right.
Why is the R34? Why does everybody like that thing? Because it's just flat. The whole thing's just
Flat and
flat
boxy.
everywhere.
A bit like a big rectangle.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. What else? Santa Cruz.
Dude, Santa Cruz.
That thing's hard.
Corey's a
Splendid.
Santa Cruz hater before
Listen,
this event.
Not a Santa Cruz hater. I
It's
just think
expensive.
I just think it's expensive.
You get
However,
what you pay for.
you can't buy a Maverick, so
Right,
it's not
right,
that
what is it
expensive.
that?
Yeah. Well, the people are saying like, so when we went on the launch event, they only had the 2.5 turbos.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies was saying like, yeah, you don't want the fucking 2.5 NA, like it's a dog. I was like, but if you want the 2.5 turbo, it's like, like 36 grand or something.
The
Yeah.
one at the show, because we sat inside it and we're like, oh, what the hell spec is this? We were just curious.
Oh, it's a Florida
And we were
special.
talking about like, oh yeah, they start at like 22. Well, what spec is this? It's 42. Literally
Yeah, the one
doubles the
Oh,
price.
yeah, that was a big
like
one.
38. Yeah. I mean, but it's a cool car. The bed is like, you can see the kind of person who would buy that.
Yeah.
They're selling actually pretty well.
He's across the table.
They're probably gonna sell like more than they allocated.
I wouldn't
for
doubt
sure.
it.
I mean,
yeah.
apparently the Maverick is like shitting all over, but the Maverick is like a really different vehicle in my mind.
The Maverick's like a real pickup truck.
It's a completely different
Yeah,
vehicle.
it's like a truck, and the thing is like you would sell a Maverick to like a fucking like fleet, like a municipality would buy a fucking
Oh,
Maverick.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
That's how they're gonna pad their sales with that. But like a Santa Cruz, like why the fuck would a municipality buy a Santa Cruz?
Even if they were hypothetically the same exact price out the door, I picture Maverick because it's got more of a utility feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Santa Cruz, like it was nice.
Nobody
Yeah.
that
Really
buys
nice.
trucks
Santa Cruz
uses
is a nice
trucks.
car.
Well,
Nobody
those
uses
the
the
big
bed.
those are the big trucks.
I don't think anyone uses. Actually, small trucks do get used. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. The
I don't know.
I think
man.
small trucks make more sense than big trucks.
I think so too. But, until we sat in the TRX, and I'm a TRX guy now.
that,
There's exceptions to every rule.
that-
I think if I bought a TRX, I turn into like Satan on the road.
Yeah, it's like some cars just kind of turn you into an asshole. And I think
I
that's
don't know.
one of them.
I think somebody it gives me the exact opposite effect where like they can't fuck with me.
Well, yeah, if you're in
Like-
a fucking TRX,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
run them over.
Like
just
no
mean
one,
try,
no
bitch.
one can fuck with
Try.
me. Yeah.
Seriously, I would call everybody out.
but having just that immense power
Just
at your right foot.
A vehicle that that's so big. It's so
gigantic.
big, dude.
Yeah.
It was tough. Remember, we had to take a little lap. After we got on the TRX, we saw the Santa Cruz right away.
Yes.
You're like, I don't want to look at that right now. I need a lap.
Right. Yeah, actually, we took a cool
Because
down.
we came out of
took
TRX.
a cool down
We're
lap.
walking like Vince McMahon. We're big truck guys, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to see that little
Stone
thing.
Cold music was playing in the background for some reason.
Then we walked by, saw a couple Ionics, and we're like, oh, let's check out the Santa
Yeah,
Cruz.
let's go
And love
here.
that as well.
Yeah, no, Santa
But
Cruz is
all I'm
really
saying
cool.
is, if they made a 700 horsepower Santa Cruz, It's a no-brainer.
I don't know what
There's
the
your buyer.
tuning capability of that 2.5 liters, but they put a DCT on it, which is actually a pretty cool trans. And all the people at the launch were like, "That DCT's not gonna be able to tow." I'm pretty sure they probably fucking like checked that, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
You
like
know?
the main thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
and
tow a
they're-
lot. What can tow 5,500 pounds?
Yeah, it's more than
Which
the
is
Maverick.
pretty
Like,
wide. Yeah.
It's
You can tow
Yeah, it is.
5,500
It
pounds.
is,
1,000
actually.
pounds is
Yeah.
more than a
I
Maverick.
can
Yeah, 'cause
drag
we-
cars around. I can drive a Wolf's car
You fucking
with my
could.
car and a trailer
Oh, yeah.
behind it.
Yeah, I think we figured out like the tow math.
I was
or
gonna
what
say,
I
we
thought
did the
the
whole
tow math
breakdown.
was, but that included nothing inside the vehicle.
What's the tow math on a V6 Tacoma? Because I might have just.
It's I think
Probably quite a bit.
it's like 5,000 to 7,000.
Yeah,
let's
quite
go.
a bit. You get to like tow real stuff.
I got to put 37s on mine. Get
Yeah.
it up there.
That's
Yeah, you-
that goes way down.
Remember, we had that
You
discussion
tow
on
like
the drive
1,000
home.
pounds.
I'm doing 33s.
We had that
decided
discussion.
33s, 2.5-inch lift 33s. Who has that set up? That's one of our listeners. He's
You
the
were
best.
you were in until we seen the price of 35s.
No, but we were looking at 35 for Phil's truck, which has like 28s on it. I'm talking 35s for like 14s.
There were 17s. Is what we're looking at.
I don't think I got 17s on that.
No,
thing.
no.
I think it's got maybe 14, 15s on it.
I was checking it out this
Yeah,
morning.
it's got to
You
have.
see
What
the
year is that
damage?
baby? 06?
01.
Oh, 06. I gave him more credit. Oh, what
Oh,
Tacoma?
I need a 2.5-inch lift.
It's like the F1
33s.
driving position.
Right. Yeah. No, you're
It's, yeah, you
canoe
sit, I mean, it's a more aggressive driving position than any of my sports cars.
Yeah.
You just sit.
People have told me about that. I'm like, really?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
That's
where
why
do we
they
get
make
it?
look
Yeah.
like that. It's like, oh, fuck.
It's odd. Your legs are flat.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
You got definitely got to stretch your
the
hamstrings
Santa
before.
Cruz is like it's so nice to sit in, and I think it looks better than a Tacoma.
Oh, it does for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the Santa Cruz is great too. You get like fucking ventilated seats.
I was gonna say there was a lot of nice stuff, and again, the spec we looked at was pretty much top tier.
Yeah.
But the interior of that thing was awesome.
Yeah, it's
it had
nice.
the tube
that's-
clock.
That's funny.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was
That's
cool.
weird.
Yeah. What do they get right now? Corey's looking at them right now, and
Yeah.
a
So we
list of them.
got,
They're all high 30s.
yeah, these are all, that's SELs. If we kind of see if we can get some other options here. Limited all-wheel drive, SEL, and SEL Premium. If we start them by lowest price, you can get like SEL for 30 grand, but I don't know what that gets you.
You don't
Right.
want the NA one. I think SEL's NA.
It is, in fact, NA.
Because that motor they have, that 2.5 liter, is pretty good.
You probably want the Premium or the Limited. I
Yeah,
assume.
that's what you want. Those two.
Yeah, because, oh my God, Limited? Oh my God.
Holy shit!
How much?
47,115.
Yeah.
47.
Wow.
Wow. That certainly
That's
became an
a bunch of fucking money.
Yeah.
expensive vehicle pretty quick.
That is a
Yeah.
lot.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot for a Hyundai, let alone like a micro pickup truck Hyundai.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
anyway.
So we walked around the show for a while. We get to experience a lot of things. Was there anything else? Is there any other car I'm forgetting? It was pretty much Z, Bronco Raptor. I mean, yes, there was other stuff. We looked at all the
Did
Lexuses.
you speak with anyone at VinFast?
No,
Who is Vin?
so VinFast, as far as I'm aware, is a state-owned Vietnamese automaker. And
Oh, I like this.
interestingly, so first of all, they're selling a car. They want you to sell the car and then lease the battery. I wouldn't fucking sell a car like that. But like maybe I guess I can say this. 2 weeks before, it was like, well, okay, we had 2 weeks notice. We got an email from VinFast, like not just like the editor-in-chief who usually comes through, like 4 or 5 people on staff, including myself. They're like, we're gonna fly you out to Vietnam. Like we're gonna fucking, you can stay. We're gonna stay at the Vin Resort. Go to the Vin amusement park. Like they have all this fucking Vin shit. I'm like, you're gonna see all of it. And we're like, it's kind of like short notice. They're like, we're chartering a flight to LA. Just fucking get on a flight. It was like, it's like 2 weeks from now. Like, I'm not going to Vietnam in 2 weeks.
Send your boys. We'll go. Vietnam.
Like, this is just
You
not
have no
happening.
idea how fast I get on a plane to Vietnam.
What's that?
Let's fucking go.
What's
VinFast, baby.
what's that song? Down that instantly that'll just start
We
playing.
did
We'll
the
be fucking.
VinFast
Like, we
podcast.
have other shit going on. We can go to that like
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. And the guy he followed up too, which automakers never do. Like, are you coming? We're like, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the deal with them is. The first cars had like BMW drivetrains, or they were X5 based or something. And then they're doing electric cars now, but you have to lease the battery and buy the car and still pay for the battery. It's like, I don't fucking know.
Seems like a lot of hoops to jump through
Yeah.
to get over some legal issues.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, there's like a whole thing like, are they actually going to sell cars here? Well, they're apparently building a fucking plant in like North Carolina or something. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're making that commitment.
But beyond that, man, I don't fucking know.
I'm going to find someone to contact them.
Oh no, they'll fucking reach out to you. You
Oh,
know,
I can't wait.
We just said their name. It's like
they'll
Amazon.
find- yeah,
listening.
they're listening on this for sure. They'll find
Yeah.
your ass, no doubt.
Boy, it's great news. Bilstein makes a lift kit for the damn thing. Here we go.
Perfect.
Oh, for the
900
Tacoma?
bucks. Never mind. I'm going rough country. 125.
Top Gear Vietnam special was great. I thought
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
yeah.
killer.
I have like a rotation of Top Gear episodes I watch at this point, and it's like I'm running them dry. And Vietnam is one of them where it's like I like go through the episodes and I'm like, have I seen all this? I try to remember things from the episode.
Yeah.
If I can't remember enough, I'm like, all right, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Worth
Vietnam is one of the ones that I've just fucking worn out.
They're also like they're perfect to just have on in the background, poke in like on a Sunday or whatever when you're doing whatever, and just have on.
That's like
It
my
just,
wind down TV. I'll have like a couple drinks, just watch a Top Gear special. I'll be like, man, this is like I'm not doing it like mentally. Nothing's going on.
right.
great.
You're just enjoying it and
Yeah.
being entertained.
Yeah,
We also did get to see the C8 Z06.
that thing's gonna be fucking sweet. Have you guys driven a regular C8?
No, not yet.
I drove one last summer, and it is fucking just a sweet car. It is just only in America, baby. Can you buy that shit for fucking $60,000?
Dude, they're wild. It truly. You put it the best way. Only in America can
Yeah,
that
I
happen.
remember.
Yeah.
I remember before I worked in auto journalism. I remember watching that launch. You know, like all this amazing shit. They're like 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. So, holy shit, 500 horsepower. I was like, oh my god. And it was like 60, like 59.95.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
Let's fucking go.
I can afford that. I can afford that.
We were losing our minds on the show when they got dropped. We were like, oh my God.
It's like a scene out of
Insane.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Just,
And the Z06 is gonna be fucking. I
that
know.
thing's crazy.
All
Because
these people are going to be like, oh, the Z06, would they release a Z06 with less power than before? I remember before it was released. Like, there's no way they're getting that much power out of it from an NA engine. Like, no way. Like, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be like, 120 grand. They haven't announced pricing yet, but I bet it's going to be around like 85. And it's like, man, like, even people who don't like Corvettes, it's like, I don't think you fucking get it. This is the only opportunity you're ever going to get to own a car like this. The only opportunity.
right, that's it. That's attainable.
Do you want a mid-engine car that can rip past date?
Right.
With 650 fucking horsepower.
All
Yeah, more
these,
than that.
all these lightweight and carbon fiber options
Yeah.
look the way it looks.
And you can fucking live with it every day. My girlfriend can fit in the fucking frunk of one of those. It's huge. It's deep like the fucking Grand Canyon.
Right.
It's insane. You can fit whatever you want in there. It's like, when I had mine for a week, and it was like, this is just fucking awesome. You could get groceries in it, and then the launch control is fucking just demonic. We found this empty ass. I won't say where it is. We found relatively empty straight road where we did this responsibly, allegedly.
Yeah.
And there was these kids like next to us, and me and my buddy were in the car. And we hit the launch control. It was like, brrr, and then it fucking just takes off, and it felt more violent. I've driven a Model S Plaid.
Yep.
It felt more violent than that.
Gotta lose
Which is wild.
But because a Tesla, it's like there's no noise, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just kind of get sick after a while because it has just ridiculous amounts of power. But this is like you sound like you're fucking like ground controlled a Major Tom.
I was just
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say jet
Fucking
engine. Yeah.
No,
Were
fucking
those
just
kids
gone.
that were also there also testing their launch control?
No, I'll say it was on a dam, and they were like throwing shit off the dam like kids do. They were like finding rocks. They were like,
They were
"Oh
doing
my
kid
God."
shit.
They're doing
yeah.
guy
So
stuff.
they obviously, when you launch control a Corvette in front of them, they're like, that's what they gained.
You just created a bunch of automotive enthusiads.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so.
Guys being
God's
dudes.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing, and it's like a hometown hero. It's like not pretentious at all. It's like fucking people were like, I remember I was driving through Boston. People in the car next were like, man, what do you do? And I was like, I'm an auto journalist. I don't own this car. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, but it's 60 grand. They're like, 60 grand.
That's the thing is like when you say that, yeah, that SUV you're currently driving.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's
If
half
I-
Yeah.
price.
in
Yeah.
your
Your
brain,
Escalade.
a physical door opens in your brain when
Yeah.
that happens. Like, man, I could actually fucking buy that.
Yeah, I can find a way.
Yeah, exactly. It's I could lease that or
60 grand. I
finance
should
that.
have one. I should just daily one.
Well, now you can't fucking get it for 60 grand. You know?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, the one you want has a Z51 package, so it's like 60, and then you can't buy them for less than like 100 now.
I was gonna say everyone I've seen posted up because they just pop up on Facebook wherever.
Yeah.
Everything's 100 and over.
Yeah, well, they are worth that much money. They are just they ride great, they're quiet, they get 30 on the highway.
Yeah, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
You can do whatever you want with this fucking thing. It's just an amazing, amazing car. And I didn't miss that DCT they have. Is fucking just changes gears like nothing. Just slaps shifts whenever you want, does whatever you want it to do. And people like the fleet guy was like, I kind of miss the stick. And I was like, I don't. Like this thing fucking rips, and like even in normal automatic mode, it's just like you wouldn't know it was a DCT.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, a car does get to a point, especially when it's that type of car, where like, yeah, it's cool to manually shift, but just the flick of a finger is way faster than anything
and
that's
it's just
gonna
like fucking just spaceship. Just oh man, that's like a bucket. So I'm gonna sell the Saturn at some point, and I'm gonna get a C6Z06.
Yep.
Which is just I was like, I'm not one of the people who like has a list of cars they want to buy. That's been in the back of my mind for a long time.
Yep.
But if I could get a new C8, I don't know, it would be a close battle.
Well, we have to hope that things in the next few years are going to kind of settle and become a little bit more normal in the automotive world. Hopefully,
I hope so.
Again, who knows?
I'm not a doomer about it. It's gonna fucking happen. I'll just say it.
I hope.
I will will it into existence. I'm not waiting. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. You got to just figure it out. Keep drinking that rich energy. That's
exactly.
it. That's it.
This guy had hope. Okay.
It's exactly.
Gonna have to reboot that Corvette plant after the collapse.
Oh, they did. They built it back better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I looked at that museum not too long ago.
The one that collapsed.
Yeah, after it collapsed and stuff, and I brought up all the like. There's like a Corvette burger and just a bunch of different funny stuff. So I'd love to go see that place at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Corvette boomers are a different breed.
Oh, 100%.
Sure are.
And it was amazing how you would hear how negative they were about the C8.
Really?
They're negative about everything. They were negative when they got rid of the pop-ups.
Yeah,
they're losing their fucking
the car
minds.
doesn't have round tail lights. You're like, what? That's not a Corvette.
Right,
Come
right.
on, man.
They're just offended by it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they don't understand what
Well,
it
the problem is like those guys aren't really buying. They're not guys buying cars like that anymore.
No.
Chevy knew what they had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and they did it.
They had to throw those guys off the dam.
They certainly did it.
Yeah, I remember they were like, dude, we're not doing chrome wheels this time. Because they knew these people would just like fucking
Chrome wheel the
retract their
shit
own
out of
crowd.
them.
Yeah.
Is there anything else from the New York Auto Show that we missed? Oh, actually, yes, there is. We finished the New York Auto Show at 1:30,
Yes.
and we left.
Yes.
We
drove across Manhattan.
drove across Manhattan. Didn't take too long. It was pretty quick. Maybe I was just passed out in the back.
Went over the you
quite
definitely
tell.
were. Went over the Williamsburg Bridge to the goddamn end of the world on the other end of the bridge.
Yep.
Peter Luger Steakhouse.
Yeah. Before that, we got a New York slice.
Got a fucking New York slice.
New York slice.
I gave you guys the tour of Williamsburg. Are we going the right direction tour? Nope. And then finally, it took us about an hour. We got our New York slice, and then Corey looked at the map. He's like, "We're like 10 minutes from where we parked." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we took the long way."
We the roundabout way.
We had a slice that slayed because
Yep.
that's what happens.
Had a nice slice. I needed a coffee, so I got perfect New York cup.
Oh yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts in the middle of Brooklyn.
New York cuppa,
Little local flavor.
at the L train,
Yep.
and then we went to Lukey's.
Peter Luger's best meal I've ever had.
Went as hard as we had to go.
I've been there before, but this was the best meal I've ever had because from start to finish, it was just A1 plus.
You have to go there with zero regard for the money you're about to spend.
Which it wasn't that bad.
No, but none of us drank, and it was $150 a head.
Yes.
Yeah, but we ate like
fuck,
assholes.
Yeah.
We ate like fucking assholes.
Yeah.
we ate like assholes.
We got shrimp cocktails.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
so,
we ate like absolute assholes, like
kings.
biggest idiots ever.
so the best
You were
thing.
fucking snapping for the
Oh,
win.
literally.
Oh yeah. The waiter even questioned our salad choice.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I was like, we're starting with 3 Caesars. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, we're starting with 3 Caesars.
Dude, you were doing the fucking.
Yeah, I was doing the motions.
Oh, yeah.
The best part was, I looked to Chuck and I'm like, "You eat shrimp cocktail, right?" And he's like, yeah, but Corey's not going to eat it, so we might as well get the big one.
Yeah, I gotta admit, those papers were like a pound each.
It was wonderful.
Those are fucking
oh
lobsters.
my god.
Bring us your largest shrimp. Should have sent it back. These aren't big enough.
These are light. This plate is light.
Two more of
is
those,
this?
it would have been the meal.
Yeah. I avoided the bread. First time ever.
I did have a slice
Solid
of bread
move.
I ate the bread.
in lieu of eating some of the bacon.
But
We
we
boys
got-
shared the bacon.
We got through steak for 3,
Steak for 3.
and then we all got dessert.
And we also had
Two
German
types of
potatoes,
potatoes, yeah.
and the normal potatoes. Wonderful.
Listen, we only get there
I
once a
know.
year.
Well,
We killed the steak for 3,
Killed all the potatoes.
and then we weren't done.
no,
because
dessert.
We
Dude,
all
the
get
dessert was so fucking good.
It was unbelievable.
I got a cheesecake. He
I
got a
got
key
key
lime
lime pie.
okay.
What'd you
Yeah.
get?
Apple strudel.
Apple
And they
strudel.
give
And I
you
had to wait for the creme.
They give
Right.
you like
I
a
had to wait for the
gallon
creme.
bucket of freshly made cream.
I have a photo of the cream.
Like way more cream than anyone in their right mind could use.
We ended up just eating the cream at the end.
Yeah, it was
They're like, get these fucking guys out.
Like that's the
really
cream.
were.
Holy
right
shit.
there.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's a
What do
heavy
they
amount of cream.
expect? That's funny.
3 desserts, I guess.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I guess.
That,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a team worth of cream.
Mind
as
you, we
far
ate
as-
all that after eating New York slices.
I would probably fucking.
And so that was so I had one New York slice, and Chuck's like, "Wow, Jesus, I got 2."
Yeah, I fucking dealt with
And
it.
you nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
Well, luckily we got fucking 25,000 steps because I went the wrong way in Williamsburg.
Yeah, it's like, this is fucking 7th Street? I swear to fucking God. Hey, it's like, fuck.
Not again. Yeah, exactly. You're walking one block, you're like, wrong way. Let's go.
But yeah, the meal was just unbelievable because sure there can be a better one-off thing.
No,
you can
yeah,
make that
sure.
argument, whatever,
It's all about
potentially.
the consistency.
That place is a national
the-
treasure.
But from beginning to
National
end,
treasure. What are you talking about?
Look, this is a national treasure.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the fucking movie National Treasure.
No, it's also the.
Listen,
the
we'll get
movie
into
now.
that shortly.
We're
But
getting into
yeah.
Peter Luger's, yes, it is a national treasure.
yeah, it's unbelievable. If you have a chance to go, please go.
I bet Nick
Make
Cage eats there.
reservations. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure he has.
He
sure.
has to. Big shout to our waiter.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, he was wicked Polish, but his name was super Italian.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Shouts to Lorenzo.
Yeah, big shouts to Wukash over there. I know your real name. You can't lie to me.
Yeah. He should have spit out some Polish
I
at
know.
him.
I was going to talk too fast, and I was going to look like a fucking idiot.
So we finished our meal
Mhm.
and decided to drive home
Yep.
as
in
we were going to.
in the
anyway.
most ferocious fucking thunderstorm I've ever seen.
Horrific thunderstorm.
But the White
No-
Walls handled it.
No highway for like the first 2 hours of the drive.
Yeah, it took us down through
Matter of fact, we went through the Bronx.
Bushwick. Took us through Bushwick,
Through
which was really
Bushwick.
cool to see. Bushwick's super wildly nice now.
We
I
talked
guess I
about-
left on Friday, so I didn't really see any of that.
Oh yeah, it started. It was like
This was
Thursday.
a one-day trip for us.
The Thursday
back.
Thursday when it was like 85 degrees out. By like 7, it was
torrential downpours.
downpour and
shit.
like
Arctic
storming.
chill.
Oh
yeah.
no, I remember that. Yeah, because so I brought my rain jacket because I'm like not used to like traveling for these trips. I'm like, I'm gonna bring my fucking rain jacket. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
How smart is that? And then I forgot. Fuck.
Proper planning.
Yeah.
So that is the New York Auto Show. It was
I
a
almost
wonderful
made it
time.
back without falling asleep at the wheel, but
Oh, you did pretty good.
yeah, I had to stop at the south of the border.
Yeah.
Where did we stop? Grab an energy drink down at the bottom there.
It was south of the border.
South
Yeah,
of the border, yeah.
yeah,
Good
Did you
spot.
guys have a good time at the auto show? You think?
I did.
yeah. It was good.
Auto show was fine. I
Yeah.
just like the amount of time we spent there was also us looking to burn a little more time as we want to spend the whole day in Brooklyn.
Right,
Yeah.
Because
right.
you could have walked in and out of that show in 2 hours.
Let's just say if they had
Yeah,
moved
you
it to like the Meadowlands, I wouldn't go.
yeah.
It would just step outside of the border for me.
Yeah.
If Peter Luger's wasn't involved, I probably would have stayed home.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you're still going to fucking New York City. It's like, there's other shit to do.
New York City
Right.
fucking rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff,
Stay
and
off the subway.
we didn't go too heavy on like we weren't really talking to the PR people. We just kind of did our
Yeah.
own thing
Yeah. That's
and just
the way to do
recorded
it.
some stuff. I mean, if there's for the most part, there's nothing they could tell us. They're not going to
Yeah.
tell us the price of the
Exactly.
Corolla.
They don't
Like,
want to talk to us. I was dressed like a fucking bum.
it's just like, all right, we know a lot of this information is already out there, obtainable. So it was just kind of like, all right, let's do our thing and kind of go on from
I got
there.
the press packet from Toyota.
Nice.
You did, yeah. You
Emailed
got the
it to
email.
me.
Yeah.
I'm
there
on
you
the
go.
list now.
Yeah, shouts.
Email them back. Hey man, can I drive it?
Nah.
But no, it was good. I'd like to say there will be more stuff next year, but who knows? I don't know if that's a whole.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the whole thing.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
hope it
so.
kind of comes back and
I would have said some big German manufacturers would have been nice to see.
Yeah,
Like a Mercedes or a BMW or,
Yeah,
or
for
Audi.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, just because they were gone, it was like, oh, they didn't show up. It's like when you go to a party and you're expecting someone to show up to like make it good, and that person never shows up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, why the fuck am I here?
yeah.
I just kept waiting for the chicks and they never showed up.
Exactly.
Want to do B for B real quick and then get into you want to just skip news? I don't have much news, and there really isn't too.
I got
too
news
much.
I can slam through real quick.
Okay, let's do B for B first.
Okay.
We're pushing time. We're good.
We're pushing time.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize how deep in the episode we were.
Okay, Bucks for the Boys. That's how we monetize this podcast. What's Bucks for the Boys? Value for value method. If this podcast is worth anything to you, hit us up, revivemotoring.com/B4B. There's a couple sustaining plans you can sign up for on there. Give us whatever you want a podcast. If you want to send us a one-off with a, hey, go fuck yourself message, info at revivemotoring.com at PayPal. We'll read it online. We'll read that baby live.
I got 3. I got to read.
I can't wait. Also, what else did I have on Bucks for the Boys?
Sorry, I messed you up.
Value for value.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't have to contribute cash.
No.
Oh, also, that's why there's no ads at the beginning of this podcast or anywhere in this podcast, is we all hate ads, so we're trying to make this work without ads. Listen to a podcast today. Ads came on the beginning. I was like, this motherfucker. There's so many more listeners to me, still doing ads. So, yeah. Also, if you don't want to pay us, which is what most of you do, go ahead, hit us up on Instagram. Hit us with a little industry chat, a little news story. Send us. We've been getting a bunch of cool pictures and animations, which is awesome.
Yeah, we have one of
Carlito.
Carlito hooking us up.
King of Google Images.
Yeah.
That edit that he did, I'm like, can you please fucking send that to me?
Yeah, it was sick, dude.
Carlito's
Carlito's
the man.
knocking it out of the park. So yeah, anything, man. Just hit us up. Just, we don't want to be sad.
And if you are a B4B subscriber, you will get things in the mail from here every now and again. Right now, we have a bunch of air fresheners going out that we made, and we're just sending out to everybody.
Yeah, shook
Some
shit in a box. It's going to somebody.
Different things. So one lucky listener is going to get a big pile of turd.
We got we also have a Discord that you can
do have a
hit us
Discord.
up on. We do interact a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
I do. You guys are working on it again.
I gotta
Shook's
figure it
on
out.
there.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's
All
a
right,
Facebook.
you're on there. He's not on there.
Facebook
I'm
group,
not trying to single him out.
Facebook group, Discord, TikTok, Instagram. You can follow us on
We
all
don't
the
have a
social
TikTok.
medias. We do. I'm
We
gonna
definitely
put you, I'm
don't. Don't
gonna
worry about
make
the
you the
TikTok.
star of TikTok.
And then also, if you're listening to this, you can't listen to us live. It's pretty much always 7 p.m. Eastern time
No matter how much we try.
on YouTube Live. So hit us up, chat with us. You can, if you're listening, you can hear in the podcast of us interacting with the chat because
Yeah.
that's where all our material comes from.
And matter of fact, the chat, we just kind of, it's up, it's functional. There's super
you can
chat.
give us
You can
money
make
in it.
donations within that as well. And, if you want to ask a particular question about a particular topic that we might be talking about live,
Yeah.
do that.
If you wonder how we get really off the rails, it's the chat.
That's throws everything off.
So, yeah.
I do. Corey's probably got a number.
I got a number.
So we got a number that we come up with every single week to tell us how the previous podcast did.
Brian at NASA. He's got the algorithm.
He calculates it. We take the number of listens we have and the number of dollars we have. We do some type of crazy mathematical magic and figure out how many dollars per listen we've made on our previous podcast. And this previous podcast was one without Daddy Josh here. So, Corey, has NASA sent us a number?
They sent us a number now. We didn't go up, but we didn't go down.
I love to hear it.
Staying.
We plateaued.
Stayed the course.
Solid 7 cents a listen.
7 cents a listen.
Lucky number 7.
Yep.
Some may say lucky strike. However, the best news, we've hit the charts in Russia.
Corey brought this to our attention earlier.
We have officially broke the top 100 in the podcast charts in Russia.
Добрый день, товарищ.
So, a lot of spare time over there.
I was going to say I don't know how people find the time.
Tough time to hit the charts in Russia, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
We
If
said
anyone
we
can do
weren't
it,
gonna talk about it.
we can, yeah. We are pickled and wedged right between talking trucks and Jeep talk. So
Wow.
it's a rough
Are we
bunch
above or
of
below Jeep Talk?
We're above.
Yeah.
Suck a Jeep talk. Let's go.
Suck a Jeep dick.
Yeah, the fast lane talking trucks is just above us. So I'll keep my eye on this because I think
Interesting development.
there's some other countries we can really kind of come up in.
Right.
Wait, is that
right.
specifically in Russia that
In
we're
Russia, yeah,
only.
we're
Yeah.
killing it in Russia. Thank you to all our Russian listeners.
They drive Jeeps over there?
No, but they probably aren't into us, but they still.
We're probably
Yeah.
being hacked.
I'm guessing
if
that's
honest.
the bots.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the bots.
Thank you, bots. Thank you, whoever's programming those bots. Since
Yeah.
they
They
were our
drive
way.
Mazdas
Hey,
over there.
a listen's a listen.
Come on.
yeah.
Come on.
And with that being said, we were left one 5-star review this week, which I will read off.
Ooh.
It is from iPatch69.
iPatch69.
It is titled "Worth Your Time," and like I said, it's 5 stars. And it reads, rumor has it that sales of the T-Roc cabriolets have jumped recently due to the exposure on this influential show. Unusual focus on raccoons and hot dogs recently. To say nothing about the song about holes, but whatever. So,
Love it.
I don't know if you saw the T-Roc cabriolet press photos.
There's a woman with an eye patch.
You want a show really went off rails.
Yeah.
Just really.
You want to see a show go off the whales. Send us press
Representation
photos.
matters, all right?
Yeah.
You gotta do,
It
Yeah.
sure did. It
With
made
an eye
one of the
patch.
greatest segments we've ever done. I'd like to say yar to all our T-Roc Cabriolet listeners.
I hope you don't work too closely with Volkswagen because that'll sink the ship.
That looks like my friend's mom.
All we can say is like,
We can't get into this again.
That is its own
Terrible
thing.
idea.
But like,
Oh, come on!
if you want to get a feel for the clientele, just look at the comments on the post.
Yeah.
That's
It'll make
just-
you want to walk the plank.
Oh, we're gonna start with the fucking pirate jokes again.
Let's not
Yeah, that's the
get
end
it
of
off
the
the
show.
screen. We got to keep it going.
Get the T-Rock out of here. Get the T-Rock off.
Yeah, we got to keep moving.
T-Rock belongs in Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah. Thank you for the 5-star review. Keep leaving them. It's a great way to contribute. If you can't contribute monetarily,
Yes.
we love the reviews. They help us a lot because we have an astonishingly large amount of
5-star reviews.
5-star reviews. So
And it's very good, and it helps me feel better about myself.
There you go. Josh, we got some messages from people. What do we got?
We have 3 messages from PayPal donors.
PayPal donors.
Let's see. I think Kyle from the Circle Jerks put out
Circle Kyle jerk.
put out some stipulations, I guess, recently.
boy.
So Cole W. just wrote Circle Jerks listener. He provided 3 donations because he submitted monetary values equaling that of a number of a race car driver.
Oh wow, that's really
I don't know
smart. We gotta get a scam going like that.
We did have Igor
Igor.
just send over something. He said just cuz.
Oh,
Just 'cause.
Just the sweet things. That's what Igor's good at.
Shouts. I'm glad he's okay. I am.
Good dude.
I
He's
am.
okay. He's better than okay. He's great.
Kirky's and a Adam.
Kirky's and some aluminum flashing.
And then we did have one from Corey S. And he just
Corey
writes,
S.
The Circle Jerks is premium content. Remember to shout them out. So there you go.
Always a shout to the circles. We had a
Shouts.
couple
We had 2
super
in
chats.
here.
Yeah, from Mike C. and Brian C.
Mike
in the
C
chat.
and Brian C.
I mean, their names are on there. I guess.
Mike
we can-
Crawford says,
Mike
"Bucks
Crawford.
for the boys."
No, bucks for the fucking.
Bucks for
I
the
thought it was-
fucking boys. We'll just say there's an F in there. No one's going to see it on the podcast.
I thought there was one. Whoops.
And Brian Cass says, "Band sit wipers." Incredible.
Bandstand wipers? Oh,
bandstand
wipers.
Oh, bandstand
Yeah,
wipers.
in
Yeah.
reference
Like
to
someone who
people
cleans a
stand and
bandstand.
wipe their ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking agree with that.
yeah,
It's got a hard crowd out there.
yeah.
But that is our B for B segment. We'll cue the boys real quick.
All right, you want me to hammer through the news?
Yeah.
As fast as ever?
Hammer it, daddy.
All right, boys, it finally has all the options you want. Ferrari launches the 296 GTS drop top hybrid.
Wow.
Honestly, I didn't pay attention to the other common hybrids. The 296 GTB, that one has a roof. It's a V6 mid rear turbo engine. It makes a combined 830 horsepower,
Hot damn.
which is fucking bananas.
It's a spicy meatball.
25 kilometers of silent electric cruising if you're that kind of guy.
Isn't that how you get in and out of London? You don't
Yeah,
have to pay for
exactly.
it?
And this motor is definitely going to happen with the Ferrari SUV, the Puro Sangue. And that's coming out in the next few months. Well, boys, the CEO of Rivian is warning of the looming electric vehicle battery shortage.
Wow.
It's so big.
RJ Scarangi is issuing the warning. All the world's cell production is 10% of what we'll need in 10 years, he says.
Hold on. Is he saying it's going to slow down Rivian production?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna be tough.
don't you dare.
I'm just.
What he said is all the world's cell production is 10% of what we'll need in 10 years. I don't think that's what we solve. That's how production works. But anyways, and Elon over there mentioned last month that lithium prices have gone bananas, to which he said Tesla might have to get into mining and refining directly at scale. That's how you solve a fucking problem. RJ's got to figure it out.
I know. I was gonna say that. It's like, well, why are you fucking telling us?
Yeah, go
Right.
fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't tell the media.
Yeah.
X3 doesn't have a touchscreen anymore. That's hilarious because of the chip shortage, but they take $300 off.
Great.
They don't do
Wow.
the Audi option where they give you a chip shortage package.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I get $300 off, and my X3 just keeps rising in value, baby,
Yeah.
because I got that touchscreen everyone's talking
So
about.
I just looked because I did the Rivian oopsie and I bought stock for way too long for them.
Oh boy.
I am down 20 shares worth of their current value
Wow.
in stock.
Wow.
Yeah, that bubble fucking popped.
Yeah, that bubble pop.
They were riding high for a little bit.
I think most people
That
that
was
are
like a day.
Well, most stocks are pretty down. Most automotive stocks, at least. So.
At this
Well,
point,
I think-
hold.
This is legendary.
I think
this is like Hertz 2 years ago.
I gotta
legendary.
imagine most people serious in this industry realize there's something not going right over there.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it really went sour when the guy
I mean, the
left.
trucks are great,
yeah, I mean, they're good trucks. I mean, it
but they
seems
just
like
can't build them at scale at all.
they can't build them at scale. And it seems like, of all the startups, of which I guess there are 2 that actually made cars, it seems like Lucid really kind of fucked them, like in terms of technology and range. And
Yep.
I mean, they have like the truck and the Lucid have like roughly the same size battery.
Yep.
And the Lucid gets like another 220 miles of range. It's like, I think they probably fucking know what they're doing better than you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't easy.
Yeah.
Well, boys, in the fastest news segment ever, the BMW i7 dropped, I think, today. Top Gear has a great video of it.
God.
Yeah,
It's
fucking-
BMW's new electric 7 Series. The new grille is bigger than ever. And this is the first look for the new 7 generally. This is the top-end model of the new 7 for now. It's competing with the Tesla Model S, the Mercedes EQS, and the Lucid Air. The new headlights are small, but the real headlights are down where the fog lights are. We talked about that already. They get the squinty boys in there.
Just not doing it for me, you know.
This one is an X-Drive 60 badge or something, some crazy
So I
badge.
think it's a hybridized V12.
Yeah, it's an HX Drive 60. It's 544 horsepower and 102 kilowatt motor. The range BMW is saying is 382 miles, and it goes 0 to 60 in 4.7. They will make an i7 M70M with 600 plus horsepower. Currently on this car, the back doors open automatically and close automatically, which
Yeah,
is
I saw
hilarious.
that in person. That was weird.
There's a fucking cinema screen in the back seat. You press a button.
I was like, man, that's like
A
a
thir-
lot.
Yeah.
A 31-inch 8K screen comes down from the roof.
What can
1
you even
inch.
get in 8K? It's like all
It's a
those
bit of a
fuck-
safety hazard.
It's like the shit they put on the TV like in the store. It's like the only thing you can see. It's like a bunch of frogs.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
rainforest.
that's
The
it.
back seats can almost lie flat as long as you crush the person in the seat in front of you. So that's excellent. And then, yep.
First photo I ever saw of it, all black. I was like, wow, you know what? Looks pretty damn
And you put,
good.
like a color we could actually see it.
And
Yeah.
then
Alright.
and then this like champagne-y, silvery, whatever color popped up, and I was like, oh,
don't look up the two-tone.
That's
yeah.
not.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
So
should.
anyways, that's coming out.
The two-tone is not.
Yeah.
Not a look.
So there's that.
And then finally, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Cobb tuning
Yes.
that I'm not wildly familiar with, other than all my friends with Golf R's say if you tuned your car and you get it updated now, it'll show a CEL all the time.
Yeah, it depends what you do, but generally, if your shit's like not square with emissions, like you took shit off,
There's a couple things, right, that
you're not gonna be like, it's not gonna brick your car, but it's gonna throw lights now.
Yeah.
If in states where you can't have lights to pass inspection,
Yep.
it's gonna be a problem.
And in most states, even if you do something about the light, it's gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
It just know. Like
Flash it back to stock, baby.
in mass, it's terrible.
Yeah,
There's project cars I know that are they're done
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, I mean, it just brings me back to the thing I say all the time. Buy an old car, mod the shit out of it. I don't know
Yeah.
why you're buying cars newer than 25 years. There's a lot of cars that are 25 years old, modern as anything. You throw a standalone in it, you do whatever the fuck you want with it.
For now.
For now, yeah. I mean, they're just going to keep on coming down on the shit,
That's
if I'm honest.
exactly-
I think
Yeah.
you'll always be able to get some kind of fucking, the Romanian pop tune, like the murder tune from some Eastern European.
Oh,
country.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Those
You'll
guys
be
will
able
have
to get that in the mail through like some kid will show
some
Plugs
middleman.
in-
We
plugs
talked to
in.
some of our
It'll be
guys.
some kid's homework or something. You'll be like, all right, I'll take this.
Plugs in via Raspberry
You'll
Pi.
always be able, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
You'll be able
gonna
to get that.
It's gonna come down to. We're gonna try to have a guest on that can know more about this. It's gonna come down to like weld your own exhaust kits. That's really what's gonna happen. It's like 80% lowers in the gun community. Like you're gonna have to make the shit yourself if you want it.
Well, you're gonna have to go to a state or get it shipped from a state where it's like if some one state, Texas will be like, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
shit.
we don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You'll
Right.
be able to have to get it shipped from there or something.
Yeah.
It's never too late to learn how to weld.
Florida.
That's true.
Yeah,
Florida. But yeah, there's a lot going on Cobb wise. I know that they're in a lot of hot water with people that have been tuning,
There's a handful of articles
pissing
out.
off a lot of customers. A lot of Subaru guys, which I respect.
There's going to be an
But-
article on the drive, I believe, pretty soon.
Yeah, we're talking to people who are getting screwed, and we're talking to shops, and we tried to talk to Cobb, but
Yep.
you know how they are.
Declined.
They declined, and hopefully we'll have that out tomorrow. We're trying to be real as comprehensive as we can about it.
Yeah,
You
to
know,
cover it.
people like a bunch of people are just fucked. It's like, well, great. Am I one of them? We're trying to really get it squared away.
Right,
Yeah.
right. To see, get down to the actual
Yeah.
story and the actual facts to back it up. Honda Insight dead again. Honda's killing the Insight
I
again
forgot
to
it
bring
came
back the
back.
Civic
I forgot
Hybrid.
it came back as well.
Me too. Most people did. I seen one on the highway the other day. Tesla is once again recalling nearly 600,000 vehicles over its pedestrian warning system.
Yep. As they
That-
do.
The Ram TRX will live on. The Ram CEO confirmed
You know, they wouldn't tell us that. So
Yeah.
we were going to write a story on that, and we reached out to them. We were like, is a TRX going to live past the Hellcats? And we just got no comment.
And it gets really interesting because last week Corey was talking about the Hurricane motor.
Yeah, the Hurricane motor.
That's going to literally end up in everything, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
the Mopar 2J.
so
Yeah.
that's
I got a
perfect.
whole fucking bit on that.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
God damn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy one of those foreign motors, but Mopar made something like that. I'd even buy a set of metric tools. Good God. My hard-earned dollars.
The funny part is our buddy Shook over there literally said, "Oh my God, the amount of drift cars that's going to end up
Every
inside
single
20
one.
years
It's
from now."
fucking. It's like it's sturdy.
It's
not-
crazy.
like even the non-high output one has like a forged crank and rods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the high output one is like fully forged.
It
and,
wa-
and it's twin turbo and it's got fucking water air. It's like, man, this thing looks pretty fucking good.
Running
Yeah.
20 psi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's 2022. If you're not running forged internals,
That's true.
it's a new dude. Just fucking do it from the factory. I don't.
Yeah, dude, just do it.
Just fucking do it.
Forget that whole manufacturing cost thing and consumer pricing.
Hey, man, it's a lot of
Just-
cost.
just
they're
go-
charging $30,000 for like fucking daily driver piles of shit.
Yeah.
The least
Let's
you could
go.
do is give me some forged internals so I can throw an eBay kit
Dude,
on it.
hey, man, it's a lot of car.
Let's get this rant going. That's a lot of vehicles.
Just give me that low compression from the factory so I can just really
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Check
Why
off the
don't they offer
head
a
gasket
fucking
spacer.
disc piston? I don't get it.
What? It doesn't come with 1200cc injectors? What are you talking about?
Dude, direct injection, man. Just throw a wet shot right at it.
Can I get a surge tank?
Wet shot. Forget wet shot. Dry shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dry shot. Let it eat.
And the last little headline I have, we don't have to get into it, but Volkswagen actively looking at electric truck segment in the United States.
Yeah.
Surprise.
This is gonna be real easy for them because we talked about how the Maverick and the like Volkswagen platform are sharing each other,
Yeah, the twisting of some snakes.
and they're already electrifying other stuff, and the Maverick's electrifying stuff there. So like,
They're going to do what they always do. They're not going
Has-
to bring the truck to America.
Volkswagen
no,
has
deliberately they're bringing it here. Yeah.
I'll believe when it gets here.
So
you know?
like that's their whole. What's that?
Yeah, the
Amarok.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like their whole end goal, and that's why the production of the Maverick. We knew the production of the Maverick existed before it got announced because of that.
I mean, as a manufacturer, if you look at the United States and go, and don't see the market for small pickups or
Yeah.
small trucks,
Yeah.
like it's a missed opportunity. Maybe you shouldn't be CEO of said company.
I mean,
Oh,
a lot
shit.
of automakers now are being like, we need to really focus on North America because Europe is apparently a really shitty place to sell cars. And it's like, you either sell them in the US or China. And like, we need to make cars specifically for this market. Like the CX-50 I drove is US specific. Like they're not selling it anywhere. They're making them here, selling them here.
Yeah,
And I think, VW has always struggled to like really have a foothold here.
yeah.
And I don't. I always say this: if I was in that fucking boardroom, like, just get me in there, like, get me in front of Mary Bear. I'll fucking tell you in front of this company. They really need to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's like the bus is like, I think the bus will have some success.
But that's going to be it's such a niche thing. It's
Yeah.
not.
Was that
Well, they
bus
missed
ahead
it.
of the show actually coming out?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
real
Oh,
thing.
it's
Yeah.
a real thing.
No shit.
Well, they
Yeah.
missed it with their new the T5, not coming here. The trend like essentially like their Sprinter.
the
Right.
convertible truck?
No,
Bring it
no,
up,
no.
Shook.
Yeah, no.
We asked them about that, and they were like, "Are you ever going to bring campers back to the U.S.?"
Yeah.
We're like, no.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you not?
What is this? Convertible truck? What?
Yeah, the Tamarok convertible, I believe.
Oh no.
Press photos.
But yeah, so they missed it with that giant market. Because think about now, like how many people are buying Sprinters and how many people are buying Transits and all this stuff
Yeah,
there. Like
exactly.
It's true.
if there was a Volkswagen
And fucking
option,
Mercedes put all-wheel drive on the what's their Sprinter?
Yeah.
because Ford was offering it, and everyone was making the overlanding rigs out of them.
Yeah.
Like fuck, we're missing out on this. So they actually responded to that market.
Yeah.
Which is like, man, there's definitely something to that.
I don't know. I'm a little worried about Volkswagen because like 2 weeks ago there was that article you brought up about
Yeah, they
them
said they're
saying,
going to start focusing on quality.
yeah, they're not gonna
That can't be right.
quality, more expensive, more one. It's just like,
well, that's just to say, hey guys, we can't produce shit right now, and the reason why we can't is because we're really diving into the quality of our vehicles.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me
Right.
wrong.
Yeah.
We
The
looked
Mark
at-
8R felt really nice. However, it's still a Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. That's always what I come.
We
back
looked
to.
at the quality of our past couple decades and realized, uh-oh,
Yeah.
we can't make this many models.
It all
'Cause that's
started.
basically what the article said.
It all started with this diesel thing, and
You
then just
probably
really,
didn't hear about it.
really went downhill from there. That's it for my news. There was just a couple quick blips.
Perfect.
Corey, I don't know if you have anything.
No, I just the Bronco that was in the ocean in Maine.
Yeah, we got that whole fucking story up.
I-
Are you reading our story?
I had it pulled up. I had it pulled up earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the photos you guys got.
Yeah, so my Caleb, who's our news editor, was just like, it's like we have a thing here. It's like pick up the phone, like pick up the fucking phone and call this person. Like for every story we do that requires
Yeah.
reporting. Like don't send an email.
Yeah.
Just like call them. And I found the number of the towing company that was towing that thing. And first thing in the morning, Caleb calls a guy and he's like, some man. And it's like, yeah, it's stuck in the fucking bay. I don't know. I can't get it out.
Shook. Hit up the drive floating Ford Bronco. It'll come right up.
And he was like texting him photos and shit. He's like, there's a character in Caleb is so funny. He's like, we're friends now.
The photo of it underwater.
That's the
the
best.
aerial photo of it underwater is unbelievable. No, why can't
Go to
you
the
just go to the
website.
article? Why?
There we go.
It was the drive called me on the K thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
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 Look at that, your boy's car, dead center.
Yeah,
Someone literally ripped this article off another outlet and just never called me nothing. I was like,
they do that a lot.
oh jeez.
Yeah.
Scroll down more, Shuck, please. That's the photo.
Yeah, it's like, man, you are fucked.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is DEM getting involved? Those guys love to talk to people that do stuff like that. Levy
I don't
massive
know.
fines.
So what happened? Did the guy drove out
He drove
there
out
and
on the ice.
tide came in? Oh wait, he drove out.
Oh no, sorry, he drove
no
on
ice.
it got stuck in the tide came in. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were like, apparently it's like still in this guy's lot, like no one has come. It was like, Caleb was like, was he willing to talk? And the guy was like, he doesn't want to fucking talk to anybody.
So
Everything was on like jersey plates, on fucking street tires. It was like,
Oh my
man,
god.
Guy paddled up shit creek and, well, you see the results.
Yeah. He's living in it now.
You gonna flag down anybody else to drag you out?
I'm pretty sure.
It's crazy.
Well, they had like fucking 2 trucks up there trying to pull this thing out. Apparently it was really fucking
Up to the rails, nobody wanted to dig. Once the water comes in, you're done.
Yeah, the floaties are the only thing that's
What's that thing going for now? 50?
Well, I
Yeah.
think that was kind of the whole premise was like, how do you feel that this guy got one and then fucking sunk it in the water?
It's
Yeah.
his money, man.
you
Do
still
what you
can't
want,
get one.
baby.
Sort of like that guy with the Veyron that drove it into the
Yeah,
water.
Yeah.
it's money. Do what you want. But he then tried insurance fraud.
Yeah. May have been on purpose.
Yeah, I can't wait for the insurance fraud to come through on this thing.
I don't think. I'm
This
telling
thing's
you
gonna
what.
pop up as
They're gonna be like, was it on the road? Nope. Good fucking luck.
lightly used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slight water
water
damage. Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to someone about this. The same thing happened. Someone went through the ice, and was it on the road?
This
Nope.
happens in the Cape all the time.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
on the road? It was not. We don't cover it.
Yeah, this happens in the Cape where they get too close to the water, the tide comes in, no one's paying attention, and then before you know it, you can't get your fucking car out.
Who is that story about it happening at H2O?
Smash.
Okay.
I know someone
Fuck
that's.
Smash. We threw him out of his room.
I know someone that sunk a side by side on a pond. I mean, they were able to sneak it out,
Yeah.
but man,
Not
you
good.
get caught doing that stuff. That's. I mean, you're getting fined for everything.
Yeah.
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 Like that guy's gonna get ruined.
Yeah, Mr. Ringtone.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the fucking like
Well, that's shook.
Yeah.
you can see
I'm
like the
smash
gas trail coming off. That
Oh.
thing. It's like,
Ah.
you're in trouble, buddy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to be interested to see if, oh no, is that going to be the boat company, the transport company, the Felicity Ace? How much environmental trouble they're going to
Someone mentioned that. You know, we've been talking about sinking ships on the show to save the environment.
Yeah.
Volkswagen did it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
You
they
know what?
elected to
Take-
do it.
Take the heat. Yeah, take the heat off the tuning scene. Sink
You
a
know,
couple
they
cruise
said they wanted to really up the quality. Love the start.
Done it.
Love the start.
Done it. Thank you.
All right, that's our news segment. We're going to go a little bit long here, but that's okay. Again, we have Pete here from the drive. Way back when, probably 3-ish years ago, maybe a
Before
little
the
bit,
pandemic.
definitely before the
Yeah,
That
pandemic.
much
Wow.
I know.
We had him on as a call in because we're all fans, and I'm sure a lot of people in the automotive world were fans of a website he had started and wrote on called Bald Tires. Some of the funniest and freshest opinion pieces and definitely coming at articles in the automotive world from a different perspective. Is it safe to say that? So was that just a project you had? You just did?
I never thought of it like that. You know, I just one night I was really bored in college and I just really wanted to do it. You know, I felt like I've talked to, you know who Zach Clapman is on the Smoking Tire?
Yeah.
I met him at the Santa Cruz launch and I was talking to him we could do some fucking dangerous shit if we got talking too long. He used to do like stand-up comedy and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like the real deal. And he was like, you know, I feel like the car world is so empty of humor. And I had never realized that until I like
We've been here
stopped.
the whole time.
I never realized that until I had like stopped doing bald tires, and I realized how unfunny it was.
Oh no, because it's so staunchy and white collar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And I never realized that, like, why. I never realized why it got popular. And then after I stopped doing it, I was like, oh wow, it's like kind of like just a vacuum of shit when it's not there. And I never thought of it as like a logical stepping stone to something else.
Right, you just did it.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it. It's like, man, like I can't just keep this shit in my head forever. Like I have to tell somebody.
I mean, I was going to say, honestly, even here with some opinions in your quick-wittedness, like it comes out and I can see, oh, okay, bald tires is literally just your personality.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising because people on some launches knew me from that.
Yeah.
Didn't know me from other things like my full-time job. And it's weird. And people always ask, like, am I going to get back into it? And I've said before, it's like, it's something you really have to think about all the time.
Yeah.
Come up with these jokes. But
I was going to say, right, because it's comedic writing.
yeah, it's not like the way you write headlines for like a regular article is not the same way you write headlines for
Right.
a comedy article. Like when I was writing comedy, I'd always, like, if I could get somebody to not get the punchline to like the very last fucking letter,
Yep.
I would do that, because then the whole thing just hits at once and it's great. But like, you know, obviously when you're writing a headline about something you want somebody to read, that's like news. You front load it.
And it's right. You
Yeah.
want to lure them in, and generally has to be informative.
Yeah, and you know, like with the bald tire stuff, it's like sometimes it would start where it would like be a scene or something that I would think about, like a funny situation, and then the headline would come after. Whereas like, you know, generally when you start writing to like, you know, really form the attitude of the article, you think about at least a working headline first.
Yep.
And it's very, very different, but I really enjoyed it. People ask me, like, if you could do that full time, would you do that instead of automotive writing? And I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I'd imagine there's
The perks for a regular automotive career are much better.
right.
If I did that full time, nobody invited me anyway.
I was going to say, right.
Like,
The
that
likelihood.
asshole, it's like,
Yeah.
no way. He
Right.
said like our CEO was fucking, you know, like some homeless person last time. No, he's not coming to fucking California for this launch.
We're
Like,
not
fuck
gonna, right.
him.
We're not going to pay for his plane ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So Zach, I told that to Zach Clabb, and he was like, yeah, but you just got to be like a fucking executive producer or something, and you just like ghostwrite it, you have someone else write it.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, but I think they would still figure that out. You know?
Right. When the LLC just lists one employee.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, I learned a lot from it because I had like contributors and shit,
Yep.
and it was a lot of fun. I started to learn how to edit, and I still maintain the site. You know, I like to think that somebody could get something out of that writing wise.
Yep.
So like even my first articles that are like I never went back and copywrote, like a couple hundred words or something. I'm just leaving them up because it's like, I feel like I've heard before in comedy, people are like, yeah, he asked for like his jokes when he did starting out, and they're like, oh, amazing. And it's like, well, those weren't his first jokes. His first joke were having like ass.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep posting that. It's like, it's not that expensive. So I'll leave it up for as long as I can. And occasionally people on Reddit like find an article,
Bring something up.
and they post it back and like, man, what happened to that guy? And it's like, well, it's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get to flex any of that muscle at the drive?
I do, but I don't realize when I'm doing it. It's like, so
Because it's just you.
yeah, I'll read an article and people be like, that was a funny part. Like that article was so funny. And I was like, was it? Like, so obviously this thing get edited. So I don't know if I read something funny at the time, like, it's probably gonna get fucking edited out. Like no one wants to read that.
Right.
But sometimes it's like, you know, the article makes it up mostly intact, and it's like, oh, people are like, oh, but what a funny article. It's like, what? I have no, honestly, most of the stuff I have no memory of writing because I write so much, like 2 or 3 posts a day. So it's just like fucking, you know.
Right.
It's like a stream of consciousness coming out of your
just
fingers.
kind of a blur.
I actually wrote, so I've had some time, and I wrote a couple of ideas down just to share here
Oh, perfect.
for you guys.
Oh man, this is amazing.
I felt like if I was going to share them anyway.
You open up the flip phone.
Yeah.
I can't wait till he closes it.
You gotta know how like Ford guys like worship Jim Farley now. Like whatever he says is like fucking gospel. And he's talking about like it's obvious he wants to lose the dealers. because like they're just fucking like the markups. Like he's trying to
this
fight
is
it.
fucking everything
Yeah.
up.
It's like Jim Farley will ritually execute dealers who mark up 40Bs. He's like the fucking like Jolly Green Giant. He's like, is that $5,000? Like stops their service department. And then the other one is I actually have a couple. VW cancels engine development because the ideas were just fucked. It's like, no, it wasn't because of electrification. It was like the ideas were just fucked up. It was like a V-shaped, like, it was like some Z engine or some shit. Like they just didn't know what they were doing over there.
Just off the rails.
We just didn't want to see it anymore, so we just canceled it. And then you guys know Carlos Tavares is Stellantis' like global CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is like tooth and nail just complaining about electrifying. He's like, if we could like, someone has to make these cars. So if you compare him to like Fred Flintstone, it's like Carlos Tavares warns that moving away from Flintstone car will mean less time to paint huge deer on cave walls. It's like, I'm just saying, your wife's going to be picking a lot more berries. Okay? Listen, not going to be as many loincloths around. I'll say that much. Production of that is going to be limited. Did you guys know that Honda Osmo got canned? You know who that is?
The robot.
Yeah,
Yes.
Honda's robot. They
Yeah.
were working on it for like 10 years. And then the other day, an article came out. And they're like, they have, of course, Japan. They had like this fucking ceremony where they like retired him and everything. And I was like, man, this is fucked up. They're just going to shut him off? It's like a blender? Like, that is fucked. And it's like, the joke is that he's like fighting against being turned off. And he talks so funny, Osmo. He's like, hello, I'm Osmo. I'm not going back to jail. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Put your hands up. He like gets a gun. Get your hands out of your pockets, bitch. It's like, holy shit. And I deleted the last one because it wasn't that good. We had this actually. So related to that, we had this rolling joke at the drive that we are going to have this other site called the Derv, which is like fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And actually, Mike Spinelli bought the Derv domain when he heard.
Really?
About it.
Amazing.
Oh man.
It's not gonna happen, but he was like so hyped up. He's like, I'm buying the fucking domain.
He's gonna make sure you have it though.
Yeah.
Right, just
So
in
it would
case.
be like
Yeah.
all these fucked up, like our first and last letters of our names reversed, like Heater Holderith, right in the articles, and it would be like we wanted to like when we would like tap into the news cycle, people would know what we're talking about. But you do like whatever, say like the Z, like as it turns out, it's not coming to the U.S. Just write an article that says "fuck" as a headline. Like this is so fucked. Like come on, like 2 words is the headline.
Duped again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but besides that, that's
It's
all
like
I
the
have to
upside
say.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like hell yeah, like something happened. Yeah, but no, those were my ideas.
Dude, you still got it. You still got it. So how did coming to work for the drive come about? Did you have, obviously Ball Tires wasn't your full-time job like we were just
No.
talking about. Did you have a full-time job, or were you were just finishing school, right?
Yeah, man, it was pretty fucked up. So I'm like class of 2020. So we left for spring break and we never came back.
Oh, geez, right.
Just
And,
left on a Friday and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was like, it's like oh, a couple people sneezed in New York City. It's like, well, what the fuck? Why I'm not coming back from spring break? Like, why everyone's like, this will be over in a couple weeks and we'll go back.
2 weeks.
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yep.
3 years into that.
Yeah.
27 months later.
Still here.
And so we all left. And then it was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I thought the pressure to get a job on in fucking design was on before. But now it's like, man, I feel like I was just so fucked. And I had been doing the bald tire stuff. And I was like, should I just try and do this? Because I knew I could do that from home.
Yeah.
And I made a Twitter account to like share my articles, and people were actually knew about it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like these mainstream automotive journalists would message me. Well, it was like 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like, man, I really like your stuff.
But enough
yeah, and I was like,
names in the industry to go, whoa.
that I recognize. And I was like, who the fuck? Like, how did this happen? And at that point, I was like, maybe I can actually do this. And so one of my professors worked at GM in the 70s as a designer. And in class one day, I overheard him talking about, he would just ramble on and on. He was a really funny guy. And he mentioned that Subaru almost imported K cars into the U.S. to compete with Smart. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. So I interviewed him, and I pitched the article to Kyle, who's our editor-in-chief at the time. I don't know why the fuck I chose him, but I did. And I actually got a response. And was like, man, what the fuck? Like, you're not just, like, you know, screaming into the void. And it got published, and I got $200. It's like, man, that's a lot of money.
You
made
mean,
it.
You mean for this?
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, is this real?" And so that was like, man, maybe I can actually fucking do this. So I started writing for Hooniverse. I don't know if you've heard of that site.
Yeah.
But Jeff over there kind of took me under his wing, and he was like, yeah, man, like, you can write whatever you want here. And I pitched a bunch of articles. He was like, yeah, we can publish all this shit. Really? He was like, yeah, why the fuck not? I'm like, okay. So I started writing for them. And I actually wrote some, in hindsight, some cool stuff. And Hooniverse is not a big website, but the right people read it. And one day I was writing at Hooniverse, and my friend Mac Hogan at Road and Track was like, man, we have this writing fellowship open, and you should apply for it. And then COVID happened, and that got wiped out.
Yeah.
And then later on the same day, he was like, there's this night editor job at the Drive, and you should fucking apply for it. I was like, oh, I don't know. You know, I don't know how to do that. 'Cause you have to write. It's a fucking grind. You have to write like 5 articles a night, 1 every hour. It's like fucking trial by fire. Like, you get it, you don't, you get fucking, you know, chewed up and spit out. Like, I don't know if I want to do it. It seems kind of hard. And he was like, well, I told him you're doing it, so you're interviewing. I was like, okay. And that same day, fucking Donut Media reached out. And they're like, you want to do research for our show? It was called Versus, and it was really bad. And I was like, yeah, I'll fucking take it. This is a pandemic. I was like, I'll take whatever I can fucking get.
Right.
My girlfriend at the time, oh, she's still my girlfriend, but back then, she already had a fucking full-time job and shit doing design. So I felt like the biggest asshole.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Just trying to find your way.
She was like, "Are we able to pay rent?" And I was like, you know, like, world's biggest jerk off.
You're just like thumbing around trying.
Well, I got this website.
I'm writing these funny articles about cars. Like, you're an idiot. It's like, so I got those 2 jobs, and I was working them both for a while. And that was just fucking stressful, because the guy like who did this Versus show, the whole premise was it was one car versus another, but not really. He would want to do like the Honda Civic versus, or the Civic Si versus like the GTI. It's like, oh, which one? All of them. It's like, all of them? Yeah. It's like, well, how do you even compare that? And the answer was making like these tables and tables of data to like compare everything. But at the end, he would just decide. It's like which one he would like better.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck did I do all that?
Right. Just defeat the purpose of the
Yeah,
tables.
3 episodes in, he's like, man, we got to make this master spreadsheet of like every car in the universe that has like all the specs. We can just compare them on the fly. I really don't want to do that.
That seems like a lot of work.
And then one day the guy Joey was like, who I guess he was just like stressed out. I can't blame the guy. But he was like, yeah, man, the show's taking a break. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take my, you know, pay just from the Drive. And I started just doing the Drive during nights. And I wrote some good articles there too that did well. And I was like, you know, man, I'm like this. I'm like, what the fuck? You can actually just do this? And they offered me a full-time gig, not on a contract yet. But it was like, you know, some, you know, your college kid, it's like some obscene amount of money. So yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I accepted it, and I bought that Chevy Cobalt. And, you know, because when I was not working on a contract, you get your pay without anything taken out. It's like, man, I'm making like fucking fat stacks. Like, bought this Cobalt in 2 paychecks. I'm living large.
Yeah.
And then tax day comes, and it's like, man, I have like $6,000 I have to find somewhere. And I got some tax advice from our managing editor Jerry, who's a fucking money genius. But then I eventually got hired full time with like health insurance and everything.
Wow, like a real job.
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
But
It sounds great.
it is really great. Most of the time, it doesn't feel like work. It's just
You give guys like us hope.
you know what.
Let's hope.
I think we're really doing something special there. I mean, I've gotten offers from other publications, but I see what they do on a daily basis, and it's like, I don't want to work there. I don't. Like, I like what we're doing here. Like, we have so much fucking potential. The people we're hiring, the voice we have, the kind of content we're doing. You know, mark my words, we will get back into fucking video. So help me God. And it will be a proper return.
That'd be sweet.
Or else we wouldn't even start to do it.
Yep.
And that's going to be great. And just, we have such a great team. We all like love each other. like, you know, hanging out just like friends. It's just awesome, and wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you first started as night editor, you're writing 5 or so articles a night.
Yeah.
Are you, dare I say, by the phone waiting for breaking news, potentially?
Well, I had all day to find leads.
Okay.
I started work at 5 o'clock, which is fucking dangerous because you can just fucking start boozing every day. So you don't have to work until 5.
Right.
So fuck, might have a couple drinks. And during the pandemic especially, it's like, fuck, yeah, I should drink.
Right. And there was a couple points of wasn't much hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you have all day to find leads. So it's like I would just like lurk around and find stuff to write, and sometimes Kyle would have stuff for me to write.
Yep.
And be like, you just go down there and you just fucking do it. You know, it was hard, but it's obviously like difficult having never done that kind of pace before.
Yeah.
But obviously it worked out. So
Hey, just look, you guys have a giant YouTube.
yeah, we do. I mean, that's how I knew about the drives. 'Cause
Yeah.
In high school, I was like, Mike Spinelli was like, he was like my first glimmer of hope when I told him this, because Mike Spinelli is just like a weird guy. Like,
He was on here.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But he was one of the, but he's a weird guy. I say that because he's like a normal person.
Yeah.
You'd see these people like, you know, you see fucking Jeremy Clarkson. He's like a demigod.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know, he's
right.
like a fucking Jolly Green Giant. It's like, I'm never going to be that guy. See Mike Spinelli, he's like, yeah, I could probably like have lunch with that guy. He was the first person I ever had hope where it was like, I might be able to actually fucking do that. Like, it wasn't serious.
Well, I just DM'd him on a whim because he was on Farrah's podcast talking about how like magazines are all dead. And I was like, oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Do I
yeah.
have news for you? So I DM'd him and he was like, yeah, sure. I got
Yeah.
time before a flight. And it was just like in an airport and he was talking to us and it was great. It was awesome. And
He's I met him for the first time outside the auto show, and it was just great to meet him. But yeah, I mean, from their YouTube channel, I watched it in high school, and I was like, it was like the best shit to watch on YouTube.
they had all these different series they were running.
Yeah.
I know, like, you know, Larry was doing the detailing series on there for a little
Yeah.
while. They had a bunch of other stuff. Like Alex Roy was doing a ton of stuff
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And then now it's just like, you know, we're still just, it's been so tumultuous being bought out. Well, I came after the buyout. We have new owners now who are just, they're good. They're solid owners.
Yeah.
And before it was like, man, it was like a struggle to even, I'm told by the people who work there before me, just like do anything.
Really?
So now it's like, you know, starting to get in a little bit of a groove. We think we know, we're always trying to figure out what we want to do there, because the way, at least the way I figure it is, there's that space on YouTube is so congested, so just littered with people and takes and reviews and Haggerty and all these people who are doing such great work. And I'm just like, man, if we can't do something the best, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, we really got to figure out something we can do consistently really well.
Yep.
And if we can't do that, we're not going to do it until that time comes. I mean, we got plans. I mean, I'm always fucking scheming.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
But that's a huge goal for us, definitely, to get back into that. And I really, really do look forward to that. So,
Well, I look forward to seeing something.
yeah, I mean, again, yeah, I'm sure you'll like it when it eventually comes.
Perfect.
What is your current position there now?
I'm currently a staff writer. So I was actually the first full-time person they hired after the new owners, which is weird. And we've since hired on 2 more staff writers, deputy editor, and we're going to hire a new news editor soon. So we're still growing. We still need a bigger team to figure out, to really reach our full potential.
Yep.
But I mean, in terms of page views, it's like we're pretty much killing everybody else. So it's like, if we can't do it, if we don't deserve it, it's like, you know.
Right. You're kind of a beacon for the industry in a way.
Now, is
Yeah.
this a strictly work from home gig?
Yeah. Yep. So
Any chance to relocate? Do you have any desire to relocate?
I mean, I don't want to live in Massachusetts for too much longer. I live outside Boston because my girlfriend works for New Balance.
Mm-hmm.
She uses her degree.
Yeah.
she's a fucking footwear designer. It's like, you know, that's a design thing. But she has to live nearby their office.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows what the fuck they're doing. It's like, are you going to come back to work? They're like, oh, we don't know. It's like, I kind of like to plan around that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some kind of hard something would be nice. But we're going to move to New Hampshire probably in the short term.
Big move.
Yeah.
Solid move.
I mean, I don't want to fucking pay income tax.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, the whole car registration thing and just everything. It's considerably cheaper to live there in Massachusetts. And I can't afford to live anywhere in fucking Boston. You know,
Yeah.
I don't make no money, but in Boston terms, I make no money.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I don't want to keep shitting money away renting. So, yeah, I mean, it's very flexible. So we have people, Caleb's and our news editors in Missouri, our managing editor is in Indy, our editor-in-chief's in California, our editorial director's in New York, Spinelli is in Long Island, or not Long Island, somewhere in that New Rochelle or something in that area. So, and it works really well. So obviously it was very nice to see everybody for the first time. But yeah, I mean, completely remote.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for the change from night editor to a staff writer, did that help with like the schedule? Is it pretty much 9 to 5 now? Obviously it almost never stops. Like I'd imagine
the news cycle never stops. So I mean, I'm the worst morning person in the fucking world. So it is 9 to 5, but it takes me a while to get going, and I hear it from my editors for it. But it is basically 9 to 5. You end up working like 9 to 10, but you're not like working.
Yeah.
Talking to contacts, looking for leads, just casually until like you go to sleep, basically. And but it's a lot more fun. I mean, we wrote that Big Red story. I don't know if you guys read that, but we found this Ford's missing like turbine truck.
Oh yeah.
Like, fucking
It's in like Ludlow or whatever, isn't it?
No. It's that was the future liner.
Oh, okay.
That was fucking crazy too. But when you're doing staff writing like that, you have the opportunity to write. And I love writing feature stories, and people love to read them. And that's really what I like doing. And as staff writer, I get a lot more opportunities to do that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it's just a different, you can work on bigger pieces like that are a bit more difficult to research or take more time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, that Big Red story took, for all intents and purposes, more than a year to get the final thing.
Wow, yeah.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, I mean, so we wrote the first story, and I didn't find it, but I was so fucking close. Like, so this thing, the story is crazy. The truck was like, it had a fucking turbine engine in it. But Ford canned the program by these means, which take a long time to explain. It ended up in private hands and got sold to just some guy in the 80s. This like priceless turbine engined 13-foot tall bright red truck got lost. How the fuck do you do that? But I figured out pretty close to where it was. There's like a breadcrumb. It's funny. Like generally people say, oh, no one just says fake things on the internet. It happens all the time. Like, but generally when people are talking about like these rare cars, like if there's like a little crumb of truth.
When you pull a thread.
It's usually true.
Yeah.
Right.
Josh, what do you say?
With smoke, there's fire.
There you go.
Almost all the time.
Exactly. And so I got within like a 10-mile radius of finding this thing. And I was like, let's just post this story. Like, I'm not going to find this. We post the first story. She's like, this truck is lost somewhere. It's probably around here.
Yeah.
Like, here's the crumbs. Here's a paper trail. Like, I found the guy who built the garage to house it. I found the guy who fucking was involved in repainting it. And, but I couldn't find the guy. We published this first story. And, like, maybe a day after, I get a Facebook message from this guy. He was like, me and my dad saw this truck in the 90s. I know where it is. We'll drive there. It was a Friday. We'll drive there on Sunday, and we'll go see it. And I was like, amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the town name? And he was like, yeah, I do. And he gives me the town name. And I knew generally who this person was. I knew like what their first and last name were. Without a town name, it's like useless. Go on White Pages, enter the town. I start fucking scrambling through everybody in the town with that name. And I find this property, and it's a house, and it's a 3-car garage. I'm like, I'm on Google Earth. You can look through different dates.
Yeah.
You can figure out, and they have really old stuff. So when was this built? And it was like around the right time. Like, okay. And then in one of the photos, it was like from 2000. I don't know where it was from, but there was this weird shadow on like the third bay. Like, huh. So I go on Google Street View, and there's a clear view of the house and the garage. There's 2 bays that are sized for regular cars, and one bay is 13 feet tall. I was like, I got you, motherfucker. And then I was like, if I could have punched a hole in the wall, then I would have fucking done it.
Yeah.
But it took, as it turns out, his daughter is an attorney, and that's how we got to them. I fucking felt like such an asshole. Called the law office, like, hey, I know talk to the receptionist. The woman who runs your law practice, her dad has his truck, and I would like to talk to her about it. And it was like weeks before we heard back. But then we heard back at like 11 o'clock one night. We got an email from her. At that point, I was like, man, we actually fucking found this thing. That is fucked up. And I sent it to my boss, Kyle, and he was like, man, this is fucked up. And the story was, I still want to go down and the people we met after the second story published, just some incredible people. And I haven't seen it. I haven't gotten pictures of it or anything. I want to see it. There's a third story there coming, and it's going to be really fucking good.
You want to put eyes on it.
I want to put eyes on it. And I talked to a fucking 94-year-old Ford turbine engineer. He called me one day. He gave me a fucking phone call. I worked on that project. He was like, I was like, can you send me like an email, like what you did on the project? He's like, yeah, sure. What's your address? Because he thought that you couldn't send pictures through email. And he sends me this his fucking life story leading up to working at Ford. Like, after they dropped the A-bomb, I guarded servers in Iwo Jima, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. He had other really cool stories to tell about. Just amazing. And the guy who was the caretaker of the truck at Ford was this guy named John Stopa. And he actually, which is heartbreaking to me, passed away just a couple years ago. Man, if I could fucking talk to that guy.
Yeah.
But his daughter reached out to me after she saw the first story. She's like, it's not time yet. The second story, and she reached out and was like, man, that's such a special part of the story. And they have some apparently home videos of Ford development from the 50s and 60s.
Wow, this is really unfolding.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so I met Ford's archivist at the auto show, and he was gushing over. He's like, we gotta do this shit. Well, we're working on it, and so it's gonna be a really, really special story. If we can get pictures too, I mean, it's just gonna be really, really incredible. So
yeah, tie it all
forward to
together.
that.
That's the kind of thing that I really, really like to write here. Stories that not just about new fucking Kia Soul or whatever.
Right.
I don't like writing reviews in general. Everyone gets to fucking drive this car. It's what am I going to bring to the table? It's man, we found this thing. Here's the people behind this that matter.
Yeah.
This isn't about just this press car. This is a real, even if you didn't like cars, you'd like this story.
Telling the story of those people, and then clearly it meant something to them enough to where, oh, that's my dad, and he worked on that. It was like a thing in their family.
Yeah, he's this John Stopa guy is so there's videos of this truck. They made a whole promotional film for it.
Yeah.
He's the guy fucking driving it. Yeah, if you watch the video, he's the guy driving. It's what the fuck?
Yeah, that's wild.
So, really just my boss at one point was you were the foremost expert on this truck at this point because you've uncovered all this stuff. And it's what a fucking, first of all, it's why me?
Right.
And the second of all, it's what an honor.
Right.
It's I feel I'm totally, so my boss Kyle met Jim Farley at Pebble Beach or something. And he said that when that story came out, he was excitedly texting whoever the current Bill Ford, or whoever the current Ford era is
Yeah.
It was man, this is such a cool story.
It's-
and that was wow, he cares
to see where the hell it ends up, essentially.
Yeah. It's and Jim Farley tweeted it out. It's what the fuck?
Just a crazy thing.
A
Yeah.
humbling experience.
For sure.
And I would love to write more stories like that.
I'm sure there's tons out there.
Yeah.
Especially, there's so many different prototype things and just all the crazy stuff that they tried over the years that we don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ford Ranger, the electric Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
We talk about that thing all the time, and there was one on eBay a couple years ago or something.
The EV1 is the other one because those things pop up all the time. But they're GM gutted a bunch of them.
Yep.
Because they gave them to universities disabled. But Francis Ford Coppola,
Yep.
the director, was I'm not giving this back. And they were okay. And he still has this, and it still works.
Yeah.
It's I think it's the only one. And I've been trying to get to him God, a fucking bee on honey. I swear I'm emailing. You look such an asshole. You're can I talk to Francis Ford Coppola? I want to drive his car. I don't know. There's the media ins and outs. Obviously it's someone you talk to, a publicist or whoever, but I'm going to get to that.
Hey, sometimes just sending an email and having the right person on the backside open it and
I
go.
just got to find that person.
Yeah.
So that's another really cool one. And that's the kind of stuff I'd really like to do on video too.
Yeah.
I think we could do that.
Right. You could tell a story. Yeah. A really
Yeah.
good episode of something.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say you love your job.
Oh yeah. I don't know what else I'd be doing. Well, I do. I still like design stuff.
Yep.
I still like, so I bought a 3D printer. I have 2 3D printers now. I like designing.
Matter of fact, what the hell is up with you and what is it?
Hydroponics.
Hydroponics. You're making all sorts of wheels that move water, and you got all sorts of tubes. I follow your Twitter, and it's a constant. You're constantly updating everybody.
I question the audience for that kind of thing on Twitter because like no one likes it.
The funny thing is, like, most of the time, I'm just like, oh, he's posting another thing, but then I'm like, all right, what does this do? And I'll get further into what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I basically live in like a fucking parking lot, so it's like if I want to grow like anything, I have to grow it in my apartment in water.
Right, right.
And then it's like I don't want to buy a fucking machine from somebody. It's like I have the skills to make this.
Yep.
They're all simple. It's like a fucking pump and a bucket is what they all basically are. I
Yep.
can do that shit. So like like $2,000 later, I'm not buying that $50 shit.
$2,000 later, you
Two-
managed to
yeah.
water a couple
2
plants.
3D printers, bunch of fucking shelves from Amazon, all this shit, filming resin. It's like growing plants in water.
But you did it
now.
yourself.
I did.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
You need to.
I see all these people buying herbs at the grocery store. I'm like, you are a sucker.
I was just gonna say, you need to start growing potatoes inside. You're gonna figure it out.
I've thought about that. It's actually fucking crazy how to do that because you can't grow them in water because they'll just get like they'll rot.
Yep.
But you can get like a vaporizer, an ultrasonic vaporizer, which just vaporizes water by like moving this membrane really quickly. I actually bought one. It's really cool. And you can it's like these potatoes just grow out of fucking thin air. You can look it up on YouTube. It's like some sci-fi shit.
Right.
Crazy. Just sprays water and nutrients onto potatoes and there's like no dirt on them. You don't have to wash them.
I just picture the movie The Martian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you can just fucking do that like in your apartment.
Yeah.
Flip over a garbage can. They sell these ultrasonic vaporizers like for Halloween shit because it makes like this smoke that just like, it floats off. It's spooky.
Yep.
And you can buy them for like $10. Put it in like a thing of water and plant nutrients. Just fucking douse that shit in there. Just like turn it on. And you I got a smart outlet. I'll just be like fucking brushing my teeth. Like I want to water my plants. Like, beep. Other room. Like fog starts coming out. Like, man, this is the fucking future we're living in now.
This is where we are.
Yeah. So I like doing it, but obviously other people don't really find it that interesting. But if I didn't post it on Twitter, my girlfriend would want to fucking strangle me. Like, you get it. You grow plants in water. Okay. I understand. Can you stop?
That's your release to just get
Exactly.
it.
I
Yeah.
don't
You
care
got to
if
tell
nobody listens.
somebody.
It has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start blogging about it. God knows that.
Right.
Like, we want to read about plants.
What are we doing
Oh,
here?
goodness.
What are we doing?
He said for the Maverick because it has those slots we can design things.
Yeah.
I got some fucking cooked ideas for that. He wants to get me and my coworker one of those. We can have a competition so you can make the best shit. I'm gonna make. I have some good fucking ideas. I'll tell you what.
The other thing I wanted to bring up. What is your obsession with Saturn Sky?
All right.
Is it safe to say you are obsessed?
Okay. I'll give you the pitch. So I'm not obsessed with the Saturn Sky. What I am obsessed with is how automotive culture at large is obsessed with the Miata. And so I drove an ND Miata. I went on vacation before the pandemic in Germany. We rented a Miata. It was amazing. I loved that car. Loved it. Drove it up these Alpine roads. I was like, we were on this one road, and I was like, told my girlfriend, like, film this. Just like once in a lifetime shit.
Yeah.
In this car on this road. Loved the thing. Only thing I didn't like was the power. And it was like, well, the ND2 came out with 20 more horsepower. It's like, it's still not a lot. And what else is there if you can't get a Miata and they're kind of expensive? It's like, well, you can get a Z4M. I was like, well, that's still fucking expensive and you have to maintain it. Or you can get like the Fiata, which is like still pretty slow and you have to do a lot of work to it to get them fast. Or it was like, there's not a lot of options if you want a fast one.
Yeah.
And I looked at the Sky and the Solstice, and that's why I bought the Cobalt actually, because it had this 2-liter turbo. It seems like a pretty good motor. Forged rods, forged crank, direct injection. The Cobalt is like a bad car with a lot of good parts on it. It had Brembo brakes, limited slip.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, it had like all this great shit, and it was a really good winter beater because of all that stuff. The thing was just a rusty piece of shit, and it was front wheel drive, and I really don't like front wheel drive. Man, if this was offered in rear wheel drive, man, it's the same motor in the Sky. And the most important part is, so it's 260 horse from the factory, but you put a tune on it, and you instantly get like 280 wheel
Wow.
Yeah.
and like 360 torque.
Wow.
Thing fucking hauls just with the tune. So you can still, everyone's like, yeah, just buy me out and put a turbo kit on it and daily it. It's like, I have responsibilities.
Right.
It's like my girlfriend just had surgery and she has to go to fucking physical therapy. It's like, yeah, sorry, my project won't start. Like, it's like such an asshole. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, sorry, my O2 sensor blew out. You just can't do that. So like the Sky, it's like just a tune and map sensors and you're fucking gravy.
Yeah.
And you're just got, STIs, JBRXs, you're just fucking dragging them down the highway. It was funnier in the Cobalt.
What does that weigh?
Just under 3,000 pounds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I mean, so in the Cobalt, it was funnier because you just got gapped by a Chevy Cobalt.
Right.
It was
right.
like, man, like some of those people who on 95 in WRX never slept again. Like, if there was somebody in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
it's like, God, like, what the
They
fuck?
they're still talking about it
They're
right
like,
now.
They're laying in bed with their eyes fucking
Must have had a big turbo and LS swap.
Must have been something. Like, it couldn't have been stock. But the Sky is
I
like...
smell nitrous.
I
It
swear
was
I
race
smelled
gas. I
it.
smell race gas.
Yeah.
But the Sky is really good for that reason. But the only reason it got built is because it has all these parts from other cars.
Yeah.
Like, so the gauge cluster is Cobalt, steering wheel's Cobalt, the shifter and everything, or the rear end is from a CTS, the engine is from the Cobalt, all this fucking shit. I could go on. It's like built from other cars. As a result, I think why people don't buy it is because when you open the trunk, there's a big fucking hump in the middle of it, and it's effectively like a useless trunk.
Right.
You can't put like luggage in it at all. You have to travel with like backpacks because you can fit backpacks around.
Is it like the diff? Like what is it?
It's the fuel tank.
Oh.
There's nowhere else to put it. You can look up a fucking picture of it. It looks
Shook, hit us with
Saturn Sky.
Saturn Sky truck.
did we wake you up?
It's just like the most. You're like, oh, that's why people don't buy that car. It's like the most fucked up looking thing you've ever seen.
You said truck?
Trunk.
Oh, trunk.
There is
Somebody
Back-end
clearly
truck.
has made one a truck as well.
You look at that fucking.
Oh my
big
God.
hump
Oh,
on it.
no way.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like you can live with it. I get groceries in it, but it's like you have to think about it.
Hey man, when
beforehand.
love finds a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that is.
Wait. Look at the person in the trunk.
Yeah, so
Oh, we're good.
That's not a person. That's
there's
a
that huge
child.
fucking hump you have to maneuver around
Yeah.
to get anything in it. So that's like the big downfall of it. And as it turns out, my clutch wasn't so good when I got the car. It's a little shaky. And the first owner of the car must have abused it. And my clutch is starting to slip with this tune.
Yeah.
So it's like
How many miles on it?
it's like 58.
Oh wow. It's not. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's cooked. And but the way they use, I bought the thing for like 13 grand with like 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sell it for like 17 grand.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
right.
the way
Right.
the market
The
is.
current market. Yeah.
And I'm gonna use the money to buy a C6 Z06 because that car actually gets like thought put into it. You know, they actually make parts for it.
Right,
So
yeah,
just
right.
Some other cars.
The things are readily available. I
Yeah,
was just gonna say,
exactly.
like hunting down parts for that thing. You know.
Yeah, like the front quarter fenders. It is a Saturn. It has two plastic body panels. Are both plastic, and they're right where the jack points are. But you cannot jack the car from there. They will crack. They are $500 each. And they're not making new ones. There's like one guy making fiberglass ones named Norm. He's like a fucking legend in the Sky community.
Come on, Norm.
What's the like wait for Norm fenders? It's like 7 months. Like fuck. And they're like $400 a piece.
So how is that community?
It's a lot of boomers with really bad taste. And it's like people who couldn't afford Corvettes got Skies or
That's
Volkswagens. And then there's some like maybe like 5% of guys like me who are like, this is like a cheap road so you can get
right.
and
It
make like
looks
power.
at it for what it actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is the fuel economy on that motor?
I'll tell you what. I drove from New Jersey to Boston and I got 39.5 miles per gallon.
Oh shit.
If you so it's really not aerodynamic. But if you draft other cars,
Yeah. Proper hyper
you can
mileage.
just like watch the fuel economy go up. And like average, you can get like 32, 33, not even trying.
Yep.
If you really juice, you can get like almost 40.
That's awesome.
And around town, it's like 22, 24. So it's pretty good.
So
Yeah, I'd say so.
now's the time you're gonna try to unload it.
Yeah, if the clutch wasn't going, the clutch is apparently a pain in the ass to do on those. And because like the motor, the transmission, the whole drivetrain was never designed for it. It's kind of like fucking stuffed it in there.
Right. It's just yeah.
So it has like an evap issue now I have to fix, which is like not a real that's not a real like check engine light evap code. It's just bullshit. That's to extort old people.
Yeah.
Send them to the dealership. It's a bunch of shit. But I can't sell it like that. Gotta replace this solenoid, but then I'm gonna try and scrape money together so I can still have that car before I buy the Z06. But they're fucking expensive. They're like, like 35, 40.
And now's the worst time ever.
Yeah, you're fucking telling me.
Yeah. It's just, we need it to go to take a significant dive.
But I decided, like, I'm going to own this car for a while. I'm going to get a fucking orange one and just ride it out for as long as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hopefully get that within the next couple months and just ditch it. And I'll still sing the Sky's Gospel because it is still,
I was going to say, you sing it pretty hard on Twitter as well.
I mean, it is still a car a lot more people should consider that they don't.
How many do they make? I feel like there's not many of them.
They made like 4 times as many Solstices as they did Skies.
Okay.
The Sky was also the Daewoo G2X in Korea.
Yep.
And the Opel GT in Europe. So they didn't make a lot of them for the U.S. market. But there's a fair amount around. It's hard to find one in the color you want.
Yep.
I wanted a green one, but I can only find a blue one. But they come up for sale reasonably often. I mean, you can, especially Solstices, which have a really bad interior, actually. You shouldn't buy a Solstice.
I can picture it now. It's still, green lights and
it has a grab handle. Like, like for like a road, it's like, oh, like the oh shit handle.
Yep.
Feels like a fucking empty jug of milk. And the Sky does not have that. Thank God. The Sky is like marginally better. And it's better than the Cobalt. So
I imagine the interior is similar to like a PT Cruiser of some sort.
it's actually pretty clean for what it is. It has like HVAC controls out of a Hummer H3.
Yeah.
And the radio they use in every car from then. And,
yeah.
But besides that, it's clean looking. It's like cheap feelings, like the fucking gauge cluster like creaks every now and then. You have to like push it back into place. The shift knob's glued on in some stupid way because of course it is.
Right.
But you can like wedge things in there and then it's all fine. It's actually right. Again, for the price and the performance, it's actually really. And every single Sky and Solstice got an LSD.
Yeah.
Whether it was a regular dog shit slow NA car or like a Redline or a GXB, they all got LSDs. And people use them, and they're strong as fuck. People use them, and when they V8 swap Miatas, they get like a Solstice diff because they're strong. So it has a bunch of really good parts under it.
Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, it was one of those things, I know they exist, but didn't know the depths of what they are.
People run them up to like 350 wheel like safely without replacing anything.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Especially in a car like that too.
Yeah, they're like just like apparently they're if you like really like wheel hop the rear end, you can shatter the diff case.
Yep.
Like in terms of the internals, it's really strong, which is really cool because I'm just not worried about breaking it, which is awesome.
Right.
I drove an E46 M3 before that.
Yeah.
It's just like everything. You're like, it's got to be the fucking subframe.
It's
broken.
Subframes going, rod bearings. Yeah.
Rod bearings, fucking rear coil springs, just everything. You're always so worried about it. And with this, it's just like, I break it, so fucking what?
Right.
Get a transmission out of a fucking Chevy Colorado. Plenty of those.
And have at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's all my questions that I had immediately. Gentlemen, do you have anything else for Pete?
No, I think we ran through everything pretty good.
Does a turbine car run?
So the guy got a new, believe it or not, Ford made a bunch of turbine engines, and he got a later one. He found one,
No way.
and he put a new engine in it because it had a bad engine when he got it. He found a new Ford turbine engine, and he put it in it.
So this guy knows the turbine shit as well.
This John Stopa guy was
Shit, can we get eyes on this thing? If you search the drive, what just
Big
like
Red.
Big Red.
Big Red, and it'll show up.
So he put a newer turbine motor in it.
Newer turbine engine has like 500 horsepower apparently, and it's extremely loud.
Oh, I've heard
Yeah,
some turbine
that's
engine
it
cars.
right there, and
Oh my god.
it's big. So that's the guy, John Stopa, in the lead image there. He was driving it. That's him.
You want to zoom out a little? This fucking thing.
And
This thing's really zoomed.
so yeah, the guy restored it. He restored it in the late 90s.
It's like piggybacking.
So it had 2 trailers it pulled around.
Right.
Went on a nationwide tour. Which is the
Okay,
most
I remember
incredible
reading.
thing.
Look at that
article, though.
command
I
center.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
know. There's like pictures and everything, like diagrams of the interior.
God
Um,
damn.
So this guy here, he restored it from because it was in like really bad shape. Found the new fucking turbine engine for it. Like made a custom flex plate to adapt the new transmission to it.
Does he have both trailers?
No, both trailers are gone. No,
No,
trailers.
so he's just running the cab.
He just bought the cab. So that
Wow.
was Holman Moody, Ford's factory race team had it. That was a picture of it when it was at Holman Moody.
No way. 13 feet tall though.
Yeah. There's original specs on it. That's when they sold it at auction. And this guy fucking bought it. There's a picture of that's the engine he put into it. It's a
Holy
707.
crap!
It's pretty big.
Is that a time machine?
It looks like that or an atom bomb.
Yeah, so this is all original literature I found.
No way.
Yeah. This guy up in Maine had all these original brochures and shit, and I drove up there. I found these are pictures from the restoration. Just fucking.
And this is the same guy that still owns it, that did all this.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
That's John Stoper right there. So he oversaw the whole
The
restoration.
whole project.
Yeah. So it was done like the fucking letter of the
Oh,
law.
so, oh my God. So he was involved as well.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and
That's
it wasn't sure he was
unbelievable.
involved. Yeah.
So it's not just an LS in it.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Dude, that is wild.
That's the last photo of one of the trailers right there. It was sold to the Bardall hydroplane race team to carry boats around.
And just redone.
Just repainted.
Oh, that stinks.
And then just eventually got lost. We contacted them, but they had nothing to say about it. So, I mean, we have stories from guys who were like, I saw this thing on the highway.
Yeah.
It like would break down, and we found a guy who like towed it back to some factory or something.
Yeah.
He had amazing stories to tell. And really just an incredible story to write and be involved with.
Turbine engine.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have documents. I was talking to Ford's their heritage guy, and he was
That
like,
thing's so damn cool.
We have minutes like from the meeting when this stuff was developed.
Of when it was coming.
in like
wow.
1956.
That's super cool.
amazing stuff.
Well, it's nice that it's in a custom garage, all minty,
Yeah.
like someone really being taken care of, as opposed to just finding it in a barn wrecked.
Exactly.
Is
But the original motor failed.
is Ford like? Are they interested in trying to get it back?
It's a good question. The guy seems like he might want to give it to it. Ford wanted it. But it's like when we were looking for it, we were like, hey, do you know where this is? And they're
They
like,
weren't.
no, but if you find it, let us know.
Right. Didn't.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You have no records? Nope. Like, okay, perfect.
Huh.
It's like
that's-
something they didn't know they wanted until it popped up.
Yeah. Until it's a
Exactly.
reality.
But the guy had mentioned, he's like, if it could go in the Henry Ford Museum and it would go to a safe home, then I'd give it up. But on their end, I mean, we haven't heard, like, you know, everyone was like, Jay Leno would want it. Like, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to fucking broker that deal. Who the fuck am I?
Let Jay read the article. You know, he'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
A lot of people, maybe he did. I don't know. Actually, if he did, he would probably fucking know. He would probably want it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
He's
he
got
has
a couple
Chrysler
turbine
car.
things,
Yeah, he
right?
has a turbine car.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like
the
that.
Turbine Ford Festiva, right? Is it the Shogun?
No, he's got a turbine, the old turbine
turbine
Chrysler car.
What's the Shogun? Isn't it-
Shogun's a Festiva with a
why did
SHO motor.
Oh, I thought it was a turbine. Never
no,
mind.
it's
No,
also
it's
fucking
not.
awesome. And
Yeah,
he's like
Shogun
one of the-
also.
Yeah.
He was
really
one of the
cool.
other people with him because I think they
Also,
were like 90K.
A car named
Yeah.
Shogun.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, that thing is so sick.
Oh, so GM had a turbine truck too, which they just crushed. Like they just got rid of it, but it was really really cool. Like actually, I have an original poster of it, which is awesome. But the engines were called the Whirlfire Turbo Power.
Let's
That
go.
was the name of the engine. I was like, I want to get that fucking tattooed on my forehead. Whirlfire Turbo Power. Like, just yell it from the fucking mountain. That is sick.
This is perfect. This is
Yeah.
perfect.
Great.
You boys want to answer questions or save them for next
Yeah, we
week?
gotta answer questions. You
Okay.
know, we're this deep.
Yeah,
We
might
gotta.
as well keep it going. Pete, please feel free to chime in with any of these.
All right, it's fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Better finish this.
There we go. There's another one in there for you.
no wonder why you're a
Right on the
rough
party.
morning person.
Yeah.
Let me pop this open. Where's my damn questions? Holy smokes, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Let's see. We'll start from the bottom. M Mountain 13.
M Mountain 13.
He just writes E30 or E34.
E30.
I'd pick
E34.
The
You're
only
gonna
way
end up
you
with
go
a
to
V8
E34.
one, and you're just gonna chase coolant leaks for the rest of your life.
Unless it's an M5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I would do E34 because I think I've driven a couple E30s. And I wasn't that into them, but and the E34s are like I think they're cool cars. You get an M5 with like throwing stars on it.
Oh
Yeah, I mean, if you get an M5,
Yeah, that's
That's a whole different
Or
ballgame.
M5 or a 535 I'd get. I wouldn't get a V8 one.
the 535 V8. No, it was a 530 that had that
530
terrible
was a
V8.
V8. 535 was a 6 and a
Yeah,
540
the
was a
535
V8.
was
So
killer.
weird.
Those
I had a
throwing stars?
540.
Yeah.
My boss at the BMW
Good looking
shop
car.
I used to work
My
at.
E34 is one of the best ever, but the looks wise, but those V8s, man. I mean, I seriously, I literally you chase coolant leaks through the valley of the V. You replace everything, and then when you get to the end, you do the first one again. Seriously, I had the car for years. I just chased coolant leaks my whole life.
And nothing has changed.
No. They all do the same thing still.
Jordan _MX5.
Jordan MX-5.
What's the worst car mod?
Burble tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Pop tunes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's still.
That's one of the reasons why I want to get a Z06 is the pop tunes.
Yeah.
I was coming back from the auto show with the top down. I was fucking living. Weather was perfect. Guy in like a 440i pulled up in
Yep.
a pop tune, just definitely loud. I was like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to gap this guy back to being fucking, back to being born. I like pulled the far right side of the highway behind a fucking semi truck, and I was like, oh, fuck, pop tunes definitely.
Yeah.
Tunes. Worse.
Every detail main.
Every detail.
Would you rather forget your wallet or your phone?
Phone,
Forget my phone.
Yeah, I forget my phone.
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna fucking panic about that. My wallet's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, wallet's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if your phone has all the freaking
Yeah.
wallet shit.
I'm going wallet because you just pay with your phone.
Yeah, but if you don't have an ID,
What are you trying to do?
I don't
What are
know.
you trying to do, man?
Trying to
Exist.
fucking hop the border?
Are you hating
Something.
Are you hating from
Are you
outside
talking
of the
lost?
club?
Did you say forget or lost?
Forget.
Oh, either one. I don't give a shit. I mean, I guess I'd be fucked if I didn't have my wallet though. Because then what I'm gonna
Forgot
about
my
I-
phone in that Frontier. That's for sure.
Yeah, Corey forgot his phone at the auto
jeez,
show.
yeah,
at
that was
Frontier.
close.
Put my phone in the
Test out the
wireless
wireless
charger at
charger.
the Frontier. I don't know. A few minutes later, I was like, "Uh-oh."
I forget my
Where's it
wallet
at?
and just hope I can find people that take contactless payment.
Kevin 401.
Kevin 401.
How many grown men would it take to kill a grizzly bear with their bare hands?
One.
The thing is, so what people say with these big animals, you can't like fucking, obviously you can't punch the thing in the face. Like you can
Yeah.
do that, you get fucking killed.
Yeah.
Gotta stick, it's like a gamble. The only way to do it, you gotta stick your arm down their throat and suffocate them.
What's going to stop them from biting it off?
Suffocation.
Not much.
You have to be fucking
you
quick with it.
got to be quick. And
I
you
thought
gotta.
you were gonna
You gotta
go
be quick and lucky.
fist up the ass. If I was honest,
I thought you were going full puppet.
you're gonna just
Fist the bear into
I thought you were
submission.
going full puppet.
Maybe just sign up like
Gotta
shock.
disorient
Oh, what the
him.
fuck?
He stopped attacking.
That
I
would-
think he likes it.
It wouldn't hurt him. It would just make him really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess
The bear
That's
might
the
just
only way
leave
you-
the situation.
that's the only way I could kill it. Otherwise, I think you need a lot of guys.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
You might not be able to get enough guys.
Barehanded? Like,
I'm thinking 30.
How about I say a grizzly?
yeah.
Oh, this is
They say
getting
you
worse
gotta,
and
You
worse.
gotta be slower than you don't have to be the fastest. You gotta be faster than the guy.
Then the
behind you.
worst.
Yeah.
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 I think you
that's the
need.
answer.
You have to take this like the Red Army in World War II. You're gonna just throw guys
You're
at
going to
this
need
thing.
like hundreds
Waves
of
of
men.
men.
I think
Hundreds?
hundreds of men.
I don't
No,
think
I think
hundreds.
you get it done with 30.
I think 30 is a safe bet.
30.
But no weapons, just bare hand.
Yeah,
Hey,
30.
listen, we've grown. We've got 30 listeners now.
There's gonna be a point where the
I
pile of
say we
bodies,
get them all here.
the pile of bodies is gonna get so high, you're gonna be able to use one of their arms or something.
but
to
that's
attack
what
it.
To be like one inspiring motherfucker, even if I was in a crowd of 30 people.
Yeah.
To get me to attack a bear.
Yeah, I mean,
You have
you
no
get
idea
30.
the
Yeah.
speech I would
You
give.
gotta give a good fucking speech.
Give
30
the
might
speech,
not do it.
get everybody all ramped up, and then go the opposite
I
way.
honestly think 30 would be 50-50, maybe not even.
Yeah.
Like an ancient battle. Like most people would have to be hammered. Like,
Even
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if you had
Yeah.
a knife, we'd be a
oh,
little
if I had
better.
a fucking knife, one guy I could take.
One
that.
man.
That would embolden me. You wouldn't have to give any fucking speeches at that
Let's
point.
go. Let's fucking go. We gotta get this bear out of here.
MK1 TT.
MK1.
Total number of beers consumed on All Boys Friday. By All Boys Friday. I don't know. I might have a beer.
I'm going.
Probably one. Are we gonna count our significant others? Because in that case, it's gonna get fucking wild.
Yes, 150 plus.
yeah, yeah. We're counting significant others. This is 100+ beers.
Just bring the heat.
Ever
Everybody
count
was going.
just the boys?
Yeah.
Josh is gonna have one. Corey and I are gonna tell him he's on beer all night.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
Yacht
we're
Club
gonna be good.
soda. Yeah.
Yeah. Fizzy Nizzy.
Fizzy Nizzy.
EPA overreach. Will standalone ECUs be outlawed next?
I don't know if you can outlaw them. You can probably outlaw the use of them.
It's going to be like
Right.
the letter of the law kind of shit. It's like just the way where these things are getting banned, like the piggybacks or whatever. It's going to be maybe in like 20 years. Maybe.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's like when everything's electrified, it's like, are they really going to have to?
Are
go
they
through
gonna
that
care?
shit?
Right.
You have to mega squirt everything.
And
at
then
that
it's like
point.
really hard to enforce. It's like,
Right. How do you know? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Especially if stuff gets when stuff gets older, you're no longer checking a lot of those
Exactly.
things. So,
Yeah, I'd say probably not.
details by Doug.
Details by Doug.
Just writes hot dogs, grilled, boiled, or steamed.
Grilled.
grilled.
It doesn't mention the microwave.
Doesn't mention
stop.
microwave.
None of the
That's like
above.
cook a fucking hot. If I'm buying a hot dog, it's fucking fried or grilled. If I'm making a hot dog, you put 3 hot dogs in a fucking mug in the microwave.
In a mug?
Yeah, because then all the grease gets caught.
Okay.
Oh, down bottom.
This
Yeah,
guy's living in the
exactly.
fucking future.
Yeah,
And then you just
hydroponic
fucking-
setup.
Yeah.
You fucking take the hot dogs out, and then you just pour the grease down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you went back in the.
Now we're back to
You
present
shouldn't
time.
do that last.
If I'm making them grilled,
I rent, so
grilled would be
Fuck
perfect.
those guys.
I don't know. Nothing like Dirty Nick's steamed hot dog going up the arm. It's good stuff. Let's
Different
see.
topic.
Twigs 36.
Twigs 36.
Just writes, love the podcast.
Oh,
Help me
thanks.
not throw my computer screen from the 3rd floor at work.
Sorry.
Glad we
Nothing I can do for you.
Glad we could help with that.
If it helps you not do that,
No,
we're
it helped
glad.
him not do that.
Shout Aaron.
Oh,
Shouts.
okay.
TDs,
Titties.
have you found any new snacks recently that would be food for road trips?
I mean, I've drank.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone through 2 of these buried alive on the podcast today. Really about it.
Yeah.
I found cinnamon toast bugles.
cinnamon toast.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Really?
Life changing,
Bag
altering.
to the face.
I'll tell you, I always go out, and if we're doing a long drive, and I did it again this time in New York, I get a salami and cheese stick combo.
Yeah.
It never satisfies. It's never even good.
Stop doing it.
I just
I
go
get
for
it.
full meals when I'm driving. Like I'll just stop at fucking. That's the only time I really get McDonald's is like when I'm driving.
Just stop and hammer it out. You're better off.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I'd say pretzel M&Ms.
Ooh.
Those are good. That's
They're
strong
fucking hard to
choice.
find, but they're like
Yeah,
You
what
could
I
get
grabbed? I
a-
grabbed what do you call it? Some granola and like a little trail mix.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You could
this
get a
guy.
4-pound bag of those pretzel M&Ms on Amazon.
that's what I fucking would get, and I would just go to the store. You're a fucking idiot. Like,
Don't let this guy fool you. He's gonna order a $14 bag of salsa verde Doritos.
That's happening.
Yeah.
I would kill guac. And
Definitely
then
kill guac. Well, we got a lot of killed
Fuck-
guacs. That
fuck
makes me
queso.
proud to be here.
Mary
guac
salsa.
is just expensive and
Right.
it's really hit or miss.
There's a lot of there's stipulations to
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, for
Make my
sure.
own guac. Everybody knows. It's
Yeah.
easy as fuck to make.
You buy avocados, bro?
Yeah.
I grow.
Hot. I grow that shit. I keep my closet at 93
Anything
degrees.
that's on like a fucking tree, it's like, oh,
Dude, avocados are so hard
can't
to grow.
you grow your own coffee beans? It's like, bro, that's a fucking tree. Looks like I live in the rainforest? Absolutely not.
Well, I think that's going to do it for our questions and this episode. Pete, seriously, man, thank you so
Yeah,
much
it's
for
been a
coming to hang
blast.
out.
It was fucking great to finally meet you guys.
Yeah, it was
sure.
a great time. Thank
for
you.
sure. And you truly, I applaud.
Sticking it out with us here.
Yes.
There's a long one.
It was dark for a moment.
Yeah.
Especially after the beginning combo.
I was just going to say, he wasn't quite sure. We started off heavy with the poop comments. So,
Exactly.
but no, I applaud your efforts for bald tires. I hope to see something come of that again. But I think you found your niche regardless of writing, whether it can be funny and witty stuff that'll make people cry or, big, long, lengthy stories that'll probably make people cry as well, but for a different reason. So,
Yeah, I hope I can keep on doing that. I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy the kind words. I hear some of it, but hearing it from you guys is definitely great.
Yeah,
thanks,
thank
man.
you.
Truly, thank you for coming. Shook, any parting thoughts? You good? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I like to close the show out with some knowledge from you.
Got another haiku?
Yeah, some more Shookstradamus.
I'm not feeling very intelligent.
How do you
right now.
pee? Do you pee different ways too?
Only standing.
Okay, just
Less
one
than
thing.
standing?
Unless you got a dump. A lot of people. Okay, this is a good one.
There we go.
Let's not start.
Can you pee while you poop, or do you pee then poop?
Just
I'm not
play us out,
fucking-
Mike.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
That's right.
we're gonna-
Check Shook's Instagram.
Many men cannot do both. Enough. One than the other.
you
DM me.
just-
Let me know.
You just sounded like Uhtred. Pooptred.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Let's see. Where's
thank
my
you, thank you.
Destiny is
Appreciate it.
all.
Where's my spiel here?
Anytime you want to come by.
Yeah, seriously.
Sure.
As always, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Also, check out some of our other shows or some of the other shows brought to you by Revival Motoring, Talking Motorcycles, Topics Under the Stairs, the Circle Jerks podcast. Visit our website, revivalmotoring.com, for B4B subs, some new gear heading up there. We'll see you Friday. We'll see you Saturday, Laps for Jesus, and we'll certainly see you Sunday. So peace out, everybody. See you next week.
See you this weekend.
Fucking subscribe, you idiots.